Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for yet another match of the KFC Big Bash. We're up to match 8 of all 61 that we are going to be covering on the channel. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. This one is up against the Hobart Hurricanes and the Sydney Sixers. Now, last time these two sides battled out, it was actually only a few days ago. And in the end, the Sydney Sixers able to get themselves a win by around that 13 or so runs. But this game, it's going to be different because we have got the Hurricanes. They have actually chosen to bat first in this fixture now, so they have got a 40% chance of winning this one. As we are sitting at the moment, they've got Matthew Wade, Darcy Short, Caleb Jewell, Peter Hanscom as that top order who will definitely want to try and make an impact. We did see that in the last match, Darcy Short, he wasn't really able to fire off the way that he would have liked to, but that is possibly because of the very strong bowling attack that the Sydney Sixers have got on offer. We have got the arm early today. Hello, everyone, as well. Says Patty Wagon. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And also, hi, Kiwi Lads. I'm back on YouTube. Yeah, as well from Brandon. So I hope you are doing well. Hope you guys are excited for not just this game, but we have also got a game taking place straight after this one between the Perth Scorchers and also they are going to be taking on Adelaide Strikers, who have already played 2 games so far this season. They are 1-1 up against the Renegades, and this game is at the SCG. And it is a very nice ground indeed. I haven't actually got the SCG behind me, but we will roll with it. Just for now, this is game 8 of the BBL, like I mentioned, and it has been flying by so far. This is the last double header that we have got for a little while as well. I believe the next double header we've got is in about a week and a half's time as well. Hello, man. Long time no see as well, says Yash. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well and hope you are excited for some BBL action at the moment. Stephen O'Keefe has still got himself the golden cap for being the leading wicket taker, I should say. And Moses Henriquez, he has got himself the golden cap for having the most runs so far. He has been able to get around that 70 mark for both innings that he has taken part in. Matthew Wade, he wouldn't mind putting a total like that on the board here for the Hobart Hurricanes. They're certainly going to need a good total to be able to try and defend it. It did actually end up going down to the wire a lot closer than a lot of people expected for that last match between the Hurricanes and the Sydney Sixers. But in the end, the Sydney Sixers, they were really struggling at the start of their innings, ending up losing quite a few wickets, but they fought back well, and they fought back just enough to be able to get themselves that win. But it's quite interesting, the format of this competition, how it is pretty much in that situation of both teams play off against each other only a couple days apart. So you probably still remember the last game when you do make your way out there, and it's going to be Matthew Wade and Darcy Short now making their way out at the the SCG for it as well. I was working on my YouTube channel, bro, as well, says Ayasha. Hopefully that is all going smoothly for you, mate. But the SCG, we saw a massive shot here from Josh Philippi in his first innings of the BBL. Was able to hit it onto the roof like he did for BBL. I believe it was BBL 10 was the last time he was able to do so. And also All Blacks versus Ireland. And right now it is Argentina versus Fiji as well. The Sydney Sixers versus Hobart Hurricanes. Like I mentioned, this game took place only a couple nights ago. So these two sides, they are fired up. Daniel Hughes at the moment, he's smiling ear to ear. He's ready to go on the field. And it's going to be so important that they try and shut down that power play of the Hobart Hurricanes. We know that Matthew Wade, he can hit a long ball. Darcy Short can definitely hit a long ball when he does get it going. And now at the moment, the Sydney Sixers, they are making their way out onto the field. I see James Vince there. He is also going to be important for the Sydney Sixers. In terms of that batting lineup, they need to make sure that they get a decent total with the men that they've got at the top of the order. But Tom Curran, he was good with the ball last week. Possibly has the potential of being able to do the same here. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, I always ask the question, who is going to be able to get the most wickets for the Sydney Sixers, and also who is going to be able to top score for the Hobart Hurricanes? I'm saying Matthew Wade for the Hobart Hurricanes for the most runs, and I will say the wicket taker or the SCG, I'm saying Stephen O'Keefe. He was able to get 4 last time he was here, so they have got Sean Abbott, though. He's probably worth it a crack as well, bro. Thunder ruined me last night, so I said, it was a close game in the end, but the Melbourne Stars just able to hang on in the last moment. So the Sydney Thunder, though, I believe because they got that bash boost point, they are still sitting decently on the table. But if they had won that one, they would have been sitting top at the moment ahead of the Sydney Sixers after the 2 games. And some of these sides, Adelaide Strikers, I know have played 2 games compared to the Perth Scorchers, who have only played the 1. Those 2 sides are playing off later on tonight, and we will be covering that game on the channel as well, alongside some Champions Cup action. So anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as we are back every single day with the KFC Big Bash. And we will also be covering a little bit of the Ashes, possibly in the near future. Of course, we did see that England, they did struggle just a little bit for that first game. Unfortunately, we have got the England got clapped in the first test, says Paddy Wagon there. Yeah, it was. That's the thing. A decent effort from Joe Root and David Milan, but then unfortunately it just ended up falling back over for them and at the later stages, and then Australia only needed to chase down about 19, I think it was, or 23 or something along those lines. But at the moment, players are almost ready to go. Sean Abbott will be bowling the very first over for the Sydney Sixers here. They have got Chris Jordan in that bowling lineup as well, which does mean they've got pace and they've got the option of spin if they need it with Stephen O'Keefe. So this is going to be a very good innings, possibly with the ball in hand for the Sydney Sixers. But Matthew Wade, he will be trying to smack this ball hard early and trying to get it to the boundary. But the first ball of this match is about to be underway, and Abbott is going to be running it a little bit outside the off stump, and Matthew Wade decides to leave it for that very first delivery. Hi, Hamish. Good evening, one and all as well. And they're from David Dawaka. And mate, hopefully, well, that was almost a sentence. Hopefully you are doing all right. And hopefully you are excited for the cricket and also the Champions Cup games that we have got a little bit later on today. We are going to be covering the game between Leinster and Bath, which should be a very good one. Hopefully my voice does survive for that. And also we are going to be doing the Exeter Chiefs taking on Montpellier in that one, and also Let Go Hurricanes with 175 bet as well. Hello, mate. How are you? As well, says Paddy Wagon and Windsor Black Caps. Next match, says Sports Sudan. I'm not actually too sure when they have got their next one. That's just a little bit wide, is it? Oh, Sean Abbott thought there was a little bit of an edge there behind, but it was not called as a wide. So 2-dot ball straight away here. That looked relatively wide for that delivery. Was there a little nick on it from Matthew Wade? Oh. Straight into the ground there for Matthew Wade. So no little edge behind. Yeah, well, it was close though. Also, we have got their brother in the chat. Says David there. But yeah, pretty much the Black Caps. I know that they've got a couple matches that will be coming up where they do tour New Zealand. And they've also got, I want to say they've got a Boxing Day test match against someone, but I'm not too sure who they will be up against. I know we play the Netherlands. And also, I think we play West Indies as another one. And we've got the sad face there from Sebastian, of course. That will be from the Ashes, but it does mean the next match, hopefully, they will be able to go decently. England, that's going to be whipped off the legs nicely. That's a quick outfield, but Chris Jordan able to cut it off, and they just get the 2 runs there for the Hobart Hurricanes to get themselves off the mark here in the early stages of this game. A total at the SCG. I feel like with Philippi having that home field advantage, and James Vince also will be very used to batting in these conditions, I'd say they need around that 170, so somewhere around there on likes target as well. Says Sports Today. I haven't actually thought of one just yet for this live stream, but we'll go for a start 50 likes. Let's see whether or not we can do it. Also, we've got there, Hamish. I see Katie made an appearance this morning as well. Says David. She did indeed. It was about the 78th minute. And then she did say that she did realize she was a little bit late, but it is all good. The time zones at the moment with sport here in New Zealand compared to America are really completely lopsided type thing. So it is pretty tough. There we go. I'm going to leave in about 10 minutes to my live stream. My 5th one in a row as well on both the Ashes and falling asleep without saying anything in the Champions Cup as well. Sorry for that, mate. As I said, Sebastian, no worries at all. I feel like it would be that situation if you have been watching cricket and rugby just at all hours of every single day, I think, so far this week. So it is understandable that you did need to get a little bit of sleep, yeah. But now it's going to be hit hard there by Matthew Wade. He's got all of it, and that's going to be the first 6 and the first boundary of the match. Matthew Wade strikes it beautifully, and that is going to be the 6 runs for him. He is going to be one of the keys for them in their starting lineup here for the Hurricanes. Alongside Darcy Short, his partnership will be so important because we saw Short, he ended up using up around, I think it was like 25 balls or something along those lines, and didn't really get too many runs. Now, not 50 likes. We're going for 100, then try and beat 150 as well, says Paddy Wagon there. And Frate in the chat says Bastion. So we will start off, I guess, 50 by the end of the 10th over will be the first goal for ourselves. And the one's going to be scampering through, and that one's going to be going down as well, because we are currently sitting on 7 likes. So I feel like 100 might be very tough to do today as well. But that is going to be the end of the first over, and that is going to be 9 for none here for the Hobart Hurricanes. I'm very busy. What do you think as well? Says up Brandon there. It does sound like you are. But now at this stage, I would say more than likely they'll give Chris Jordan or Tom Curran the ball at the other end here. Matthew Wade just picking up the length early and was able to hit it away to the league side for the full 6 runs. And also, big love, everyone. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Cheers for supporting the channel as well. Says Sebastian, you heard the man. Thank you all very much for tuning into these live streams. They have been very successful so far for the BBL, and we have got plenty more matches coming in the future. That is for sure. Whether it's the Hobart Hurricanes throughout their BBL or whether it is the Sydney Sixers, the defending champs with Moses Henriquez at the moment. He is wearing that golden cap. and he will be looking to hang on to it after this game as well. Hi, Kiwi Lad as well, says Lila. Welcome in to the live stream. Hope you are doing well today. Tom Curran at the moment, he did pretty well last game where he was able to pick up, I think he got 3 wickets, didn't he, Tom Curran, in the end. But now he is going to be bowling still inside of the power play, and Hurricanes, they did actually win the bat flip, and they decided that they would have a bat here first at the SCG, perhaps trying to replicate what they were able to do for the Sydney Sixers up against the Melbourne Stars, where they set that total of 215. That was just absolutely insane how they were able to do that. Tom Curran now gets it a little bit of width straight over the head on Moses Enriquez, and that's going to be 4 down the ground for Matthew Wade. Very close to an opportunity to take the catch there, Enriquez, but just not quite able to leap high enough. He wasn't able to do the Fraser McGurk and pluck it out of the sky with the one hand. It was an aggressive shot straight away from Matthew Wade. Oh, it's about this high above Moses Enriquez's hand. So he wasn't quite able to get to it. And Curran now under pressure. He has gone for the 4 runs off the very first ball. Yes, subscribe to Kiwi Lads Gaming and Kiwi Lads Sport as well, says Brandon there in the chat. Yeah, we have got 2 other channels for you guys to be able to hit that subscribe button on if you do want to. We have got not many videos going up on them right now, but the next kind of week or so, we will be really sorting it out. That's going to be a shot from Matthew Wade, just straight out through cover. Aggression straight away from Matthew Wade. But it does look like it is going to be paying off because he has been able to hit that one to the boundary once again. Short has not faced a delivery yet, and Matthew Wade is sitting on 17 off 8. So I guess Darcy Short, he won't be minding this one, but he'll go, just keep on going, Wado. I will just sit here and keep on running between the wickets if you need the 2. But pretty much, Matthew Wade looks like he is in form early on in this game, which does mean the Hobart Hurricanes can really put a decent total on the board here if they do keep this opening partnership going. At the moment, 48% chance for the Hobart Hurricanes to be able to win this game. Tom Curran now already going for back-to-back boundaries at the start. That's another beautiful shot from Matthew Wade. This is very elegant from the man, and that one's going to be 3 4s in a row. Tom Curran, he can't keep putting the ball there because Matthew Wade 3 times in a row has hit it out through offside for the 4 runs. And Milan and Root were out caught very quickly, and then the whole castle collapsed as well there. And also Sydney Thunder lost yesterday as well. Said Delilah, they did indeed in what was a very close game with the Melbourne Stars. They weren't quite able to chase down that total that they required. Adam Zampa, perfect time for him to come into the bowling attack for that final over. But Matthew Wade just gets on the front foot, puts the cover drive through, and it was a very nice shot. Tom Curran at the moment, where does he go with this one? He's going to be whipped off his legs now. And Matthew Wade, this one's going to be possibly racing away to the boundary, and it does. That is 4 4s in a row for Matthew Wade. He is sitting on 25 off 10. He is racing towards that half century at the moment, already facing only the 10 balls. Darcy Short, he's been very quiet. He hasn't even had to face one yet. I'm wondering what's going to happen when Darcy Short does get the strike. Does he go aggressive like Matthew Wade is here, or does he end up kind of playing a little bit of the anchor role? But at the moment, Matthew Wade, he is just playing some very nice shots. He hasn't been trying to hit it in the air other than that very first ball of this over as well. But now Tom Curran, he has gone for 16 runs off his first 4 deliveries here. Wade with the fire emojis from Sebastian. He certainly is on fire here in the early stages. And Tom Curran now, he is back under pressure. What can he do to try and answer back? I feel like the only way to get out of this over in favour of Tom Curran is he does need to pick himself up a wicket here on Matthew Wade, but that is going to be easier said than done because Wade is doing very nice. He's got the dot ball, though, for Tom Curran, so that is a good start to trying to come back. He's not looking too happy at the moment, Tom Curran, but as you wouldn't be when you have been hit for 4 boundaries in a row. Last BBL stream was did quite good, 18k views as well. Says Sports Sudan. Yeah, they seem to be going extremely well. Like at the start of starting them, I thought we were going to get like 2,000 views or something along those lines. That's gone 4-4. What an over for Matthew Wade. And now he has faced every single ball of the first 2 overs, and he is now sitting on 29 runs off 12 deliveries. And the Hurricanes, after the 2 overs, are sitting on 29 for none as well. Our Thomas bowling, that makes sense as well. Says Sebastian there, but Matthew Wade, he just went aggressive straight away when this over started. Then it was just 3 classic shots out through cover. And then when Tom Curran was like, you know what? I put it on his legs this time. Matthew Wade was like, okay, I'll just whip you to the leg side then for the boundary as well. And what was a very nice shot. Then there was the dot ball, though. And then the final ball of the over, it did go to the 4 once again, out point way. But yeah, these live streams have been doing extremely well compared to what I was kind of expecting because we don't have a huge cricketing audience. But I guess a lot of you guys from New Zealand do watch the KFC Big Bash as well, and Argentina 7 women's win as well there. And also we have got there in the chat, 100% is back again. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Matthew Wade at the moment doing very well. The run rate they are going at the moment is 14.5 here, which is just Absolutely insane. But now it is going to be Hayden Kerr. He's only had 8 matches, picked up 4 wickets, including when he was on the hat trick as well. Hello, Hamish. Congrats for Australia. Win the first Test matches of the Ashes as well. Although I am from New Zealand, but yeah, it was very impressive for Australia to be able to get themselves the job done in that one. And now it's going to be 1-0. Second match here. I'm excited to see what they can do. How, brother, how's things going? Or how's things been this evening as well? Since they have been going very well. Please tell me that you did end up cashing out something, Hayden, there. Or have you put it all on the score? Just do let me know. But Hayden Kerr goes for the dot ball straight away. Good start to the match, though, for the Hobart Hurricanes. They might be looking at 215 total of their own here if they keep on going the way that they are. But Darcy Short here is going to be on strike. My voice is still trying to recover. And also we have got there in the chat as well, Squiggles as well. And can you not? As well, says Brendan. I assume that it's to the spammer in the chat. But now Hayden Kerr, the moment he wouldn't mind picking himself up a couple early wickets. Definitely if it is Short and Wade who do go on the way. They've still got Caleb Jewell, Peter Anscombe, and all of those other very talented bowlers, very talented batsmen. Chris Jordan hits the stump there. But Darcy Short able to get himself off the mark. Maybe I'll put half on the sixes and half on the scorches as well. Says I don't know. Also, we have got there, damn, you timed out. Kevin by accident as well. Says Sebastian there, or for David, sorry. Hopefully Kevin is all right. How do we fix that? Can we fix that? I don't know whether or not it does let us, unfortunately. But David, that is all right there. So pretty much, Kevin, you will be, unfortunately, you are timed out just for now, but you will be back in only a very short moment. It is just an accidental timeout there. You've got yourself a not you, Kevin, lads, as well. Surely you must be supporting England versus the Aussies as well there in the chat. And also, Kiwi cannot support the Auss ever as well. Is he related to Amelia Kerr? As well, says Aiden. That's a good question. I don't believe so, but I could be wrong there. That one's going to be the Yorker, and it's going to be nicely whipped off the legs there just for the single. And this will be a good over so far from Kerr, only going for the 2 runs. They need to make sure that they cut that one down as well a little bit more in terms of that run rate, because they're already sitting very nicely. And also, hello as well, says Cricket Forecast. Welcome into the live stream. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you are excited for another BBL match. Not just this one, but we've also got the match straight after it. Perth Scorchers taking on the Adelaide Strikers, which will be a very exciting game as well. I believe that is actually in, I think that's actually in Sydney as well. And we've got, Kevin as well. Says that David, I'm sure that he will understand. That was an accident. It has hit down the ground there. And Short once again, just keeping that strike rotating here. Keeping Matthew Wade getting more of the kind of strike as well. Apologies, Kevin, we're aiming for the spammer, but we always hit the target as well. We don't always hit the target as well. Says Sebastian there in the chat. And at the moment, Wade's sitting on 30 off 13. He's certainly fine in the middle of the bat in the early stages of this BBL 11. We're already up to match 8. That's crazy how quickly this tournament has been flying by. I'm trying to fix it as well, says David, who will win, bro. I think from here, the Hobart Hurricanes are looking good, but the Sydney Sixers, that's a brilliant shot there from Matthew Wade once again, and that's going to be 1 bounce 4. He's trying to make me change my mind. I would say that the Sydney Sixers should be able to find some way of cutting down this run rate after the power play, but it seems like, I don't know, it's going to be interesting. It happened to me yesterday. I had Spencer instead of the Bollocks talker as well there. Says Sebastian there. And the chat, but that one's going to be whipped away. Kerr getting that one on the pads of Matthew Wade once again. He should have learned from that last over. You can't afford to do that for Matthew Wade, because he is striking the ball extremely well when it is on that leg side, and he is already sitting on 34 runs of 14 deliveries. The big thing here, though, 6 4s, 1 6 for Matthew Wade. He is absolutely on fire. Matthew Wade there stepped away, and there was just one guy in the crowd who was just like, boo, and he was just all by himself. I went to hit Squiggles, and Phil or feet moved up, and I missed as David there. But now it is going to be once again Kerr running in, and now he is waiting. Now Matthew Wade at the moment, it was someone walking past the sight screen, so that is why he was just waiting for a little bit longer. He's got the smile on his face, Matthew Wade. He is ready to go now. 34 of 14 deliveries. And now he is getting ready to face the final ball of Hayden Kerr's over here. It's going to be pitched up nicely, and they get through for the single. So Matthew Wade, he will have the strike for the final over of the power play, and also 37 for none here. And was it an all boundary over for Wade as well? See Sebastian, all but 1 ball. So he was able to get 20 so far off that last over of Tom Curran, but he was very lucky, Tom Curran, in fact, with the fact that he was able to get the 1 dot in that one as well. And also the ground went lucky for Hobart as well. And there says Cricket Forecast, and also Pizza I have to dinner as well. in there, says Brandon. Also, I'm drunk on power, says David there as well. But they are just showing Perth Scorchers taking on the Adelaide Strikers later on tonight. Unfortunately, it does mean that this game is probably going to be finishing just a little bit after that game does finish. Or just start, I should say. So we are going to be overlapping a little bit there, which will mean we'll miss the first kind of 2 or so overs of the Perth Scorchers game. Can you check out Plants vs. Zombies later as well? Says Brandon, unfortunately, with the Xbox Series S, I still am really lacking the space on that new console. And also we've got there David with the thumbs up as well. But Chris Jordan here, 33 years of age, 28 wickets for him, and would certainly like to be able to add a few more. He normally bowls the tough overs like they're mentioning. This is certainly a tough over with Matthew Wade already sitting on 35 of 15. If he strikes the ball like he did up against Tom Curran, another Englishman, he will be on 50 by the end of this over. Now Chris Jordan runs in, gives himself some space. Matthew Wade, he hits it hard, and that's going to be another 4 runs there for him. He is on fire in the early stages of this match. Hanging in there, Kevin Alp is coming as well. There's a bash in there, but we have got a few Santa hats in the crowd. Of course, we are only sitting about 14 days away from Christmas, and Perth Scorchers versus Adelaide Strikers taking place in Sydney Showground Stadium as well. Doesn't make sense as well, says Sports Sudan. Yeah, it is strange that they have got it in Sydney, but I guess that is because of restrictions in Western Australia. Wait today 100 as well, says Cricket Forecast. And also we have got there, if I give you my address, I will buy me pizza, brand Hawaiian please as well. Says that David now Chris Jordan once again running, and Matthew Wade strikes it nicely. It's gone all the way for 6, and he now moves up onto 45 of 17 deliveries. He is on fire in the Hobart Hurricanes. They have a 61% chance of being able to win this game from here. Matthew Wade just getting off to an absolutely incredible start here. He just keeps hitting the ball out of the middle. That one was flat. That one was hard, and it went all the way for the maximum as well. We have got there the Christmas trees and the Santas from Paddy Wagon there. That was a brilliant shot from Matthew Wade. He is really just striking the ball phenomenally. If he gets a 6 here, he will actually end up bringing the 50 up in only 18. And also, I am buy you 2 pizzas as well. Oh, very nice at 300 on the card, says Paddy Wagon. I don't believe 300, but I'm thinking 200. Definitely could be there. Matthew Wade just whipping that one off the legs. And it looks like they are going to be running between the wickets. No, they just take the one in the end, trying to get to Matthew Wade. Now they get an overthrow, and it just gets a little bit worse. This could bring up the 50. They're going to run 2 more. And now Matthew Wade here, that is going to be in the situation of Matthew Wade moving up onto 49 now. I believe in Wade burning for SS bowler as well. It says Cricket Forecast there, the Sydney Sixers bowler, of course. But Matthew Wade here, how many runs is he going to get for that? I believe he gets the 2, and then there was an overthrow and another overthrow, I think. So he might actually move up onto 49 here. They are just checking this one to make sure that there was no run out involved. So did end up in the stumps. Philippine not able to take the ball. And then from there, they did run a couple more. That's why I say Matthew Wade, he moves up onto 18 balls faced and 48. He is sitting on already. Will you cover the 100 cricket tournament in the UK next year as well? Says Sports Sudan. I might look into it. I don't actually know what time of the day do those games take place, Sports Sudan, in terms of New Zealand time. And that's a bit cheesy as well. And there says Paddy Wagon, therefore, I assume the double pizza, triple cheese one. Okay. Oh, is that a pizza special? Do let me know. And also Facebook ID Bro as well. This is Cricket Forecast. We actually do have a Kiwi Lads Facebook, but we haven't posted anything on it. Also, we have got a Kiwi Lads Instagram, but it also hasn't got anything on it for us at this stage. But Matthew Wade, he is sitting on 48 runs. Darcy Short there hits it out through cover, and that is going to go straight to deep cover for just the single we have got there. It's not one on your strength as well. And the chat says David there. Chris Jordan at the moment, he's already gone for the 14 runs, and it's over. The power play is looking absolutely phenomenal here for the Hobart Hurricanes. They are already sitting on a total of 51 after only 3.4 overs. That is absolutely insane how quickly they've been able to go. But Yawn total 1 as well, says Paddy Wagon there. But Matthew Wade, at the end of the day, when you're striking the ball at 266 for the strike rate, he's certainly going to be able to get it going. That one's going to leg side, and that is going to possibly bring up the 50 here for Matthew Wade, and he is going to get there. Well batted from Wade here. 50 off only 19 deliveries. He has certainly got off to a great start here for the Hobart Hurricanes. Raises the bat already, and no, but I need to leave now. As well, says Brandon there, my English very weak, bro. As well, says Cricket Forecast. But Matthew Wade, he puts up the bat. Very well batted for him at the SCG. 7 4s, 2 6s for him as well. We have got their depth and brief as well. I said, hi as well. Welcome into the live stream, man. Hope you are doing well. Do let me know who you think will be winning this match at the moment. Matthew Wade getting them off to an absolutely brilliant start. This man has hit more boundaries than ones and twos combined, which is just telling you how well he is striking a by as well, says Brandon. We will see you later on. Chris Jordan at the moment. Both Englishmen almost going for 20 runs off their very first overs, but Matthew Wade is still on strike here. It's going to be whipped off the legs, and it looks like they are going to be able to take on just the single, and that will close out the power play. 54 for none at the moment. The Hobart Hurricanes are sitting. Philippi, James Vince, Moses Enriquez, those men will all be looking now and going, is it the fact that the batting surface is that great to bat on, or is it just that the fact that Matthew Wade is on fire? I think it's going to be the second one. But the power play highlights, there are certainly plenty of them. Matthew Wade, he hit so many boundaries throughout that first 4 overs. He was able to get himself 7 fours, 2 sixes. Like I mentioned, he has faced 20 deliveries. Darcy Short is sitting on 3 runs off 4 deliveries. So it is certainly the case of him not having too much. And also we have got them maybe in the Kiwi Lads Facebook to Seb or one of the mods except me as well. Says that David, I guess that is a good idea to have one of you guys, because I know that at the moment, like, he is doing very nicely on the Discord, Seb, as well. I said Seb very shortly as if I was like trying to squeeze it down into one syllable, even though it already is one. But Seb, he is the man who has been doing very nicely on the Discord. Hobart will win because of 4 wickets from Labashane, as well as the prediction from Depth and Brief. And also we'll get their bye, says David. But that is the end of the power play now. And it is going to be Sean Abbott once again brought back into the bowling attack. I feel like Stephen O'Keefe is probably not too far away for them as well, just to try and cut down on that massive total that it looks like the Hobart Hurricanes are going to be able to push themselves towards. If they continue at the current run rate of 13.5, they're getting around 270 runs in this matchup. But I would think it will start slowing down a little bit into the near future. They need Matthew Wade out, though, and they probably need him out within the next couple overs if they want any chance of trying to bring this one back. But Matthew Wade so far has been bowling or batting extremely well. That one's in the air, and this time this could be picked up. No, it's going to fall short for Matthew Wade, and Vince will be cutting it off in the deep, and that is going to be the 2 runs once again there for the Hobart Hurricanes. They are going nicely. I'm regretting my decision, by the way. What rugby games will you be doing tonight and tomorrow morning as well? Says Aiden there in the chat. Oh, because you put the money on the Sixers, didn't you? That's going to be a risky one. Indeed, so pretty much the 2 games that we are covering, due to a couple of them overlapping for like kind of the cricket games as well, we are going to be doing the first of which being Leinster versus Bath, and the second one at 9 a.m. It is going to be the Exeter Chiefs versus Montpellier. They are the 2 main ones that we will be doing. But Daniel Hughes at the moment, he is going to be running right across the pitch at the moment. But the big thing here is he will also have to perform at the top of the order. They need to find a way of slowing down this run rate, because the current run rate is sitting at 13.4 for them as well. And also we have got their true mate. It's the chat from David there for Ujawa there. But now it is going to be Matthew Wade once again on strike, already sitting on the 53 runs, being able to bring up his 50 extremely early. It's a ram shot there from Wade. He struck it beautifully. Or has he? It's gone straight over the top, and it's the 6 runs once again for Matthew Wade. He hits it straight over the man in the deep over Hayden Kerr, and he is on absolute fire. But speaking of last night's game, told you I'm afraid of the French teams as well, Sebastian. Yeah, there are some very good sides. Racing 92, their backline was absolutely insane for that one. That is a brilliant shot from Matthew Wade. Goes straight over the top of Kerr and does get himself his 3rd 6 of the day. You should do a Rugby Europe Super Cup. The rugby quality isn't that bad as well, says Hamish Spencer. So perhaps we could have a wee look at it in the future. Are there any games this weekend, Hamish? Do let me know. And Darcy Short is a Gandu player as well. Says Crick forecast there. But now Matthew Wade at the moment, he has hit that ball hard once again, just strikes it beautifully. But it goes straight to the man at deep cover, the Wade Cricket Show as well. At the moment, it is all Wade into the early stages. Darcy Short, he's only faced 4 deliveries. So far, we have got their Manak Khan in the chat as well. Welcome into live stream, mate. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And there is one tonight as well. Says Hamish Spencer, who is playing? And do let me know, mate. But anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. We are currently sitting on 27 likes. So let's see whether or not we can keep on pushing towards that 100 like goal as well. Where can I watch as well? Says Wayne, I believe, unfortunately, there's probably, depending on what country you're in, Wayne, what country are you located in, mate? And I will try and help you out. I know that in Australia, it is free to air. So if you've got a VPN, you could probably end up watching it on Fox 9, I think it is. If I'm not wrong, Castres versus Quins is played in France. It's going to be at least as tough as the Leinster game as well. Or sorry, as the Leicester game, says Sebastian there. But 64 for none at the moment. They are sitting. Matthew Wade doing extremely well for the Hobart Hurricanes in the early stages. 4.4 overs down in this one. They're already sitting on 64 for themselves, and also from India as well. Says Depth in the Reef, there's a welcome in, and also we have got there in America. Oh, have you got a VPN, Wayne, out of curiosity? Oh, it's a bouncer there, nicely bowled by Sean Abbott with the bounce. And also we have got there Castella, Y. Leon, Iberans. Hopefully I pronounced that not too badly. And Brussels Devils, that's a nice easy one to say. And also I just copied and pasted as well, says Hamish. So that is why it is in case, no worries. So what time will that game be taking place in New Zealand time? Do let me know. Anyone who is wondering, it was actually a 1-0 victory for Western United over the Brisbane Roar. So doing nicely there for themselves. And someone who didn't do too nicely, it was the Wellington Phoenix. He's got a, okay, so I think it is, I want to say it's called 7 now, I believe. Someone in Australia might be able to help me out here. Hamish Spencer, what do you watch the BBL on for free in Australia? Because if you use your VPN, you should be able to kind of get into it, and then you will be able to watch this game, hopefully, as well. And the light goal should be how many runs the first team gets us. I'll tell you what, it is going to be absolutely crazy how it goes. And also we have got there 9 p.m. for me, so 12 a.m. for you, Channel 7 as well. So it's called Channel 7, and the game is free to air on there if you have got your VPN as well. Good luck finding some cricket in the US as well. See Sebastian there, and also the light goal should be how many runs, although Matthew Wade at the moment is certainly ramping that up. He's going to make it tough for us by the looks of it, but that one now, that is the end of the 5th over, and they are sitting 64 for none there as well. And Sub-Hamish says Uncle Bill's and hey from Alley Hills, and also we'll search up 7 play for Wayne to be able to watch this game in the USA. And I guess that's a fair point for anyone else who does want to watch this game. If you've got a VPN, be sure to check out 7 Play and see whether or not you can get it in your region as well. But the partnership at the moment is 64 of 30 deliveries. Matthew Wade has 60 of those runs. And Darcy Short now has got the strike, and it will be Stephen O'Keefe who will be bowling to him. So this is a big moment in the game because Stephen O'Keefe, he was able to pick up 4 ones earlier on, 4 wickets, I should say. Just Moran to Macas. Oh, Macas, I assume that is, and also there you are as well, says Betty Wagon. Also my profuse apologies, my friend as well, says David to Kevin there. And now it is going to be Stephen O'Keefe bowling the ball in, almost an edge there for Darcy Shaw. And also we have got there, 7 plus, sorry, as well. Says Amos Spencer there. And also I told you I would be late as well, says Ali Hills there. But do let me know if it does work, Wayne, overall, whether or not it does end up letting you on for 7 plus. Stephen O'Keefe now bowling it wide outside the off stump once again. Going to be dragged down a little bit, but fielded in the deep by Tom Curran, keeping it to just a single. So now Matthew Wade going to be facing his first bit of spin that he has had to face in this game so far. They are showing Lloyd Pope. I wonder if he's in the starting lineup for the Sydney Sixers. I don't believe he is for this matchup. And also our birthday congratulations in order as well. They are almost 3 hours away from it becoming the birthday of Ali there as well. I'm also late as well. How's the cake? As says Betty Wagon there. O'Keefe drags it down. Nice little glided shot there for Matthew Wade. It was the outside edge, but it is going to be racing all the way to the boundary, and he moves up onto 64. Sorry, I missed everything. I just connected to my ExpressVPN as well, says Wayne. So it is called 7 plus. And pretty much on there, hopefully, you should be able to get access to it for the BBO. And also we've got that I'm watching on Foxtel. So for free to air, it's 7 plus as well. And what nonsense as well, says Game Lover there. And also we have got there, that would be tomorrow as well. And also good in the oven. And now Stephen O'Keefe going to be bowling this one. It's a little bit pitched up, and because of it, it is just going to be kept to the dot ball. They need more of those in this one as well. And search up 7 plus. Wayne Johnson there, says Hamish Spencer there. And the jab, Lloyd Pope, I should say, he is on the touchline for this one. Oh, it's a full toss from Stephen O'Keefe, whipped off the legs and out to mid-wicket to Jordan Silk, who was able to do some very good work in the deep for the last match. Hit the like button, guys, as well. Says Port Sudan, you heard the man. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back with the Perth Scorchers game up against the Adelaide Strikers. That one is starting pretty much straight after this one, if not a little bit of the overlap for it as well. But Stephen O'Keefe now going to be bowling that one almost. Getting Darcy short at the moment. Good change of pace. That's going to be the end of the over. And only the 6 runs off it for Stephen O'Keefe. 6 overs down and 70 for none. And also we've got their Cane Smash. And I think you're on Discord as well. Says David there. And also it was a red velvet cake. Says Ali Hills there. So a very nice cake indeed. But 70 runs already of 6 deliveries here. And also we have got there Abu. Hopefully I pronounced that not too badly. Welcome into the live stream. I hope you are doing well. And hi as well there. So I hope you are having a great day so far. We have got plenty of cricketing action that we are going to be covering. As Kevin back as well. Says David, not too sure. I haven't seen him just as of yet. And what's 11 UTC as well to your time, would you know as well? No, unfortunately, time zones aren't really my strong suit, I guess you could say as well. And also, we'll get there suddenly when I thought England was showing fight in the Test. Australia snatched the victory in style by 9 wickets in the first Test collapse, triggered by Nathan Lyon. How many wickets did he pick up in that second innings? Coding, do let me know. But now Dan Christian, he is going to be bowling to Matthew Wade. He needs to use all of the experience that he's got. Matthew Wade, though, gliding that one beautifully through the fielders. And once again, that one's going to be racing away to the boundary. This man can't miss time the ball at the moment, Matthew Wade. And I am these clubs as well, calling it now. It's game over as well. This is a taste of their own medicine for the Sixers. And also, they're still sick, says the tribe. So hopefully you are feeling a little bit better. 403 Test wickets for, of course, his name is Nathan Lyon, but he's called Gazza as well, and he has been doing very nicely. 4 wickets for himself and 2 wickets Gazer got, as well, says Adam there. And yeah, I searched it up. It's midnight for you as well, says Amos Spencer. So I assume that will be, unfortunately, overlapping with the Perth Scorchers versus Adelaide Strikers. But if they have got it on replay, hopefully I will be able to have a look at it. Matthew Wade once again, striking it nicely to the leg side, just hitting it out to the man in the deep silk for the single low as well, says Babu as well. So I hope you are doing well, mate. And do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who do you think will be winning this match? We did predict that Matthew Wade would be top run scorer. I feel like we have done pretty decently. 101 viewers and only 36 likes as well. Smash that like button, folks. Says David. David, you heard the man. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. We are covering all of the BBL as well. How did Sebastian learn about cricket so fast? I think he's just got one of those brains that, like, pretty much he's able to pick up information like incredibly quickly, because I've noticed that it sounds like he's been watching it for about 15 years, but he is pretty much, I guess he started it and then he has just been able to absolutely nail it in terms of learning all the rules and being able to learn kind of all the history behind it as well. Hobart now as well, says Aiden there. And that, Hobart now, the way they are going as well, says Aiden there. And also we have got there, but there's one at 2 a.m. also as well, says Amos Spencer. So that will be alongside Toulouse versus Cardiff. So I could try and watch both of them as well. But the Hurricanes are sitting on 75, so that is why Aiden is predicting them to be able to win this one of those brains as well, says that fashion there. Yeah, I feel like that's a weird way of kind of wording it, isn't it? And it is Black Lions versus SDM, and it is at 2 a.m. for me as well. That one's going to be hit out into the gap by Matthew Short, or sorry, Darcy Short. He doesn't really have to go at a frantic rate here for Darcy Short, because they're already sitting at 76 off 6.4 over. Sebastian Grammer is from New Zealand, or which country? So cool guy in this channel as well, says Coding. It is actually, he's from Romania, believe it or not. I have all the symptoms of it. I just realized. Did you get a test? Do let me know in the Canes are giving the Sixers a taste of their own medicine from game 1 as well, says more cake. That's the thing. Both of these sides only hit around that 150 mark for their last matchup. Now, the moment Matthew Wade, he's just pausing. He's waiting for all of the fielders to stop moving in the outfield. But the strike rate at the moment, he has been going very nicely up against Dan Christian. He's got a strike rate of 184. And Amish Seba is phenomenal as well. He is indeed. And there goes 200 as well, says Aiden there. And the chat, and not good start. I'm already tired as well, says Betty Wagner. We've got plenty coming later on as well. Thank you, Coding and David as well, says Sebastian there. Matthew Wade sitting on 70 off 30 deliveries. That one's going to be the bouncer, and that's going to be the dot ball. So nicely bowled by Dan Christian. 6 runs so far off this over, and needs to try and close it out nicely. Yeah, I got a test as well, says Dwight. So hopefully that does end up coming back negative for you, mate. Fingers crossed for you there. But Hurricanes at the moment, I feel like 200's on the cards. Ladies and gentlemen, we haven't really had too many predictions overall. But how many runs do you think they will be able to get here, the Hobart Hurricanes? Do let me know. I will put the little star next to all of their predictions. I will read out who is the closest as well. Wade will to make 100, the first 100 in this BBL season as well. We hit hard by Matthew Wade down the ground to the man at long on. We have got there who will win today as well, says Mr. Popeye. Going into this match, I thought the Sixers, but now looking at how it is sitting at the moment, I'd say the Hobart Hurricanes are in a very good box seat to be able to go on and win this one. Okay, Wade as well, says more cake there. And also, that's really bad as well. I thought you were going to be up for at least these 2 BBL games, and I Aiden as well, says it was David there. Yeah, maybe he will be able to do so. The man, the legend as well, says David. And also is also at 4 a.m. for you as well for another game. So perhaps I will be able to try and watch it as well. So it is on a certain website, isn't it, to be able to watch those games. But do they let you see the replays after the matches, Hamish? Do let me know. But after the 7 overs so far, it is sitting on 78 for none. Although, sorry, actually, that is a ball ahead. So it does mean that Stephen O'Keefe must go for the single here of Matthew Wade. What's up, David? How you doing as well? It's going to be a nice shot. Well cut off, though, from Moses Enriquez, the skipper. And yeah, they do as well. So it will be one that I'll probably end up watching a lot of those games during the week, perhaps. And hopefully it's negative. I don't want to have it before Christmas as well, says Dwubs there. So yeah, fingers crossed for you, mate. for that to come back negative. But now Stephen O'Keefe once again pitching the ball up nicely. That's going to be the dot ball. Well bowled by Stephen O'Keefe there. And now we always got there. Who will win today as well, says Mr. Popeye. I'm going to, for now, say the Hurricanes, but I think Josh Phillippe will also be able to have a decent effort in the early stages. That's going to be another dot ball here for Stephen O'Keefe. His bowling not too bad so far, trying to really get that economy rate of the side down because it's currently going at more than 10 and over here for the Sydney Sixers, and they certainly need to change that if they want any chance of being able to win this game. They've got to find a way of slowing them down, but Matthew Wade doesn't look like he wants to slow down at the moment. Going to be the single run there, and then Matthew Wade does get himself another single there off the very next delivery. So currently sitting 7.5 overs down. We have got one more delivery here, 80 for none. They are sitting a low Amish. Bika, I was telling him today that the English were bad all day with 9 wickets down, and he asked me if I was drunk as well. Says 8 in there. That's a beautiful cut shot from short, and it does get him the single to close out the over, and now 81 for none at this stage after the 8 overs. And hi, bro, as well, says Dwubs there into the chat. I'll say stay with the Dwubs, and good, mate. Hope you're well, bro, as well. And the chat, but yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how many runs the Hurricanes can push towards. I'm going to say 194 is going to be the prediction, but at the moment they are just showing Nathan Lyon. He was certainly enjoying the conditions for the test match, bringing up 400 wickets for himself. Sydney Sixers, as well, says MD, for who is going to be able to win this match. How many runs do you think the Hobart Hurricanes will be able to get in their first innings? Do let me know. And will the ball be hit onto the roof of the SCG like we saw for Phillippe last week as well? And go Sixers, says Robert. And at the channel, they are certainly going to have to bowl economical for the next few overs. They're giving it to Tom Curran. He went for 20 runs in his first over of the power play. The power surge might not be too far away as well. It seems quite funny that Darcy Short is sitting on 8 runs, and Matthew Wade at the other end is just sitting way up there, sitting on the 73 as we are sitting now. And also we have got that Hamish. What do you think? Or what do you think? Do you think that was funny as well? Says Aiden there in the chat. In terms of, I guess, it is an interesting one because, that's the thing. Test match cricket can change so quickly as well. It seemed like England were going to be able to take this one to day 5 after they were going very nicely with Joe Root and also with David Milan as well. But unfortunately, they just ended up losing their early wickets. So there's Nathan Lyon, and also who was the pace bowler who got the most wickets, ladies and gentlemen? Was it Hazelwood or was it Cummings? Was it able to get England are embarrassing as well? Says Amy Spencer, now it's going to be bowled by Curran, and that is going to be a dot ball, something that he only had one off in his first over. Wade sitting at a 200-plus strike rate. What a man as well. And I say Hurricanes get close to 200 as well, says Robert there in the chat. And also we have got there in the chat, they have a team from Israel in this Europe Super Rugby Cup as well. Says Amy Spencer, so hopefully they do go all right. I know that they've got a few teams. If I'm thinking of a different one to that one, I know that they've got a team from Russia, a team from somewhere else as well, but I can't quite think of where it is. And also Cummins as well, says Aiden there, for who was able to take the most wickets. All right, but now Tom Curran charging in once again. It's going to be hit out to the Hobart Hurricanes end. Direct hit would have been gone there for Darcy Short, but they do miss a stump. Pat Cummins, 7 wickets, 5 in the first innings and 2 in the second as well. Says Sebastian there, okay, if push that subscribe button and smash like as well, says David. David, you heard the man. If you are new to the channel, please do hit that like button. We are trying to hit 100 likes on this live stream. We're trying to get ourselves another century, and we are currently sitting on 50, so we're halfway there at the moment. So I do appreciate every single one of you for being here. Darcy Short, he would have been gone if that one was a direct hit, but he does survive for now. And now Tom Curran, he will be liking this over a little bit better than he liked his last one because 20 runs of it. I can't find any fling as well, says Wayne Johnson. So did you look at it for the App Store or on a website? Wayne, do let me know. What I might do, I will try and do the same thing on my phone and see whether or not I can work it out for you while we have got a little bit of a stoppage during drinks. If you can wait 10 balls, I will try and get that all sorted out for you because I will have to turn on my VPN and whatnot if that is all right. But hopefully we will be able to find you one. It is going to be the white there from Tom Curran. So I guess 10 balls from now because of the fact the website as well, says Wayne. So it is called 7 Plus, I believe is the name of it for the Australian one. And you do have to have a login, I believe, I want to say, for you to be able to watch it. But that is pretty easy to be able to set up. But we will see whether or not we can find it for you in a very short moment. Tom Curran once again going to be charging in. It's going to be almost a little bit wide hit down the ground from Matthew Wade. This is looking like they are going to get the 2 runs nice and comfortably as well. Chris Jordan felt it as well, and still proud of Captain Root. He would have deserved a century, and he's broken that nice record as well, says Sebastian. So how many runs did Joe Root get in the end compared to David Milan? Sebastian, do let me know. And God, I can do that. I can do that if you have as well, says BBL there in the chat as well. But Matthew Wade at the moment sitting on 75 of 35 deliveries. The partnership up to 85 of 52. It's a little bit too wide from Tom Curran. He actually bowled quite a few. It's on 7 Plus and Foxtel as well there in the chat. Is the comment. I am quickly going to get up for my VPN one that I do use. And I will connect to the Australia. Hopefully it doesn't slow down my Wi-Fi too much for the early stages, but the predictive says that the Hurricanes will be able to get themselves 199 runs in this picture. It's looking pretty good for them early on. Matthew Wade sitting on 75 off 35 and 89 for Root and 82 for Milan. So they both fell over very early. Oh, that's a full toss from Curran. That one will be all right for him. And Matthew Wade feels like he missed out on a treat there. He could have definitely got hold of that one and maybe put it all the way for 6. He's already at 3 6s so far today and 9 4s, but did end up just missing that one. It was almost a slower ball, but it was also that full toss, which did well and truly mean that he was able to unfortunately just miss that ball by quite a bit there, Matthew Wade. And teams are from Georgia, Portugal, Netherlands, Russia, and Spain as well. And anyway, Amish Australia A-Test team have Mitch Swepson, Nick Madison, Mitch Marsh, Michael Nessa, Josh Inglis, Mark Stickery, and also Scott Boland. Have they been going all right? I know that they were going very well up against England's side, but I'm not too sure how they're going at the moment. And if he wants to watch the BBL Creator KO account, it's free for 14 days for new users as well. Do you have to put in a credit card or anything like that, Robert? Do let me know, but we will see whether or not we can find them an option to be able to watch the game for this one. I believe 7 Plus is the way to go, as in like a 7, rather than writing out 7, it is just the number 7. That's why I'm going to see whether or not I can get it happening for me. And the predicted scores at the moment, they are sitting looking like they're going to get around that 200 mark as well. Now it is going to be a strike of the ball from short, and he is at it all the way. Almost, it was just short of the boundary. So it's going to be the 4 runs. Karen needs a credit account as well. And also that's professional piss taken as well, says Sebastian there in the chat. And also we have got there, I'm so tired right now from only 3 hours of sleep last night, and it's in 7 Plus, but can't find the Big Bash as well, says Wayne there. One moment, we will see whether or not we can help you out with that one. So you are on 7plus.com.au. I assume you are. And now at this stage, they are just showing so far that Matthew Wade has been on absolute fire in the early stages of this one. Where would one find the Big Bash, I wonder? I can see why you can't find it, because I've just looked through as well, and I was not able to find it. Home Alone's on, though, if you do enjoy that movie, Macaulay Culkin, and that one. But we are going to quickly go BBL, and hopefully we will be able to find it for you. But searching the shows, I guess maybe is it 7 Plus Sport or something along those lines to be able to find that game perhaps. And they don't seem to have it there for this one, which is a little bit unfortunate in that regard. But yeah, if you have got a credit card that you can put into KO, you could get a 14-day free trial and then just cancel that before it's ended. Go to the sports section, wait as well. Says Hamish Spencer there, and it's on Channel 7 in Sydney Win. There, but now it's going to be hit out through the gap once again for Matthew Wade, moving closer and closer to his 100 here. And also, I don't understand Sebastian as well in the chat. And also, we have got there, and 7 Plus can't find the Big Bash. And also, we have got there, what did you name? All of the European Championship nations except Romania as well, says Sebastian there. And also, it's all racing. And the chat says Wayne. And also, we're on, where I'm on now, it's 7 Sunshine Coast for some reason as well, says More Cake. But he almost hit it all the way to the boundary for Darcy Short. That's actually his first boundary of the day that he has been able to get for himself. And it seems weird that he has been able to get only the 17 balls faced. And also we have got that, well, I forgot as well. And also Yo-Yo says for Jay there in the chat and going all out. As well says Prestige, he is indeed Matthew Wade. He is looking like he is certainly going to be able to push towards that century. It's a beautiful shot there from Darcy Short. Fielded nicely though by Moses Enriquez. He's been able to cut it off. It's once again a single though for Darcy Short, currently sitting on 14 runs off 18 deliveries, but he has been doing his job, which literally at this stage it has been just feed the strike to Matthew Wade and let that man keep on swinging for the fences, because he has been going extremely well in at the early stages. I am quickly going to see whether or not typing in 7 Plus Sport helps us out. Maybe, hopefully. Now it is going to be hit nicely down the ground for Matthew Wade, just for the dot ball though. And also, yes, Channel 7 as well. And I see, well, I can't wait for the Tri-Nations as well next year between New Zealand, Australia, and Argentina as well. See Sebastian there. And also, we have got there, and as well, confirmation report as well. WhatsApp me as well. Sees it for Jay there. So he is looking for some new friends if anyone is keen as well for it. But now it is going to be in the situation of Dan Christian. He's been bowling all right so far. And this matchup hasn't gone for a huge amount. And once again, it's going to be another dot ball there for Dan Christian to Matthew Wade. No English as well. The chat says Jay Hayes, and not just for the Perth Scorchers. They will not have Josh Inglis later on tonight, unfortunately for him. In this situation, I'm just having a look through, seeing or not or whether or not I can find the Big Bash for them. It doesn't seem like they have actually got the Big Bash on there. Unless, of course, I am just not finding out. I found the Olympics channel, which doesn't quite help us out. We have got there. That's however I meant as well, says Sebastian there. And also we have got the you win this time, says Sebastian there as well. Now it is going to be hit nicely by Matthew Wade out cover. We have got there. Could you put the actual game on, says James. Unfortunately, due to copyright, if we were to show any match footage or audio, they do end up taking it straight off YouTube. But the highlights will be on cricket.com.au for the YouTube channel straight after the match, or maybe around 12 hours or so after that match is finished. They will be showing the highlights of this game. So I heavily recommend checking out that as well. They are doing the Ashes for anyone who is curious about the Ashes as well. But now the Hurricanes, they are sitting on 94 off currently 9.5 overs. The final delivery before we get to drinks here. And they are sitting with a 64% chance of being able to win this game. Good day, David, as well, says Jay. Welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well for this one. I hope you are excited for their 2 games back-to-back that we have got of the BBL. Moses Enriquez at the moment. He'll be a little bit nervous holding on to his golden cap because Matthew Wade is on strike for a little bit in this one, or he has been on strike, I should say, with 41 so far and one. Someone's streaming your content on YouTube earlier too as well, says Robert Miller. Someone's streaming my content, says Robert, as in like on their YouTube channel. Do let me know, Robert. And g'day, and also we have got there, can't do that, mate. I would have no Kiwi lads as well. Said it was James David. Oh, sorry, I said James, but it is David there. And it's been same time since we've had a show the game, bro, as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, it seems to be like cricket overall seems to be a lot less, like, I guess, aggressive in terms of asking to see the game type thing. As I just tried signing up for KO and whatever, but said I needed an Australian number. Frustrating when trying to follow from the States as well, says Wayne. Does anyone have an Australian phone number that Wayne could possibly... Oh, no, but I guess that is probably... How do you get around it? I guess it's a tough one, isn't it? Trying to access the game in the US. I know that on cricket.com.au they will have the highlights, but I know well and truly that the highlights just aren't quite the same yet. It is a Chinese name as well. Says Robert, is there any chance that you would be able to work out what that YouTube channel is and kind of copy and paste it in the chat, Robert, so that I can check it out? Is it like doing any well or doing any good for them? And is it like the commentary side of it, or is it just like other videos? Do let me know, Robert. But now at this stage, it is going to be just the drinks break between these two sides. Current run rate of 9.5. They're doing extremely well here for the Hobart Hurricanes. Matthew Wade sitting on 78 of 41 deliveries, 9 fours, 3 sixes with a strike rate of 190. And also we have the hello, how was your day? It's done very well so far, mate. We were watching rugby last night, the Champions Cup, which was very entertaining indeed. And hopefully it does continue to be entertaining tonight as well. I'm sure we can ask for Tim names or Tim Payne's victim for his number as well, says Sebastian there in the chat. But at the moment, the Hobart Hurricanes, they got off to an absolutely incredible start. It slowly cut back down the last couple of overs. They have actually only gone for around that 3 or 4 runs. So that is going to be so important that they keep on going at that rate of really not letting it creep up too far at all, because if they want any chance of being able to chase this down, the Sydney Sixers, I think they need to restrict them to probably... I'm going to say they need to restrict them to 180 or somewhere around there. We have got a face in the chat from Depth and Brief there. I believe they are taking the power surge. Yes, they are. So they've decided that straight away. Well, no, as well, says Hamish Spencer there in the chat. 2 overs of the power surge now. They are going to have a good opportunity of being able to really get this one going, but short at the moment. He is sitting on 15 off 19. He will be on strike for this over. And it looks like it is going to be Dan Christian, or sorry, it's actually going to be Chris Jordan who will be bowling this over now. And it looks like they are just trying to rotate the field a little bit. That's the thing. With only 2 men outside of the ring, it's going to be extremely tough to be able to restrict Matthew Wade and also Darcy Short, who have been hitting the ball in all of the gaps so far throughout this game. Darcy Short just finding himself the 1 boundary. This is certainly the time where he will be able to possibly bring up 1 or 2 more. But now at the moment, the Hurricanes, they do not want to lose a wicket here during the power surge. We've seen so many times that the power surge can be the downfall of sides as well, depending on how it does go. But I believe for this one, Matthew Wade, he might be able to push his way all the way to the 100 inside of this power surge if he is lucky. But now it is going to be Chris Jordan steaming in. Well, this one, Dan Christian at the moment, he has bowled 2 overs for only going for 11 runs, which has been nicely done. But Chris Jordan straight away bowling the wide there. So he is going to have to bowl that one again. Just a little bit too wide from Chris Jordan. But the big thing here for Chris Jordan is he did go for 17 runs off his very first over of the match. And Tom Curran, he went for 20 off his first over as well. So that's one thing that the English players at the moment, they are getting put under pressure by Matthew Wade. But Darcy Shaw, he is sitting on 15 off 20. So the good thing for them is the fact that they haven't really been able to strike from both ends of the wicket as well. Don't you all know wicket easy as well? And there isn't, the BBL isn't on free to air tonight as well. Says Hamish, maybe it's not, unless it is the Perth Scorchers versus Adelaide Strikers game, maybe that they have decided that they will be going with. Or is it just completely both games are not? Which does seem kind of weird. Do they pick just random games every once in a while, Hamish Spencer, that they do show? I don't really know how the free-to-air works in Australia, because I know for Super Rugby they were showing up free-to-air in certain regions of Australia, and also for the NRL, they also were showing a couple of the games free as well. And also, we have got, sorry for saying the wrong thing the whole time as well, says Hamish Spencer. And he did yawn once as well, says Betty Wagon. Also, I'll check, says Hamish Spencer there. But now Chris Jordan, once again, he has only gone for the one run so far of the first two deliveries. Hurricanes are looking like 190 might be the bare minimum that they want. And also, we have got there Joel Paris, the birthday boy today as well, says Declan Brewster. He will be hoping that his side can get themselves a win. He will certainly not need to bat here for the Hobart Hurricanes unless something drastic happens in the next little while. Matthew Wade, he's hit that one high, he's hit that one long, and he's hit it all the way for 6 there for Matthew Wade, and now he moves up onto 84 of 42 deliveries. He's going at a strike rate of 200, and he is on fire at the moment for Matthew Wade. We have got there Dan, still no wicket as well. And that's going to be the 100 brought up there for the Hobart Hurricanes. 100-run partnership between Matthew Wade and Darcy Shorty, sitting on 84 of 42 deliveries. And he is certainly in form for this one. And that one straight away was going all the way for 6. Tried to catch it in the bucket there, but his bucket did end up getting almost broken there for that man. A 6 as well. And there from Sebastian. Hurricanes have activated their X Factor. And Lemonby replaced by Khan as well is the replacement that they have decided to go with there. So they will be changing that one a little bit later on in the matchup. So that's actually, they've decided that they won't need Tom Lemonby for the batting side of it. So because of the X Factor rule, it does mean that they are allowed to switch him, and they have gone instead now with Khan, who will be brought in for that one as well. We have got the, I called it first 100 this BBL. It's going to be Wade as well, and Wade smash as well. Says Jay there, and Wade is a sweet as well, says Prestige. And both games aren't on free-to-air as well. Says Hamish Spencer, and if you catch it in the hat, you get free KFC for a year as well. Says, I don't know, I can understand why he tried to do it then. I would absolutely love free KFC. Imagine me and George having free KFC for the year. I feel like that would be a very expensive venture, because the car would end up having to cost a lot of petrol to keep on going back and forth to Timaru, which is a half an hour away. But it is once again going to be the single for Matthew Wade, moving up onto 87 with the run rate for the team currently sitting at around that 9.7 mark. We have got there, they should be accessible to America, NFL, NBA, etc. It's always so accessible to the rest of the world. I agree. They need to find a way of definitely, if I believe the USA, they're going to be hosting a Cricket World Cup soon, aren't they, in like a few years, or maybe about 10 years' time. So I feel like it's a perfect time to try and kind of promote cricket in the US as well, leading into that competition, so that it does have a few more eyes on it as well. Darcy Short there. And with the dot ball to close out that over, Chris Jordan ends up going for the 11, but probably not too bad overall for Chris Jordan there. 105 for none at the moment for the Hurricanes. Free zinger boxes, hell yeah, as well. Says it was JA's, and also we've got the Iron back 31 minutes live stream, 31 or Ireland 7 went to the All Blacks 7 as well. But the Big Bash tomorrow will be on free to air, so that will be the game between, I think it's actually Melbourne Stars versus Sydney Thunder again, if I'm not wrong. Got 100% there, as said high, and also we have got the 150 for 3 as well, says Nov Mum. So that would mean that they do slow down big time in the second innings. And also we have got there, I caught Wade's ball in my bucket as well. Sounds a bit dodgy though. It does a bit, yeah. And at the moment, Matthew Wade, he's certainly given the crowd plenty of opportunities. He's sitting on a total of 4 sixes so far. We have a channel called Willow, but it's extra if you have cable, and it shows BBL games sometimes as well, says Wayne Johnson. See, that's the thing. When they have shows the games, sometimes I feel like that makes it very tough for people who do want to watch the games when you don't know whether or not it's similar to that free-to-air TV in Australia, how it's like, is it going to be on, or am I going to miss out on it as well? And it seems like surely it's either like you should show all of them or none of them type thing. Tom Curran, he's going to the boundary once again. Matthew Wade hits it hard, and that is going all the way for 6. And Squirrels, no, as well. And goodbye to the USA. Even have a cricket team, I believe they do, but I don't know how well they go overall. But I believe I heard someone say the other day that the USA are going to be hosting a Cricket World Cup at some stage soon, or they want to anyway. But the next one, it is going to be in Australia for the T20 World Cup next year. It's going to be struck beautifully by Matthew Wade. Hits it hard, hits it for another 6, and that's another chance in the crowd for someone to take a catch. 5 sixes so far for Matthew Wade. He's actually got half as many 6s as he does 4s, which is absolutely incredible. They don't show BBL games on free-to-air on Saturday nights as well. Says Hamish Spencer there. Next man will be Tim David as well. Says depth and brief. Yeah, pretty much. Or I wonder whether or not they will put David in, or whether they go with Caleb Jewell or Hanscom perhaps. And hi, mate, as well. Says Johan, welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well. And I hope you are excited for this game. Matthew Wade once again strikes it hard. He's out this time. And Matthew Wade, he has lost his wicket on 93. So close to that century, but Matthew Wade goes on 93 off 45. And that is a massive breakthrough wicket that they definitely needed. I mentioned about the power surge. It can be the downfall of a batting lineup as well as a positive for them, and that is Matthew Wade gone road to 10K subs as well. Says Ryan, exactly right. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Matthew Wade struck that one decently. It went out to mid-wicket though, and they did have the man back there. Jordan Silk safe as houses under that one, and also was invited to my friends for tea last night. We had KFC. It was drying overcooked as well. Says David, and also we have got there. I know he's all good to understand some good rugby on later. Hamish, my bet on winning Wasps and Let's Down Racing 92 to win as well. Says Kevin, so hopefully it does pay off you. And yeah, sorry about what happened a little bit earlier on in terms of that timeout. I know that it was just a complete mistake, like in terms of they didn't do it on purpose, as you are a very, I guess, a respectful fella in the chat as well. And also the NRL and Super Rugby also has a schedule on free-to-air in Australia. It's not just random as well. Says Amos Spencer, and also we have got the 2024 America and West Indies hosting the World Cup as well. Says Wayne Johnson there, and they'll say that man deserved a century. He certainly was striking it nicely, but he is on his way now. And Caleb Jewell will make his way to the crease to have 4 balls left of the power surge. And also we have got the curse of the yawn as well. And also there's Premiership Rugby today as well, right? As well, says Johan, there is not Premiership Rugby today, but we have got ourselves the kind of Champions Cup game, which does involve the Premiership teams, I should say. So the likes of Bath, they are going to be playing Leinster. And also it is going to be in that situation of Exeter Chiefs. They are going to be taking on Montpellier as another game that we will be talking about on the channel as well. Philippi has a lot of chew opening, or has a lot to chew opening as well. Says it was Aiden there, stepping away from the stumps, almost able to get Darcy Short out as well there, Tom Curran. If he was able to pick up both wickets in this over, that would be absolutely incredible for the Hobart Hurricanes in terms of that momentum. They are currently sitting 64% chance of winning this one, the Hobart Hurricanes. And we have also got the came so close, but no cigar as well. Says Paddy Wagon, yeah, he's working hard. He was close to being able to. That's the thing. If that ball went over the boundary, that was going to be once again sitting at another 6 runs, and he'd be on 99. Take care and go. The Canes off to the spanner on the other one, as says Jay. So we will see you later on. Hamish, ring George and tell him to buy you a sugar drink because you started to yawn as well. Says David, I feel like the thing is, George on the phone, I feel like I have no idea what he would say, and he would probably involve something that isn't so PG. But that one is going to be a nice shot there from Caleb Jewell, facing his first delivery and already getting himself another 4. Tom Curran at the moment, he is not happy. He's gone for 41 off 2.4 overs. He was able to pick up that wicket, but he certainly needs a couple more. And also, so it's Premiership Rugby and French Top 14 combined, as well as the URC teams as well. Johan is the 3 leagues that are all going together for the Champions Cup and Challenge Cup as well. Take care, JC Sebastian, and go Canes. And there, says Johan, and yeah, at the moment, the Hurricanes, they are doing very nicely in this fixture. They're already still keeping that strike rate of around that kind of 10 and over, or the current run rate, I should say. Caleb Jewell on strike. He's going to swing hard through the line. Going to be going out into the deep, and Jordan Silk will be cleaning that one up for just the single there. So now Darcy Short, he kind of becomes the batsman who, it's actually a very interesting stat here. Darcy Short is at the same amount of boundaries as Caleb Jewell, and Caleb Jewell has only faced 2 deliveries. So it does show just how aggressive Matthew Wade was being compared to Darcy Short, who was just willing to rotate that strike as well. We've got Giannis in the chat, as said, hello as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well, and hope you are excited for the double header that we have got ourselves today. The next game, Perth Scorchers versus Adelaide Strikers. We will be covering that on the channel as well. That's a shot down the ground from Darcy Short. Second boundary of the day for him. And now at this stage, Tom Curran, he closes out the second over of the power surge. 121 for 1 here for the Hurricanes. And also we have got there Purba in the chat, has said Joy as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. But that is a brilliant shot down the ground from Darcy Short. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. We are currently sitting on 72 likes. So we are doing very nicely indeed, working towards our like goal of 100 as well. So yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. And we are covering all the games of the KFC Big Bash, including that Perth Scorchers versus Adelaide Strikers game. Like I mentioned just before, don't worry though, the South African sides won't reach the Champions and Challenge Cups as well. says Sebastian there, because I know that they can't this year, but they are allowed to qualify next year, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So it will be interesting to see whether or not we do get to see, like, imagine the Sharks or someone in the Challenge Cup. Like, I don't know how they would go, but it would be very interesting. Well, Tom Curran, manager bowling as well. Manager bowling says it was MD, and also we've got there. What's the odds of Rashid of the Rashid train to get a hat trick tonight as well? I think for any player to get a hat trick in that game is paying about $51 or something like that, I believe. I think that is kind of about where the odds sit for a hat trick to be got. And I wonder whether or not Rashid Khan will be able to get himself one. I remember last year, Rashid Khan and also Harris Ralph both got a hat trick in the exact same day of the competition. Dan Christian now going to be bowling it nicely, and that is once again another dot ball. He's been very economical in the early stages here for Dan Christian, but at the moment, 64% chance for the Hobart Hurricanes to be able to get themselves a win. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. It's going to be a tough chase down for the Sydney Sixers here. They're going to need Philippi. They're going to need Vince. They're going to need pretty much everyone in that top order to get something going. There is a guaranteed one South African team in the Rugby Champions Cup. There is a minimum of at least one team. It depends on how the rest of the teams finish in the table as well. Says Simon there. It's going to be on the stumps there from Dan Christian, lobbed over the field. And taken in a deep by Abbott as well. Okay, put 299 on someone to get a hat-trick later to no, Aiden, don't do it. Don't do it. And I was like, hey, so says Ali Hills, and also Hobart wins today. I would say putting $5 on it, Aiden, would be the better option there rather than 299 on it as well. I've got the AA and also, in the chat from 100%. Now, Dan Christian, once again, he is going to have this ball in hand. Only going for the single. I don't believe he's gone for too many boundaries at all so far, Dan Christian. By his bowling, he actually starts his run up pretty much right behind the umpire and then steams him wide. That one was almost hit in the, it's actually only gone next to this pitch. The cameraman got a little bit lost there. It did end up hitting the batter jaw and then also just hit it into his pads. Wasn't able to get it away to the boundary. And that one, it was a decent strike at the ball, unfortunately just cutting it on the inside. And they were able to scamper through for the single. So Darcy Short now will get the strike back for them as well. We have got there, Betty as well in the chat. And also we have got there WB and there, and Betty as well, says Sebastian there. And also YouTube taking the Kiwi, the channel and Kiwi down, or video down as well, says it Robert Miller. Interesting. I wonder what they were doing. Were they doing like the commentary with showing the actual game, I guess? Or what was kind of the go there? That's going to be nicely bowled and down the ground, and they are going to be able to get themselves just the single deciding against running for the two. And this is once again a very good over from Dan Christian so far. What do you think of the idea of a New Zealand team playing in the Big Bash as well, says Simon Hughes? I'd assume if it's anything like the kind of A-League, I think they would end up for a while basing the New Zealand team out of Australia, but then I guess it would be kind of cool, although it does mean that the rule of kind of like having international players, because I know that in the Big Bash at the moment, it's kind of you're allowed 3 international players playing at once. So would it be for New Zealand they're allowed 3 Australian players or somewhere else kind of playing at once as well? I feel like they'd have to make out or try and work out exactly how the rules would be sitting for them in terms of the rule around the foreign players being able to play as well. And why are they just goofing around with 9 wickets in hand? Just that man as well, says Sports Sudan. Yeah, at the moment they are sitting on 125 of 12.5, but they can certainly start to go for it once again soon. I think Darcy Short will be the man who really starts going bang, but Jill also sitting on 7 of 5. They were streaming your video with the scorecard over yours as well. Says Robert Miller there, and also we have their why. Or when are the All Blacks playing next as well? Says Ollie. That will be probably around July, I believe, or somewhere around there. It's going to be the slow ball from Kristen hit down the ground, just back into his hands, and that is going to be only 4 runs off that over of Dan Christian. Well bowled, and 125 for 1 now. They are sitting after 13 as well. I guess you've slightly made it in some regards if someone is kind of streaming your video as well, rather than just myself. Like normally it is just myself doing these live streams at random hours of the night, but if someone else is streaming it as well, I guess that's kind of weirdly weird, I guess you could say. And also we have got that call as well, says Ollie Wilson, but we have also got Super Rugby coming in only a very short while. So if you guys are new to the channel and you do enjoy a little bit of rugby, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Like I mentioned, it is hugely appreciated. Matthew Wade at the moment, he was able to get himself 93 runs for himself personally. I think in New Zealand, I should stick with the Super Smash as well, says Simon Hughes. Yeah, I feel like at this stage, it's probably the better option. That's going to clean up the wickets there. But Stephen O'Keefe, he is going to be striking. What about Hayes? The Kiwi lads' net worth around 1 million New Zealand dollars. Is it please? Is it please tell me, bro? You are so inspiring as well. What is Hamish Kiwi lads' net worth? It is certainly not $1 million, mate. Like you're probably taking about 7 numbers off that, although that would be 0, so maybe not quite 7. But I'd say Kiwi lads' net worth you're probably, oh, that's a good shot there from short, hitting it to the boundary as well. Nicely done by the Mountana Tauranga today. But I would say take about, how many numbers? Take 5 numbers off that. We've got $10 somewhere, I'm sure, for the Kiwi lads, for the KFC fund. But we always got there personally. I think New Zealand should stick with their Super Smash as well. There's some very good games going on in Super Smash at the moment, I've noticed. But Stephen O'Keefe now, that's going to be a good shot down the ground once again, just getting the ball hit straight back at him by Darcy Short. You'd start to think he doesn't like him too much, the way he keeps on trying to hit him with the ball. And now Darcy Short, he's just having a bit of a chat there with Stephen O'Keefe. But now he is once again going to be on strike here. Caleb Jewell, they are sitting on 130. Their projected score is still sitting somewhere around that 190 mark. Nicely bowled, and it is a nice sweep shot there from Caleb Jewell. They might be able to run for the 2, and they are going to get back comfortably there with that throw being just a little bit wonky. If you are that rich, where's my averages? Says ain't it exactly right? I guess, like, that's the thing. I don't know where that number came from. Like, if we actually, I don't think we've got a Google page or a Wikipedia, surely. But yeah, that number is certainly false. If that was the case, it's going to be the sweep shot. He wasn't quite able to connect there for Jewell, but he did still have the foot play, so it wasn't a stumping. Kiwi lads, Keelan says hi as well. Welcome in the live stream, Keelan. Do let me know how many runs, ladies and gentlemen, you think the Hobart Hurricanes will be able to get in this matchup. They are sitting on 132 at the moment. Do you think they can get the 200? Or do you think they will be just short? I think I predicted 194 for myself. That's a swing of the bat there. Jewell hitting it slightly in the air, but it is going to be falling safe. Chris Jordan fielding it. And it is just going to be kept to the single. Good over once again from Stephen O'Keefe. Only going at 6 and over here for his side. And it is certainly important that he does have it for the final one as well. He's still got himself the golden cap as well for the most wickets taken, I should say there, because he was able to get himself in that position of getting 4 in his first match. No, I was just kidding. Just framing my own imagination of net worth as well, says Coding there. But yeah, pretty much maybe one day, someday, maybe we can get ourselves up to a net worth of the 7 figures. And Kiwi lads, I met Reed in real life yesterday as well, says Ollie Wilson. So that would have been pretty awesome for you. But at the moment, Sean Abbott, he's got a pretty awesome mustache for himself. I'm considering doing some sort of forfeit here because I haven't done one in a while and I am getting a little bit scruffy. So I should say for this matchup, if the Sydney Sixers lose, I don't want to do it though. And also, if you are new, make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated as well. Says Paddy Wagon, you heard the man. If you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are back for the Perth Scorchers taking on the Adelaide Strikers. That game has taken place directly after this one. It will be starting just a little bit before this game finishes, but we will be transferring straight over as soon as we physically can for that next live stream of it as well. But the Ashes at the moment, the first test has come to an end. It's a little bit sad in that regard that we don't get to see any more Ashes tests until about a few more as well. You said you have to do it as well. And hello, bro, as well. Says I love soft there in the chat, and go the Chiefs as well there from Ollie Wilson. Of course, Super Rugby Pacific just around the corner. Josh Ioane going to be at fly off without Damian McKenzie there. It's going to be a good shot there from Caleb Jewell. He's just striking the ball very nicely, even though, like, that's the thing. He fell over for that shot, but he was still able to do it nicely. And he says win as well. Says Barwin, and also Sydney comeback wicket must in the over as well. Says trading here. They certainly do need one from Abbott here. He's gone for 20 runs so far of his first 2.1 overs, but he is a talented bowler. We'll want to take that cap off Stephen O'Keefe. There's a day-night test that starts on Thursday as well. Says and so yeah, that is going to be awesome that we are going to have some more cricket taking place. And I believe while that day-night test is going, a lot of those days we don't actually have the Big Bash. So perhaps we will do a couple Ashes live stream alongside it as well. We have got the Ioane as 10 and Sam Kane as 7. Sounds good to me as well. And also wicket as well. Says Ardesh there. That's going to be Sean Abbott is in the air. Beautiful shot from Darcy Short. And now that one's gone to the boundary. He's starting to pick up from where Matthew Wade was able to leave off as well. We have got their WK in there for Adesh, perhaps saying wicket keeper is the option there. Of course, that is the abbreviation for wicket keeper. So he's saying Matthew Wade, he did well with 93 runs off the 46 deliveries. I'm sure that's what it was anyway. That's a good shot there once again from Darcy Short. Just able to tick over those boundaries. Now he's sitting on 4 boundaries for himself there, which is very impressive for him. Definitely because he hadn't had really any of the strike early on when Matthew Wade was just firing on all cylinders. Sean Abbott now bowling the wide delivery, and it is certainly going to be wide there. Now Sean Abbott, or was it a wide? I'm just waiting to see whether or not that was actually a wide or whether it was a dot ball. I think it was actually a dot ball they have said for that one for Sean Abbott. It looks relatively wide there. Was it called a wide? Was it called a wide? I don't think it was. So it is actually going to be the dot ball there for Sean Abbott, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And now he is going to be charging him once again. Sean Abbott, beautiful cut shot there for Darcy Short. Goes to the man in the deep. And it is just going to be for the single once again. And also, please don't spam, folks. Also, wait until Amish reacts to the delivery. Don't spoil it. Cheers as well. And the chat says Sebastian, and we also got 100% back again with a whole heap of letters. Yes, but K, F, B, F, J, F, K, F, L, F as well there. Abbott at the moment, he is sitting 25 runs off his ball so far. I love how it was. Please don't spam, folks. And then the next thing that Abbott is just spam. That's all we have got there. The Sydney Sixers win as well. Says a par one there for the chat. Now, Jewel is going to be on strike. Steps across, tries to hit that ball hard. Hasn't quite got all of it. And it's probably lucky because or else it might have been falling straight in the hands of Jordan Silk. Run out opportunity. They just take the single. Good throw from the deep for Jordan Silk there. 140 they have been able to bring up now. What are your thoughts on the India tour to South Africa for test match as well? Says Kevin, I'm looking forward to it. We might be doing a little bit of a co-live stream for the Boxing Day test match and also for that one that has taken place for India versus South Africa, although they're at different times of the night, aren't they? So who knows? Maybe we can try and cover a little bit of both of them. In that regards, to anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button because we have got plenty more cricket action coming on the channel. Also rugby, also maybe a little bit of everything else thrown in there as well for good measure. But Abbott now throwing this one down, or bowling this one down, I should say, and Darcy Short hits it out to deep cover for the single and score. Should be 190 plus, or else anything can happen as well, says Depth and Brief. Yeah, they will certainly from here, you would think, sitting on 141, anything under 180 for them from here is probably a little bit disappointing. I feel like I have the authority to do the do not tumble try label as well, says Sebastian there in the chat. And now Daniel Hughes in the deep. At the moment, both men ticking over at about that kind of 100 strike rate. 103 for Darcy Short, 109 here for Caleb Jewell. But so far in this innings, we've had 5 fours hit, 5 sixes hit. And then also for the fours, we've actually had 14. We do commentary for some New Zealand Super Smashes. It is also how can I watch Super Smash matches on digital platforms, some app where it is streaming as well. I believe if you've got a VPN, I believe with a VPN you can access it on... The thing is, I know that the games are being shown on the TAB here in New Zealand, but then you would have to sign up for a TAB account, and I don't believe you can if you're outside of New Zealand. So maybe you could try betting or sports bet, what's it called in Australia? Bet365, I think, are also possibly showing the games, but I could be wrong there. But it is one of those awkward ones that you probably do need an account to be able to watch those games. But the highlight should be on YouTube. 2 Cents Rugby says that you do some of the best commentary he's seen in years as well. There's Johan there, so that is very much appreciated from 2 Cents there, or Mark, as he is known as well. But yeah, one day we will have to try and get a video going between the two of us as well. 143 for 1 at the moment here. The Hobart Hurricanes are sitting, or the Hobart Hurricanes, as that has got it, because it has cut them off just a little bit there. But now Stephen O'Keefe needs to make sure he closes out this over, either with a wicket or also maybe just going for a decent economy. He's only gone for 6 runs so far of his first 3 overs. And like at this stage, Daniel Hughes is just saying about how they are trying to keep calm, talking about plans and trying to work out a way of getting these guys out. That's going to be a big hit down the ground. And once again, Darcy Short tries to hit the ball straight at Stephen O'Keefe. He's found the gap though, and that's going to be the 4 runs. I think Pat Cummins got off to the perfect start as his captain, as was a team effort as well. Says Kevin, exactly right. Picking up 5 foot in his first kind of innings as test captain is absolutely awesome for him. Boxing Day test New Zealand time. England versus Australia starts at 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. and India versus South Africa will start at 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. as well, says Sports Sudan. Because I'd absolutely love to cover test cricket, although one thing that will be my downfall is I talk way too quick. So pretty much if I talk at this speed throughout both of the test matches, or even just throughout one test match, my voice will just disappear completely, because we are going to be doing, in total today, I believe 11 hours of live streams or somewhere around there, and we are only in the first hour, so hopefully the voice can last. Can we trust Johnny Blaze not to bollock 2 cents during that collaboration as well, says Sebastian? Probably not, I don't think, in that situation. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. So that's going to be a good shot once again for the Hobart Hurricanes to the boundary, and Caleb Jewell now moves up on 16 runs off 12 deliveries. It's a 67% chance that the Hobart Hurricanes win this game from here, which is absolutely incredible, the way that they have been able to start this one. Matthew Wade, only 7 runs short of the century. Darcy Short now sitting 9 runs short of the half century. And it will be Caleb Jewell. It's looking like he might be able to push himself towards that half century as well, but it is a nice shot there. Going to kind of that backwards square leg region. Stephen O'Keefe full toss there, something that we don't see too often from him, maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure. And also we have got there, when are you going to do another live stream with the Rugby Guru as well? Easy go on there. Oh, that's a good question. I'm not actually too sure when the next one with Rugby Guru is going to be. We did a video on his channel a couple weeks ago. I believe it was. And also we've got your voices too fast for slow-paced test match as well. Game, you will be tired of covering it unless you slow down the pace of your voice as well. Says coding in 176 for 3 is the prediction from Novmum there. That is the end of the over now, and 4 overs left, 153 for 1 here for the Hobart Hurricanes. You might need to do a Big House Sport have subscribe only chat as well. Says Simon Hughes, I have considered it in the past in terms of enabling it, although normally with the fact that we have got quite a few moderators here, because some of the games, it seems to be we don't have as many, like rugby. Recently, we haven't really had too many overall. And what are your thoughts on Ben Stokes' no ball as well? Says Kevin Thomas. Someone was saying that he bowled about 4 in their innings, but I didn't really get to see it too much. And also, I bet the fast bowlers envy Hamish's talking pace as well. And that is my final score as well. And Paddy Wagon has said 189 for 2. Everyone else, be sure to try and predict. Dream 11 is the most popular fantasy platform in India. That's why I'm here to see this commentary as well. Says Depth and Brief. So who have you got in your Dream 11? Do let me know. And also, we've got the if your subs continue at this speed all of the time, you will surely catch up with the subs of Forever Sports and Rugby. Rugby Itch, deserves more subs as well. And yeah, we are going to be continuing our series with me and Rugby Itch, where we do try and predict starting lineups as well, which is a lot of fun. But Dan Christian at the moment, he has actually got the best economy rate out of any Sydney Sixers bowlers. That one's gone for 6 there of Dan Christian. Sorry, mate. I did jinx you big time there. But it was a brilliant shot from Caleb Jewell, who now moves up onto 23 of 14 deliveries. They just keep on going here. 71% chance of the Hobart Hurricanes being able to win this game. Caleb Jewell just stands his ground, strikes the pose, and hits that one out mid-wicket way for 6, which is more runs than Dan Christian has averaged for his first 3 overs so far. It was a brilliant shot once again. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. Our like goal was 100 likes as well, and we are getting closer and closer. That's a wide ball from Dan Christian. Shot from Joey. Could have left it for the wide, instead just ended up dabbling the bat out at it, and he was able to hit it down to the third man boundary. He picks up another one. 200 is definitely on the cards here for them with a current run rate of 9.98 as well. But yeah, anyone who hasn't already, be sure to predict how many runs you think the Hobart Hurricanes are going to be finishing. I predicted 194 was my prediction here, and we've also got Paddy Wagon with 189, and also Novmum has got there with 176 as well. But now it is going to be Caleb Jewell still sitting on 27 off 15, going at that strike rate of 180. And Darcy Short, I'm wondering whether or not this is one of the lowest amounts that a player has actually opened the batting, but only faced 37 balls. It's a wide ball from Dan Christian there, and he is going to have to bowl that one once again there for Dan Christian. So at the moment, the pressure is well and truly back on the Sydney Sixers. Their bowling attack is going to have to work extremely hard in the later stages. Maybe Sean Abbott is a player who will be so crucial for them. But then for the Hobart Hurricanes, they have got Nathan Ellis, Joel Paris, Tom Rogers, and also they've got Lamashane. And also I did see that they brought in Khan for this one because they decided that it would be a good idea to try and have him in there as well in that lineup to give them a little bit of an extra chance with the ball in hand. I feel like it's too late to predict this, but I'll say 191. It's never too late, mate. We will go like that as well, and we have put a star at 196 for 1 is my final prediction as well, says Robert there. And also we have got there, let's get to 100 likes as well, says Johan. You heard the man. If you haven't already, be sure to leave that like. Dan Christian at the moment, he has gone for 12 runs off the first 3 deliveries of his final over of the match as well. Just looking through at the economy rates, the best economy rate is actually sitting at Stephen O'Keefe, who did finish it with an economy rate of 7.5. Hayden Kerr only actually going with the 1 over so far, but he did only go for 8 runs in that over, so perhaps he gets another one in the closing overs of this match as well. But now Dan Christian, once again, he runs quite wide of the crease for his delivery of the ball, and it is going to be hit down the ground. Caleb Jewell, he wants it as well. They're going to be taking it on, and he does get there nicely. Good running between the wickets for Caleb Jewell and the Hobart Hurricanes to now continue that track towards the 200. They are sitting nicely with the current run rate of 10 per over. They have been continuing at that rate pretty much for the whole match. But Caleb Jewell, he turned extremely quickly. He said yes straight away, and he was able to get through relatively comfortably as well. Did have to dive still just to make sure. But 73% chance for the Hobart Hurricanes to be able to go on to win this game. Darcy Short sitting on 43, and he is on strike at the moment now to Dan Christian. Strikes it nicely down the ground. Dan Christian, okay, Dan Christian almost ended up making Darcy Short do a hammy there, trying to get his foot back in the crease. Ended up almost doing the splits as well. 193 for 4 as well, says Depth and Brief there for the prediction. But it was nicely done by Dan Christian. That is about the 4th time that ball has been hit back to him in the last kind of 10 or 15 balls, but throws the ball and was able to hit the stumps with it as well. Darcy Short just gets the foot back, but he had to, or else he would have been out as well. 195 for 2 as well. And Tom or Tom Curran, sorry, 15 economy, Chris Jordan 13 bollocking out as well. Just imagine, yeah, not a good day for the two English seamers at the moment for the Sydney Sixers. I'm wondering whether or not they do get any more overs in this one as well. Dan Christian, another wide bolt, just ended up falling away to the right-hand side there. He does start from very much so behind the umpire and then goes right across. So maybe he does end up just losing a little bit of that balance as well. Who's got overs left to bowl for the Sixers? So far here, they have got Sean Abbott still got one. Tom Curran also has one. Hayden Kerr's got three. Chris Jordan's got two. And then Dan Christian is just bowling his final one here. So they've got Abbott, Curran, Kerr, and Jordan as their options for the final 3 overs of this matchup. They've already taken their power surge here as well for the Hobart Hurricanes, where they were able to get around that 20 runs, but also Matthew Wade, they did lose his wicket there. Slower ball there from Dan Christian. Hit deep, hit for 6, and Darcy Short now moves up onto 49. It's not the way that Dan Christian would have wanted to close out his over. It's in 174 for 1 here of 17. This is looking like an absolutely beautiful batting surface because we did see the Sydney Sixers. They were able to bring up 215 in their first innings of the season there at the SCG, but Dan Christian was the slower ball. Change of pace, it was in the end. Unfortunately, Caleb Jewell actually, who was on strike there, was able to strike it nicely, although they've got Caleb Jewell there on strike for this one. But they did give Darcy Short the runs. What's happened there? Okay, no shot. Sorry, they were showing an earlier ball, but Darcy Short now was the one who did it. 100 likes as well. We're already gone good, Robert. I'm with you as well. Says trading hunting there. And at the chat as well, news came Williamson will be out of the summer for 2 months in the absence, which will be a suitable captain for the Black Cats. Tom Layson versus Tim Southee. Your opinion? I would say I'd probably, just because he has got that little bit more experience as captain, only from the T20s, I'd say Tim Southee, I guess. But then saying that, we've seen with Pat Cummins, he did very nicely to be able to get himself a few wickets when he was Test captain. It's a different story, though, with different seamers having to be the captain, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes and who they do decide. 102 likes, says Robert as well. And also, if the Sixers chase this target down, they are really the gods as well, says Sebastian there. And also, have they used the power overs? They did indeed. They used them straight away. They went with the 10th over and the 11th over, or the 11th and the 12th, sorry, was when they took up. And now it is going to be Chris Jordan once again. He has gone for 27 so far of his first 2 overs. Going to be down the leg side. Beautifully played there for Caleb Jewell. Just quick hands, able to get that one. Just a little bit of bat on it, and that is going to be the 4 runs once again. He is moving towards his half century as well. He's going to be sitting on 32 of 17 deliveries. This is looking not ideal for the Sydney Sixers. 103 likes as well, says Johan. Normally, our light goal is to try and chase down the amount of runs that the first team sets, and this will be an extremely tough one if that is the case. So be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, if we are going to be chasing down the 200. Chris Jordan now stepping back across there. Joel hard with the ball, and it's going to be the dot ball. Crucial dot ball as well. They need more of those in the last couple of overs. The run rate is sitting at 10.3 at the moment here for the Hobart Hurricanes, and they are doing absolutely phenomenally to just keep that going. Like, that's the thing. They've had many batsmen make their way to the crease in terms of that could have easily just kind of, I guess you could say, just kind of tap it along and not really try and be aggressive. But Joel has gone out there sitting on 32 of 18. Darcy Short now moving up nicely on 49 of 40. Every single batsman for the Hobart Hurricanes has hit themselves a 6 in this one. I like to think, I think the 1.5 century target is decent as well, just like yesterday as well. Says Sebastian, it does sound good indeed. That's a shot there from Caleb Jewell. Goes away to the boundary. That's another one there for the Hobart Hurricanes. Man, they are playing well at the moment. Darcy Short is a bit slow. A nice scoring game as well. I think Sydney will have good fight in the chase, and it's so good batting pitch as well. And Pokemon Unit is back as well. Welcome back to the live stream, mate. We have got all of the emojis once again there. So, yeah, I think we will set our light goal first of all of the 150, see whether or not we can get there. But it was a nice shot there from Caleb Jewell, just hitting it out through the offside. Deep cover was not there for that one. It was more out point way, and Tom Curran not able to cut it off for another boundary. Jordan at the moment, 2 boundaries so far in this over. Big swing from Caleb Jewell, steps across for it as well, and it is going to be the dot ball, but he knows that he possibly may have swung just a little bit too hard at that one, Caleb Jewell, but he's trying to hit the 50 before Darcy Short. At this rate, the last 28 balls, they have scored 57 runs here for the Hobart Hurricanes. That is insanely good at the run rate of 12.2 per over. There just hasn't really been a bowler other than maybe Stephen O'Keefe. And also we've got there a few breads on the channel and also a few food emojis as well. Do you also watch baseball? I've tried watching baseball in the past, but normally there is something else that has taken place at exactly the same time type thing. That's a slow ball there from Chris Jordan. Well bowled, going to be hit out to the leg side, out mid wicket way. They want to, and they will get it as well. Nicely done there by Caleb Jewell. He is very quick between the wickets. They're going upstairs, but I believe he is safe here, unless, of course, the bat has maybe bounced. Might be the only thing that will affect him here, but very quick between the wickets there, Caleb Jewell. Has he been able to move himself up nicely onto 38? We will have to wait and see. They're just going to be going upstairs to check this one just to make sure, but I believe Caleb Jewell, he was in nicely. Yeah, easy. Easy for Caleb Jewell. His hands were in there as well, not just his bat. And the batter is over the line as the call. So because of that, it does now mean that he is going to be absolutely fine. He had his forearms on the ground as well. He was actually well and truly in. Caleb Jewell got a very good technique when it comes to diving at the crease. And also we've got that, can they hit 200 as well? Says no, Mum. I think they will. The way that they're going at the moment, Caleb Jewell does not look like he's slowing down. He's sitting on 38 of 21. And if he gets more of the strike here, I think they might even be able to hit 210. They're trying to outdo the SCG total that was set by the Sydney Sixers last week, because that was the highest ever we have had at the SCG. I'm quickly going to look and see exactly how many runs that was. But at the moment now, Chris Jordan once again going to be running in, already going for the 10 so far. It's a good shot there from Jewell through the gap. And that is another 4 runs for Caleb Jewell. Everything is in the middle of their bat at the moment here. And Chris Jordan, he can't believe it at the moment, but 188 for 1. The Hobart Hurricanes are sitting after 18 overs as well. So the question of whether or not they can hit 200, I think it's more becoming, are they going to be able to hit 200 this week? Or sorry, off this over here, because they might be able to get the 12. So they got 213 there, the Sydney Sixers. So if they can get 214 here for the Hobart Hurricanes, they will have the highest score ever at the MCG for the BBL in T20. But Matthew Wade getting off to an absolutely brilliant start. 93 runs off 46 deliveries, 9 fours, 5 sixes. And then he was caught in the end by Jordan Silk, bowled by Tom Curran, who still has one more over if he does decide to use it, although he's almost gone for the 50 already in France. The favourites to win the World Cup at home. Home ground advantage play massive. Different and confident Springboks will defend World Cup as well. Or I'm confident Springboks will defend World Cup as well. Says Kevin, yeah, that's going to be a very exciting one. We have got their Hobart in the chat as well. Welcome into the live stream. I hope you are doing well. Matthew Wade at the moment, he did very well in the early stages, like I mentioned. Both Jewell and Short sitting in the mid-40s here. Short, 1 run short of being able to get himself his half century. Abbott going to be bowling the 19th over. Going to be wide, and it is going to be called as a wide. They've had too many of those today so far, I would say, for the bowlers of the Sydney Sixers. But saying that, when they are being put under so much pressure, you can understand why they're trying to get it just a little bit wider, even though everything out coverway has been hit for the boundary almost, the way that these two have been going. But Caleb Jewell sitting on 42 of... Sitting on 42 off 22, and then Short currently sitting on 49 off 40 as well. Abbott once again will be bowling this one. It's 2 straight. No, it's going to be nicely done. And it is a slightly slower ball, 119 Ks, and it is the dot ball there. And 213 the total was as well, says Robert. So yeah, they will need 214 to get the best total at the SCG in the history. I don't think they'll quite get there, because they will have a relatively economical last one. I'm surprised they've only bowled Hayden Kerr for 1 over. He only went for the 8 runs off his very first over, but they will probably more than likely give it to Tom Curran here for the final over of the match. They're going to be bowling it. Darcy Short hits it in the air. It's going to be lob in the field, and that is going to be the 4 runs. Darcy Short brings up his half century now, sitting on 53 of 42 deliveries. Very nicely done by him as well. So everyone at the moment, if Caleb Jewell gets a half century, everyone who has made their way to the crease here for the Hobart Hurricanes has got at least 50 runs. And everyone at the moment's got at least 42. Tom Curran's got at least 42. He's sitting on 46 here so far off his first 3 overs of the match. He was able to pick up that wicket of Matthew Wade, and who knows how high these guys would have been going with their total if it wasn't for that wicket. I'm thinking, though, I feel like they're probably speeding up just enough to be able to say that maybe it would be around that same, but 193 now the Hobart Hurricanes are sitting on. They are certainly taking it to the bowling attack of the Sydney Sixers, but he has been able to hit himself 6 fours, 1 6 there for Darcy Short. So far, it's been looking pretty solid. Good Yorker bowled by Sean Abbo, who does just lie down on the middle of the pitch at the moment. He is staying there on the ground. Was able to cut that one off, but Darcy Short at the moment, he hasn't really missed time too many in the last maybe 20 or so balls. He did actually have quite a slow start to the match. He did only have the 1 boundary at the same time as Caleb Jewell having the 1 boundary. But then from there, both men are both sitting on 6 fours and 1 6 simultaneously. As well, Sydney Sixers won 100% as well. Seth Kirill, how many runs do you think the Hobart Hurricanes will be able to get themselves to, mate? Do let me know. And also 210, says Johan, is it true that England got fined for slow batting as well? There's a rumour circulating. I haven't actually seen that one as of yet, but I guess will get you in a little bit of trouble for having the slow rate. That is a brilliant shot from Darcy Short with the little ramp, and it is going to be going for the 4 runs. The run rate is still increasing here for the Hobart Hurricanes, sitting on 197 now. This is going to be a tough one to chase down for the Sydney Sixers, but it will certainly be impressive if they can do so. The Hobart Hurricanes, 78% chance of being able to win this game. This is kind of, the weird thing is, if Sydney Sixers get bowled out similar to what the Melbourne Stars were, I feel like it's just that scoreboard pressure at the SCG has proven to be very difficult and try and chase down, but it was a nice shot once again from Darcy Short, who does now move up on 7 fours for himself so far. So he's actually got, in total, that would be 28 runs off fours and also off the 6. He would add another little bit to that. So he's got 34 runs off boundaries so far for Darcy Short, and you can actually get fined for not swinging hard as well. Says it was Sebastian, or I believe it's actually the case of slow betting, as in like they were taking too long for the overs to be bowled. I can't tell whether or not you are joking or not. There's Sebastian, but pretty much it is that case of pretty much going at too slow of an over rate, because they do try and aim for 90 overs in a test match per day, but sometimes it can end up only getting around that 80 or so, which is when the fines and whatnot start to come out. I've got a funny joke for you. Knock, knock as well, says Ollie Wilson. Who is there, mate? But now it is going to be Abbott. Final ball of his spell. Darcy Short hits hard. That's going all the way. And that is going to be another 6 there for Darcy Short. Now bringing up the 200 here for the Hobart Hurricanes. They are sitting on 203 for 1. They've still got an over left. Is the Westpac Stadium in New Zealand actually constructed for cricket? Because it looks like a cricket stadium as well. Says Johan, that's a good question. I'm not too sure what it was originally for. I know that it used to be called the Cape Tin, and also now it is called Sky Stadium. They have changed it a few times, and they were betting for a draw, but it's not legal, is it, as well? Says Sebastian there. I believe if it's too slow, you can end up getting yourself in a bit of trouble in terms of either fined or also losing a few points on the World Test rankings, because of the fact that if it does take you a little bit too long to get through, because pretty much they do try and aim for that 90 per kind of the days, but then of course rain and everything like that, and wickets does affect it. 200 with the 10-10. I think they will pass them for the 213. It's looking very likely at the moment for the Hobart Hurricanes, looking sharp in the early stages and also in the late stages. They haven't really had a quiet patch. I think I can think of Stephen O'Keefe was probably the only bowler who was able to really shut it down. This 50 that they got just there took 20 balls to be able to hit. The first 20 that they were able to get, or the first 50, was 21 deliveries as well. So they started extremely well. They finished extremely well in the middle patch. They have been doing decently as well. They're actually giving it to Chris Jordan here for the final over. I'm wondering why Hayden Kerr didn't get more than just the 1 over when he does have actually the best economy rate out of any bowler almost, other than the spinner, Stephen O'Keefe. Charging in, it's a slow ball. Caleb Jewell with the one hand, and it is going to be not enough power. He gets the wicket there. Chris Jordan and Caleb Jewell there out for 42 of 22. That was a partnership of 92 of 50 deliveries as well. And England players have been docked their match fee for the team slow over rate in the first test. The ICC Code of Conduct dictates players are fined 20% of their match fee for every over the team is short as well, says it Robert there. That was a massive shot there for Caleb Jewell. He tried to hit it just with the one hand of the 6. It was the slow ball from Chris Jordan. It went up and it went down, and it was taken there by the safe hands of Jordan Silk, who takes his second catch of the day. But that is going to be a good wicket for them. 203 for 2 here is where Caleb Jewell was out. I assume they will just send out Peter Hanscom, who will go absolutely berserk. He did in the first match up against the Sydney Sixers. He was actually the saving grace for the Hobart Hurricanes in terms of, okay, they've sent out David, I will just be quiet. What I was going to say, he was able to hit himself a few boundaries in a hurry, but it looks like now David, they have sent him out there. He must be able to hit a long ball as well, you would think. I would have thought Peter Hanscom might have gotten a little bit of a chance. They are asking, how many do you think they will need for their total here? 210. Will be very interesting to see how it does go. But we also got there, Cricket Australia just announced that, what I put there as well, says Robert. So have they been their whole match fee, or just the kind of, is it the whole match fee, or is it just 20%? Robert, do let me know. Now Chris Jordan once again running in. It's a slow ball once again. This could be Jordan Silk. No, it's in the gap. And it's going to be, well fielded by Jordan Silk. Just doesn't let easy runs away. 50 on as well there. Says Betty Wagon also. They were bowled out for 147. What were they supposed to do as well? Says Sebastian there in the chat. But 65 of 47 deliveries at the moment Darcy Short is sitting on. And he won't be able to quite bring up the 100 for himself, but he certainly has the ability. Look at that, Jordan Silk just stepping that ball back in nicely as well. And also, I agree, but they lost overs due to rain as well. And then another yawn save for the wickets. Next match as well, says Betty William Bass. And okay, I'm back again. Says Ali Hills there. Welcome back. At the moment, it's a massive total being set here by the Hobart Hurricanes. They're sitting on 205 to be able to get the highest score at the SCG. You kind of needed to hit that one to the boundary, but it was a good dot ball from Chris Jordan, whipping it through 143 Ks there for him as well. Welcome back as well. Says that Paddy Wagon there to Ali. That was very quick from Chris Jordan. I almost got him, but Chris Jordan, due to the fact that the last one, I think he only went through at about 119 Ks. So he's really able to switch up that pace nicely, Chris Jordan, when he needs to. And that ball, Caleb Jewell just ended up hitting it straight up in the air. He tried to go for the 6. Jordan Silk was underneath it. And that was the second wicket, Chris Jordan. Now, once again, slow ball. That's going to be big. And Darcy Short this time has hit it all the way. And they are going to be on 211 now. For the Hobart Hurricanes, they have got a massive chance of winning this game, that is for sure. They're currently sitting 78% chance. This will change very quickly once he does get that 6 runs added to the score sheet. A brilliant shot from Darcy Short. And now for them to be able to be the biggest score at the MCG, or sorry, at the SCG in cricketing for the BBL, they will need only another 2 runs or so. But now 76% chance for the Hobart Hurricanes to be able to win this match from here. And I believe it will keep on increasing, definitely, if Darcy Short does go bang once again. He moves up onto 71 of 49. That's the ramp shot, or he tried the reverse sweep type situation. I don't know why he did it. He should have just stood there and delivered like he has. England have been fined 100% of their match fees and penalised 5 ICC World Test Championship points for maintaining slow over rates in the first Ashes Test in Brisbane. David Boone fined them as well. Says Robert, okay, so they have actually lost 100% of their match fee. So that is pretty rough for them. But then saying that, yeah, hopefully they do end up getting through the overs, because I guess it does come down to, if there wasn't like ending so early, then those overs at the end could have been crucial for the test match. Luckily for this one, though, it wasn't kind of necessary for them. The next game, it is going to be played at Adelaide Oval, isn't it? For the day-night test, which is going to be exciting. You're welcome as well. Says Paddy Wagon now. It is going to be Chris Jordan, the final ball. Darcy Short hits a hard down the ground. It's going to be cut off. Can they match the best scorer at the Sydney Sixers, David Milan? He's going for it. The Sydney Sixers. It is going to be matched by the Hobart Hurricanes. 214, I call his prediction as well. Says Robert, very close, mate. In that regard, 213. In the end is how many the Hobart Hurricanes were able to get. Who had a prediction that high? The highest that we had was actually 195 from Johan, or sorry, 196 from Robert, who was the closest with it as well. So he is pretty good with his predictions, Robert. We will give him that. And also Trading Hunting said, good, Robert, I'm with you as well there in that situation for how many it was. But nonetheless, brilliant innings by them there to be able to get themselves up to 213. That is not an easy total at all to be able to chase down. And the pressure will certainly be on the Sydney Sixers here to be able to pick up a massive underdog win. Can they do it? That's a big question. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is hugely appreciated. You guys all being here. Rory Burns won't even get paid after he went out for a golden duck as well, says Sebastian. Although I guess it's one of those ones that maybe you get paid for the amount of runs that you did get, and he will feel maybe he doesn't deserve to get too much of that money there for that one, but he will be able to get himself in a decent position. How many runs did he get in the second innings? I'm just going to have a quick look here to see when he did go out there for the second innings. How many was he able to get? I'm going through the Ashes. 4 days, 18 hours away from the next Ashes Test match taking place. That's going to be starting at 5 p.m. New Zealand time, and that is why the Big Bash, a few of those days, we don't actually have KFC Big Bash on, and the reason for that is due to the fact that it would be overlapping with the Ashes. So that means that we might be able to cover a little bit of both on the channel as well. So pretty much in that second innings for England, Rory Burns, he was able to get, we've got the scorecard here, he was able to get 13 off 27. So at least he didn't get 2 ducks in a row, because I know how bad that must feel for him. David Warner actually last year did end up in that situation of really struggling in the Ashes, or sorry, the year before in England. Sure, brought out his number in 185 for 4 as well. Season of month for the prediction there in Adelaide Oval, correct. Then MCG, then SCG, then Hobart as well. Kiwi lads, that's how it goes as well. I did see that they have confirmed Hobart, which is going to be pretty awesome to see that one. That's almost, I'll say Hobart's going to be more of a spinner's surface, isn't it, Robert? In those later days, perhaps really getting some turn for Gazza. And also, I mean, whether or not they bowl Jack Leach, or whether they go with a different spinner, we will have to wait and see. And oops, we did both. Oh, we both did it as well. Says Paddy Wagon there in the chat as well. For I assume that is timing out the spammer in that situation who just said hello, okay, hi as well in the chat there for it as well. But nonetheless, Matthew Wade getting 93 runs of 46 deliveries there, 9 fours, 5 sixes, strike rate of 202. Darcy Short doing very nicely for his side as well. 73 runs off 51 deliveries, 7 fours, 3 sixes there in the life of a mod as well. And the Jazz says Bashan, and also then Caleb Jewell went out there, did very nicely for himself, 42 off 23 with 6 fours, 1 6 hit for him as well. So they just kept on going, and they have matched the highest score for the BBL at the SCG. And ironically, it was actually Sydney who were able to get that in the first week that they did play up against the Melbourne Stars. But the bigger thing here for me is Sydney Sixers. They will look at this as a challenge and go, if we can somehow do it here, means that we will be able to get ourselves a new record at the SCG as well. And also I rate former Australian captain Michael Clark, such talented batsman he was indeed. I remember playing as him on, I think it was about Cricket 2007, or maybe Don Bradman Cricket in about 2014. I think I was playing as well. That is true. Says Paddy Wagon. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to be the top run scorer for the Sydney Sixers and who is going to be the leading wicket taker for the Hobart Hurricanes. I'm going to say, with the fact that they've brought in Sandeep Lavashane, and also they have got now Khan there as well, I'm going to say Lavashane gets the most wickets for them as well. So does that mean Sixers get, or does that mean that the Sixers get out for 62? Maybe. Could be the case. And also I call the MCG a spinner surface in the test match and the MCG as well, says Robert. So what about Hobart? What pitch are they playing at in Hobart, Robert? Do let me know. I'm trying to think of what pitches they have got. Bloodstone Arena? Are they at Bloodstone? For that one, Blundstone, I think it is the pronunciation. Also, I vote for Roy Burns and Jack Leach to pay the fine. It's 100% their fault as well, says Sebastian there. Yeah, Specsavers, they will have to be forking up some cash there for Mr. Jack Leach, because he was able to get himself a sponsorship from last year's Ashes when he was cleaning the glasses every time from the sweat that was draining on them. But Ben Stokes, he will be open that he can get a partnership going with someone in a future matchup of the Ashes, because at this stage, if they get themselves in that situation of kind of one-on-one, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Australia do take their momentum back for the third at the MCG for the Boxing Day Test match. I've actually been to a Boxing Day Test match. It was Australia versus New Zealand. That result didn't go our way, that is for sure, for the Kiwis. But it was an absolutely awesome atmosphere having that as well. But from the 8th of December right through to the 18th of January is when the KFC Big Bash and so also the Ashes will be running as well. We should mention it's going to be kind of simultaneously, but there are a few days where we do not have any BBL action, and instead we might be covering a little bit of the Ashes as well on here. And yeah, it's at Blundstone as well, says Robert. I remember that one on Cricket 19. Me and Dad, we always found when we were playing the Big Bash on there, we could never score a massive total at Blundstone Arena. The ball just ended up kind of doing things off the surface, like kind of gripping. But I assume it's a little bit different in real life than it is in Cricket 19, of course. But yeah, we always found that that was the total, or that was the pitch that we always scored about 40 or 50 less runs on for our T20s, which we might bring back for Cricket 22 maybe. If that is something you guys want to see, we could do a little bit of the Big Bash on there as well when we have got those few days where we don't have too much rugby. But anyone who is wondering about the Cardiff versus Toulouse game, that is going to be kicking off at 2 a.m. We won't be able to cover that one on the channel due to the overlap with the Perth Scorchers game, but the next game that we will be covering will be Leinster versus Bath, and that is taking place in 6 hours. Our voice might be gone. We will be chatting all the way through, though. Who will win today, says Mr. Popo. Well, that's a brilliant question. The thing is, if it was any team for the Hobart Hurricanes that they were playing other than the Sydney Sixers, they would not still be sitting at only 77% chance of winning this one. They're saying it's a good batting surface, and the Sixers, Philippi, Vince, Hughes, Henriquez, that is the side that need to try and get this job done. They can't lose early wickets in it, and only if it's Joe Root cover version Avis as well. See, Sebastian, I think I actually do have the Joe Root cover because I did buy it digitally. So I have got Joe Root on the cover. So I feel like that might be allowed then. I could do the Ashes on there. Perhaps me and Dad, we haven't actually done any Cricket 22 as of yet, but we used to play quite a long end up kind of playing for like a few hours of the test matches as well. Do you remember the pitch invader of the New Zealand versus Wales rugby match? The guy had a name Javo on his back and number 69 on his back as well. Says it, Johan. I do indeed. He was there for the national anthem, wasn't he? If I'm not wrong, Javo. I think he's actually been at the snooker or something else. I see that he is still going to the different events as it is happening. But now, do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, how many runs are the Sydney Sixers going to be able to get themselves? I'm going to say top run scorer Moses Henriquez. He's going to continue going at the rate that he is. And then the leading wicket taker Lamashane as well. Who will win today as well, says Mr. Popeye. I think it's going to be the Hobart Hurricanes. I think it is going to be the Hobart Hurricanes. I think the Sydney Sixers, they won't do what the Melbourne Stars did, and they won't get bowled out for around that, like under 100, but I think they will end up getting around 190, but just won't quite be able to chase it down. But Australia winning that first test match by 9 wickets. Very nicely done by them. Javo has a YouTube channel with about 170k subs, and 19 was Joe Root for digital. I've got it as well. Says Robert Miller, and also we've got there, Javo might get himself imprisoned if he keeps on like this as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, he will have to be careful because I know that he has done quite a few different events. Like, I know he's banned from quite a few regions. In terms of, I remember seeing one a while ago, how they actually had a football game and they actually ended up making it get cancelled because they kept on running on the pitch. So the whole game between Spurs and someone was actually postponed, and they said, no, we're not doing this anymore. Go Hurricanes as well. Says Johan there in the chat. But now 77% chance of the Hobart Hurricanes winning this match. It's going to be tough for them, but Sydney Sixers, they have got a good batting lineup and they need the early wickets. We are currently sitting on 116 likes, so I don't know whether or not we will be able to do what our original goal was going to be in chasing down the Hobart Hurricanes, as we would have to get 214 likes for those. First of all, we will go for 150, so if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to check out the Kiwi Lad Sport channel if you guys haven't already. It is hugely appreciated, all the support you guys have been showing on that one as well, and we are going to be covering plenty of the, it's actually going to be the World Cup, I believe, the next big cricket one that we're doing. He sneaked into the stadium for the Rugby World Cup 2019 as a security guard, and he was successful as well here on Xbox Europe. We have the Joe Root version as well, sold as well, says Sebastian. So do let me know if you do enjoy that game as well. I know that it can be very exciting, Cricket 22, once you do get used to kind of the new mechanics and everything along those lines. But what I am going to do is I am going to put a link in the chat, and that is to the Kiwi Lad Sport channel. Be sure to check that one out as well. Be sure to hit that subscribe button because we are going to keep on going on that channel as well. And we are hoping to hit 1,000 subscribers probably by mid next year. Moses for 50 and go the Sixers as well. See Robert there in the chat. We will start that one and we will add that as well. So who's going to be the top run scorer? Is it Moses Henriquez or will it be someone else who is a little bit higher? Robert, do let me know, because your predictions so far have been pretty much spot on. And when are you going to play that game again with the crocodile called Guapo as well? Of course, Far Cry 6 we are talking about there. Hopefully very soon. My Xbox, I have been able to get it back and they have fixed it. So we should be able to get that going in a very short moment. Me and George, perhaps a few more videos going up on the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel or maybe the main channel. We will have to wait and see which one we decide to go with. But yeah, hopefully we do get a few more gaming videos out. Also, Dead by Daylight is another one that we are trying to get going in the Kiwi Lads Sport channel. Says Sebastian there as well. We're actually 2/3 of the way to 1,000 subscribers on that channel. Just over 2/3 now because it's gone up to 667. So I do appreciate whoever hit that subscribe button. And yeah, plenty more content coming on that one in the future. We did actually have to do the rugby on that channel for a few weeks due to a copyright strike on the main channel. And we always got there in the chat about Guapo. But I miss Guapo. I haven't seen Guapo for a while. I bet you haven't heard this in a while. Guess he's back again. Is he back, Delafriend? Welcome in, is he? Where have you been, mate? I hope you have been well in your kind of ventures that you have been up to. Are you watching cricket more than rugby at the moment, or are you more a rugby boy for the Champions Cup? Do let me know. And also, where's George as well? Says Johan, he has been extremely busy with work at the moment. He has been pretty much, anytime we get a fine day, he has been working for like 12 plus hours pretty much every single day. So that is why anytime it's sunny while we are in summer, he's going to be doing his silage. And 767, I just subscribed to it as well, says Robert. So thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated for all the support you guys have been showing. That one actually, it's gone up to 668 as well now. So you guys are well and truly helping us out there. And I snuck into a David Bowie concert in Wellington at security once. He rocked as well. Says that David there. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who will be able to rock the stadium. Welcome in, Izzy, as well there. Says Sebastian, it's great to have you guys back. That's the thing. I absolutely love seeing those names that we haven't seen in a while tuning in as well. Like for the occasional live stream, I should say, and just kind of popping in, saying hello. It's pretty awesome indeed. And Super Rugby just around the corner as well. And in South Africa, it's a summer holiday in South Africa at the moment as well. Sees that Johan there. So you have plenty of time off. And hopefully your exams that'll go all right. I know that you said it was going to be late January, I think it was, that they do announce when those results kind of come out. So hopefully you have managed to smash them out of the park there, mate. But the two games at the moment for the A-League, both sitting 0-0 for anyone who was wondering about that. Adelaide versus Melbourne victory, and West Sydney Wanderers taking on MacArthur. The Phoenix losing 4-0 in the A-League. And then the game tomorrow, Central Coast Mariners taking on Sydney FC. That will be tomorrow night. But at the same time as that game, it is going to be the BBL, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have the game between the Thunder and the Stars, the rematch from only yesterday. We do get to see it once again, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you do want to tune in for that commentary, which is kicking off at 9:15 p.m. for that game on Sunday. Then on Monday night, we have got the Brisbane Heat taking on the Melbourne Renegades. Tuesday night, Hurricanes versus Scorchers. Wednesday night, it is going to be the Stars taking on the Sixers. And then the next time that we do get a game, it is going to be on Sunday. So we've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then back for Sunday is when the next one is. The longest holiday in New Zealand is in June, right, as well, says Johan. We actually do have Christmas holidays as our longest, so we pretty much have 2 weeks in between terms for the first term and the second term, 2 weeks in between for the second and third, 2 weeks in between for the third and fourth, and then after the year, it is in that situation of you do end up with 6 weeks off until you go back in kind of early February, late January, and Sixers will win as well. In the chat says, Mezia, how many overs do you think it will take them to be able to get the runs? Do let me know. Josh Phillippe, for a big score to show why he wasn't in the Aussie side as well, says it was there from Robert. Yeah, I'm hoping Josh Phillippe. I mean, last time he did hit the ball on the roof of the SCG, and they will be hoping that they will be able to get themselves towards a massive total. They know that the pressure is really going to be on. You can't afford too many slow overs, because I believe the lowest live stream, or sorry, not the lowest live stream, the lowest over that they have was probably around that 7 or 6 or so of Stephen O'Keefe. And also we've got there do a live stream on WWE sometime as well, says Joe. I mean, the Royal Rumble, it is coming up very soon, so that could be an exciting watch. And Sixers lose today as well, says Cesar. It is certainly going to be tough for them. 77% chance for the Hobart Hurricane. Who is Steve Stiff playing for? As well, says Johan, normally he would be at the Sydney Sixers, but at the moment he's with the Australian Test side, so that is why he is not going to be there for this one. And our Sixers are going to get a 62 all out for Karma as well, says Betty Wagon. Imagine the scenes for the ECG. They would not be too happy if that was the result, but we will keep you guys updated in terms of how many runs they are going to be sitting on compared to how many runs the opposition and the Hurricanes were sitting on at the point. And also Oz as well, says Mark, and also he's in the Test side, says Robert to Johan. But now the Sydney Sixers making their way out to the crease. James Vince, his highest score is 98, not out. Can he go a little bit higher and get themselves the 100 here? As well, when I was at school and I had 3 terms, May, August, and Xmas holiday as well, says Novmum there. So I guess, was it 3 weeks for each of the breaks, Novmum, or was it still only 2 weeks? Let's do the Royal Rumble and predict each time who's the next entrant as well, says Sebastian. That could be actually a lot of fun on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel, perhaps, because I don't know how the copyright goes for WWE, but that could actually be a very good idea, Sebastian. Royal Rumble coming up extremely soon. Anyone who does want to check that out, when we do end up possibly covering the Royal Rumble, that is a link to the Kiwi Lad Sport, and we are going to be over there on that channel doing that one. I want to do more UFC as well, but I haven't really been able to get my sleep schedule right to be able to watch the UFC alongside the amount of live streams that we have been doing in the middle of the night with the amount of rugby that has taken place at the moment. Josh Phillippe there has 51 matches under his belt. He's 24 years of age, almost brought up 1,400 runs so far, and he has got himself 11 50s. His best, 95 here. So that is going to be important for him to get going. And what's Moses' high score as well, says Robert. That's a very good question. Once they do lose that wicket and they send out Henriquez, I will let you know, because I'm not actually too sure what it is up till this point for Moses Henriquez. In fact, maybe I can work that out quickly. We will go like this, and we will go like this, and we will find Moses Henriquez. His best score, does it tell us? Okay, for his T20 internationals it has got. Okay, it's not going to tell me. So we have to wait until he is there on the crease. It's decided that it doesn't like McHugh Sport Channel as well. And they're from Sebastian, but I assume it would be around that 90 or so. But now it is going to be David who will be opening this bowling here. Oh, it's going to be a chance at a catch, but it is falling short there. And Josh Phillippe just surviving for now. But this is going to be a big one. They've decided that they do want to go with David early on in this innings, because I guess that's that situation of, if they go with David, it does mean that you've got possibly that potential of it being able to kind of slow down the ball off the bat here for the early stages. But Tim David once again bowling it. Josh Phillippe tries to hit it hard out through cover. It's gone straight to the man. Bit of a misfield there. And they are just taking on the one. So he gets off the mark in 2 weeks in May and August. We had 3 weeks in August for secondary school. There was also a midterm break in term 2 around July for a week, plus the normal Easter as well, says Novan. So they've really, I guess you could say, they've changed the system quite a bit over the years. It's like how the other day, I think it was actually at the Christmas do for my mum's work, they were talking about the age that kind of has changed for being able to go to the pub and that kind of thing. But now Tim David once again, James Vince, nice shot there, straight to the man though. Doesn't go through the gap, and that is going to be the dot ball. That will be a big difference here in this game compared to the Hobart Hurricanes in that first innings, I should say. Do you like surfing, Amish? Says Kevin. I haven't actually ever been surfing. I've been paddleboarding, and it was a lot of fun. So perhaps I will try out surfing one day. I feel like my coordination would let me down, though, for that one arm ball there from Tim David. But yeah, pretty much the Hobart Hurricanes, anytime they hit that ball in the first innings, it went through a gap. And this one now, this one here, I should say, for the Sydney Sixers, it's going to be so important that they keep on trying to pierce those gaps, because if they hit it straight to the fielder, that is a possible 4 runs that you are missing out on. Tim David bowls it slowly, and Josh Phillippe once again going to be working it off for just a single. Very good over so far from David, bowling 5 deliveries, only going for the 3 runs here. so far. And anyone who is wondering, the Perth Scorchers, they will be taking on the Adelaide Strikers as the next game that we are covering on the channel. So be sure to check that out as well. It is going to be coming directly after this one. The games will overlap just a little bit. Do you know that Gareth Mason, the live stream with Squid Rugby last year, that was epic as well. That's a nice shot there from James Vince, but straight to the fielder once again. Like I mentioned, it has been going straight to the men, and now the Sydney Sixers only have a 19% chance of being able to win this game. Good over from Tim David. Very quiet one for the batsman. We're sitting on 123 likes as well, so thank you all very much for hitting that like button. It is hugely appreciated, you guys all being here for this live stream. And also we have got there, do you like skating as well? Says Johan, I think skating is a little bit similar to surfing. I haven't actually really been properly skating. Like I was one of those children that like at school, it seemed more intriguing for me to sit on the board and have someone push me around like the court rather than standing up on it. Like I feel like I watched probably Cool Runnings just beforehand and thought I was in the bobsled team, just kind of trying to lie down on the board while I was getting pushed around the place. Also, it's so fun. Always scared, but watch Below Sharks as well. Says Kevin, yeah, that is one factor I feel like that might change my mind. I'll probably go on one of those fake surfing machines, you know, the ones that just push the water straight through. But after the first over in the end for the Hobart Hurricanes, they were sitting a lot more comfortable than these guys are here because they had 9 runs off the first over. The Sydney Sixers only sitting on the 3. Joel Paris, the birthday boy, as we found out a little bit earlier on now, he is going to be running into bowler Philippi. Pitches it up, Philippi trying to scoop it down the ground, and they are going to be taking the single. But once again, it is going to be a very good delivery from the Hobart Hurricanes. 20% chance for the Sixers to be able to win this match. But it is going to be interesting to see whether or not they can do so. Having a bit of a chat there, Joel Paris and Josh Philippi perhaps tries to hit him over onto the roof like he has a couple other times. He did just try and scoop the field because they will need, that's the thing, the power surge here. The second over of the match for the Hobart Hurricanes, it went for 20 runs. And I feel like that is extremely tough to be able to top. But after the power play, they were sitting on 54 for none for it as well. We have got there in the chat. Let's do the women's serving competition as well. Says Sebastian, maybe we could do the Kiwi Lad Sport. I feel like will just become the randomest, random things that we can find as well. I do play a bit of corner, so perhaps we could do a bit of corner on there. It's going to go through, and that's going to be the first boundary of the match there. And it's nicely hit by James Vince. There we got New Zealand in the chat as well. No spam as well. Says up more cake there, but James Vince finally able to get that first boundary of the match there, and they will need to keep on going here for the Sydney Sixers. 1.1 overs down, but it will become 1.2. And it was hit nicely by James Vince. Just hits it through the gap at kind of a backward mid-wicket there. It's going to be so important that they keep their foot on the gas. I keep on saying how important it will be, but that is just a known fact at the moment. They need to just keep going here for them to get a chance of winning this game. Joel Paris advancing down the wicket there for James Vince, but he ended up only going about 2 meters down. Joel Paris at the moment. They look like they're going to be putting someone back on the mid-wicket side. Try and protect this boundary just a little bit more. Joel Paris at the moment putting it in the right places though for his bowling. We are only sitting 1.3 overs down, but like I mentioned, the power play at the end of the 4 overs, they were sitting 54 for none here for the Hobart Hurricanes. So they either need to really just keep on swinging here, the Sydney Sixers, or they need to be quick with their next kind of overs, because even the power surge, it's going to be a nice shot there by James Vince. Straight to the man at cover though. Well set field. They're able to get through for the single, but yeah, for them to get the bash boost point, they will need 91 runs after their 10 overs. So perhaps that is something that they might consider just going for here and kind of going, I guess, against the fact that this is going to be a very tough game to win. So maybe just try and get yourself that bash boost point to get 1 point out of the situation as well. But Josh Philippi at the moment, he is going to be on strike. Important for him to really strike the ball nicely in his first innings up against the Melbourne Stars. Was able to get himself around that 80 mark, but we haven't had 100 yet into the BBL. Going to be the ramp shot there from Josh Philippi. Good shot there, and it has gone away to 4. He decided to go with the ramp early on in his innings, but nicely played in that over so far. He's gone for the 10 runs of Joel Paris, 2 boundaries for the force, and also 2 singles there as well. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already predicted who is going to be the top run scorer here for the Sydney Sixers. Will it be Josh Philippi? Will it be James Vince? Or will it be maybe Moses Henriquez instead, who will be coming to the crease a little bit later on? Well, when entering the ocean, we walk into Sharks' home, hopefully, unfortunately as well, says Kevin. That is true, which is why one of those machines that do push the water at you seem a lot more safe at this rate as well. Going to be the bouncer, well bowled there by Joel Paris, getting some good speed through, and that is going to be the end of the over, and they are sitting 13 for none now after the 2. But yeah, we have got the game taking place straight after this one. Perth Scorchers, they are going to be in Sydney for their game, and they are going to be taking on a very tough side in the Adelaide Strikers, who were able to get themselves a win. They'll have Rashid Khan, the spinner machine, will be hoping to be able to get himself in a good position to get his side a win here up against tough opposition in the Perth Scorchers. They've got a strong batting lineup. Their batting lineup runs pretty much till about the 8th man in their lineup to be able to go. In the comparison at the moment, the Hurricanes were sitting on 0 for 29 after the 2 overs. The Sixers are sitting on 0 for 13 as well. Do you watch America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, and X Factor as well? Says Johan, I haven't actually watched any of those ones probably since high school or somewhere around there, because I did have a sister who was home, so she would always be watching them kind of in the lounge, and then I would be just kind of doing my own thing while they were on as well. I don't think I've watched any of them very recently. I haven't actually watched any TV as of late. That's going to be running through. Got pressure. Oh, it's nicely done there with the footwork from Tom Rogers. They're going upstairs to check whether or not this is going to be the run out here. But the power play overs, they have still got themselves a total of 2 more. They're going upstairs, though, to check whether or not Tom Rogers has been able to get himself the wicket there. He was actually able to pick up quite a few in his first innings, Tom Rogers, when he was batting or when he was bowling for the BBL in that first game up against, I want to say they were playing up against they might have been up against the Sydney Sixers, actually, now I think about it. But it was James Vince. They did run through, and it's a good slide of the bat there for Philippe. So he is going to be fine. Not out is going to be the call, and it will be Philippe now on strike to Rogers here. Both men sitting on 7 runs. It was nicely done by Tom Rogers. The ball just completely stopped, only a couple meters out. I was able to get the ball down. Not out is the call. We are currently sitting 8:35 p.m. for anyone who is in SCG country. Oh, Josh Philippe, I believe at this stage he did accidentally maybe rip a hole in the gloves with that big dive, but he had to dive or else he would have been on his way. And that is certainly a wicket that the Sydney Sixers do not want to see early on. And do you like hunting, Hamish, as well, says Kevin? I haven't actually ever been hunting. I've been fishing before, which is about as much hunting as I have done, even though I know that it's completely different in that regard. Short boundaries today, the side 65 and 68 meters here, so perhaps that will be where they try and target a little bit if they do end up swaying just a little bit too much on the straight side here for Rogers. But yeah, I've been fishing a couple of times, never normally catch too many huge fish for myself, but Tom Rogers now a little bit too straight, and like I mentioned, that is the short boundary out there, and that is going to be the 4 runs, is it? No, cut off beautifully by Nathan Ellis, saving a couple runs there for a side. They might be checking that one as well to see whether or not it did end up going all the way to the boundary, but I believe he has done extremely well there. Nathan Ellis in the deep, and he has been able to cut that one off and stop it from being the 4 runs, or has he? The foot is close. The foot is close. Oh, I think that's actually 4, unfortunately, for Ellis. I think he was just touching it. Also, we've got there Josh the Boss as well, and the chat and fishing so fun as well, says Kevin. Yeah, unfortunately for him, I believe that is going to be the 4 runs, and Nathan Ellis's foot was just on the boundary rope. He'll be a little bit disappointed with that, but that will be 4 runs there for Josh Philippe, who now moves up onto 11. He's already at 2 boundaries, but he will need probably a few sixes as well in there. Thinking back to the first innings for the Hobart Hurricanes, they hit a total of 9 sixes, which is absolutely huge. And thanks to it as well. And the chat says Indian cricket, no worries, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Rogers now going to be bowling us once again on the leg side, and that's going to be another 4 runs. Philippe striking that one a lot nicer. I did mention if he sways too straight, Philippe will be able to punish him and hit it to the boundary. That is another 4 runs. I'd rather go hunting than fishing as well, says Paddy Wagon. What do you end up hunting, Paddy? Do let me know. And also we've got the Sandeep Lavashane as well, says Arananita there. And that he is certainly going to be an important factor in the Hobart Hurricanes spin attack for this matchup. How many wickets is he getting? Arananita, do let me know. And this one, but nicely hit by Josh Philippe, just ends up following the ball around with the pull shot, going to backward square leg, and was racing away to the boundary there for him. Once again, now it is going to be bowled by Tom Rogers, a little bit too straight once again for him, and it is going to be the single. Matthew Wade trying to get the run out, not quite able to get the throw away quick enough though. Sandeep Lavashane as well in the chat, says Arananita there. The moment Rogers going for 9 runs, 10 runs now off his first 4 deliveries of this over. So for the Sydney Sixers, after the 3 overs, they will be sitting, the Hurricanes, they were sitting on 37 for none. So they're currently sitting 14 runs behind roughly how many runs the Hobart Hurricanes were able to get themselves. And then there was another big over recently, which does mean that the power play for them did end up ending on 54 for none. That was a hard sentence, wasn't it, Sandeep Lavashane as well? And the chat says Arananita, he has not bowled yet, but I don't think he will be too far away. But we have got a Lavashane fan in the crowd by the looks of it. On the chat, I should say, but anyone who is new, do I need a permit for hunting in New Zealand? As well, says Kevin Thomas, I believe so. But Paddy Wagon might be able to help us out there. I know that you need a license to fish for the kind of lakes and also the rivers, I believe, as well, and fish and chips as well, says Stuart there, and the chat and the chips there in the logo, and also mostly deer, rabbits, possums, peons, and also peacocks as well, says Paddy Wagon there. Where do you find a peacock around these parts of the woods, Paddy? Do let me know. I haven't actually noticed any, but I guess you're actually in the North Island, aren't you, Paddy? If I'm not wrong, Palmerston North. It's going to be a ramp shot there from Philippi. Strikes it nicely, goes all the way for 6. That is the maximum, the first 6 of the day for Josh Philippi. And he has been able to pick up a very nice one as well. That will close out the over. And now the Sixers, they will be sitting on 30 for none. And they are only sitting at this rate. They're actually only sitting 7 runs behind what the other side were on there, the Hobart Hurricanes. Hurricanes are going to win as well, says Anandan. How many wickets down do you think they will be able to have, these Sydney Sixers? Do you think they will bowl them out, or do you think it will be the Sydney Sixers perhaps who can just hold on and win this one? It is 6 by a margin there for Josh Philippi. Brilliant shot from him and James Vince now. He is going to be on the strike for this 4th over and the final over of the power play as well. I fished and hunted. Hopeless now as well, says Betty Wagon there. Or sorry, says David. And also apologies, Hamish. I'll be over at Blazers for 10 minutes, filling in for Jay as well, says Sebastian. No worries, mate. We will see you in just a little short moment as well. And now Perth Scorchers versus Adelaide Strikers. It has been looking very sharp in the kind of early stages for both of those sides when it comes to their bowling attacks. Taken beautifully by Matt Short, and also some good shots being played by them. So it is going to be Perth taking on Adelaide. That game has taken place straight after this one. It's actually starting in around an hour's time or so. So be sure to check that one out as well when we do start that one. It is already scheduled on the channel, and we will be transferring straight over to that next live stream when we do get the chance. Nathan Ellis now getting to bowl his first over of the match. It's pitched up nicely. It was a good Yorker. James Vince just ends up hitting that one for the single, but it was a brilliant Yorker to start this one off for Nathan Ellis. He is certainly an up-and-coming bowler. I'm hoping he does get a little bit more chance in the future for Australia as well, because he just ends up doing so well most of the time. Josh Philippi, he's got quite a few unorthodox shots, which might be able to help him out, definitely with the shorter boundaries of the SCG. What is your favourite car, Hamish, as well, says Kevin? I quite like a Lamborghini Aventador. I feel like ever since I was young, that car, that's the one that I drive on Forza Horizon. We have got a spammer in the chat as well. One moment we will quickly go like this, and we will go like that as well. But now it is going to be Josh Philippi on strike, does hit the single, and Nathan Ellis, well bowled, just right in the block hole where you don't want it. Oh, it's well taken by Matthew Wade. Not the best throw there from Tim David there as well. But Vince sitting on 8 off 9. Similar start to what Darcy Short had there, and Philippi sitting on 23 off 11. Now, Matthew Wade was in some insane form for the early stages, but the Sixers, the chance of them winning this game is 31% as we are sitting at the moment, and they are sitting 32 for none, and they need to make sure that they don't lose too many wickets. And also for them, they will need to make sure that they take that power surge relatively quickly, I would think, if they've still got the 2-set batsmen in Vince and Philippi, but they still need to chase down 182 from the final 100 balls of this T20. It's a good shot down the ground from Vince, but once again, going straight to the man. It's a run-out opportunity. They have scampered through for the single. I feel like at this stage, they're just trying to keep that strike rotating. Even if you've got no chance of being able to hit the boundary, you still got to try and find some form of rain, or not some form of rain, some form of a run, I should say, and also Kangaroo Forest as well. Or sorry, it is Kaingaroa. Hopefully I'll pronounce that not too badly. Forest and around Tokeroa as well around here. Every man and his dog out there now, especially up these days as well, or up these ways, says David, and also with my friend Troy says up as well. Welcome in, Troy. And now Nathan Ellis, he was on strike, and it is going to be a no run from Josh Philippi there. Well bowled by Nathan Ellis. Doesn't really leak a huge amount of runs for himself as well. Nepal as well, says Bakash. So he will certainly be going for Sandeep Lavashane in this game. How many wickets do you think he will get, Bakash? Do let me know. He has the number 1 on his back here, and he might be able to pick up, I would say, 3 wickets in this game would be a pretty good one for Sandeep Lavashane, who is certainly a talented player. He was at the Melbourne Stars last year. They decided to not have him this year, so instead he was picked up by the Hobart Hurricanes, and he is certainly going to be an exciting prospect for them, as they did lose Case Ahmed, their leg spinner. He has actually gone to the Melbourne Stars, so maybe it was just a straight swap. They said, boys, we'll just do a quick wee rotation here. Now Josh Philippi, a little bit slower. It is going to be well bowled by Nathan Ellison, only going for the 4 runs so far of its first 5 deliveries of the over. The Bash boost total that they will need, the Sydney Sixers, after the 10 overs, they need to try and get towards 93 runs, which is not going to be very easy at all. Definitely not with the rate that the Sydney Sixers are going at the moment compared to the Hobart Hurricanes, with how quickly they were able to go, I should say, as well. Right, run rate is sitting on 11.1. And also we have the Nepal there from Rananita, and also Sandeep Lavashane and the Tan Kiwilets. How far do you live from Invercargill? I believe we're about, I could get this well and truly wrong, but I think we're about 4 or 5 hours from Invercargill, somewhere along those lines. It's going to be hit hard by James Vince, gone out through the gap. Going to be chased down by the men in the deep, though, and it is going to be kept to just the 2 runs. Not the best throw there, and that is going to be the end of the over of Nathan Ellis. Only going for the 6 runs and 36 for none here. The Sydney Sixers are sitting. Also, we have got there, heard down your way, Jokers Hunt and Tussock's waist away as well. Says that David, probably, I guess you could say, we do end up, like, is it up there a little bit, I guess, flatter? But for us, like, yeah, there is quite a few kind of, what do you call it, lush bits of nature as well. And also we've got then the Paul Sandy Lavashane there, Anita there, and also we had a friend up near Martin as well. Buddy passed away early this year, which was where I was hunting as well. Says Paddy Wagon and Sami Lavashane as well. Says Rananita, I think he will be not too far away from getting the ball in hand. Now they're just outside of the power play, so I think this is the perfect opportunity to bring in Labashane. See if he can pick up an early wicket for us. So we have us got there in the chat. My condolences, bro, as well. Says that Paddy Wagon, yeah, 100% there. And also, are you near Queenstown as well? Says Ollie Wilson, not really. We're probably a couple hours, maybe 3 hours from Queenstown as well. We're kind of more on the east coast of New Zealand, about halfway up. So a couple hours south of Christchurch is where I am located. And also we've got there, what's up, my friend went back home as well. Welcome in, James. Hope you are doing well. And it looks like it is actually going to be Josh Khan here who will be getting the ball in hand. And it is going to be the end of the power surge for the next little while. But Philippi going to be on strike, sitting on 24 runs off 13 delivery, not as many hunters. Down your way, Amish as well, says David. I know that George and Daniel both do a little bit of hunting. So he's actually a medium pace bowler here for Khan. They did end up bringing him in as the X-Factor player due to his services not being needed for the kind of batting side of it as well. Are you a cat or a dog fan? I find cats because they're very lazy as well. Says that it was Kevin. I feel like because I've always had a cat, I'll probably say cat, but I don't have anything against dogs. And if I was in a position to be able to get a dog, I probably would end up getting a dog as well, because my cat at the moment, I'm not sure how much of a fan he would be of a dog roaming around the house as well. I know when we had a lamb in the backyard, he wasn't too happy about it because he was confused at what it was, as he hadn't seen too many of them in the nature before. But now it is going to be Khan once again. Bowling, that's going to be lobbed there for James Vince. Beautiful shot, though, out cover way. And that is going to be his first boundary of the match now for James Vince. Nicely done. Or sorry, his second boundary, and he moves up onto 15 off 12. The Bash boost target, they need 96 runs for them to be able to get themselves that. The Hobart Hurricanes off to an absolutely phenomenal start with the bat in hand for Wade and also Darcy Short. James Vince, so playing the cover drive, lofted cover drive, but it does find the gap, and they need to keep on being aggressive here. It doesn't seem like Khan has that much pace on the deliveries, I have noticed there from, so maybe that is why he is able to really get onto it. It's going to be a nice shot down the ground, deflected a little bit, and it is going to mean that it is just a single there as well. And we have got the Nepalese flag there from Rananita, and also we are looking to get to Kitten soon as well, says Novmum. At the moment, is that a no ball? No, I think the referee, it's raining. It's raining. That's not good. That is not good, because we have got another game of rugby or another game of cricket that will be taking place a little bit later on. That's also in Sydney. Now that I think about it, my mum rented a bouncy castle for my sister's birthday. Man, that was fun. Her old friends were there, and my friend was watching the girls fight in there, so we decided to do some bombs as well. Says it was James Gordon, and also we have got there, me too. They listen better than wives as well. Says it Paddy Wagon there. So at the moment, it's just a little bit of a rain shower here for them. So because of it, Matthew Wade at the moment, he's just having a conversation with Peter Hanscom. And Peter Hanscom, he was talking to the commentators at the same time, and he's like, I've got this little bloke biting at my ankles, which of course is Matthew Wade. Was in the years as well. But now, because of the fact that they are only 4.3 overs down, that means that this doesn't constitute as a game yet. So that will mean, depending on how it goes for the next kind of couple while, or next little while, I should say, with the rain, it does mean that maybe this game will be called off, and that would be absolutely brutal for the Hurricanes to get in this position. The Sydney rain has started falling, and whether or not it does stop in the next little while, I should say, we'll have to wait and see. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is usually appreciated. Also, be sure to check out the Kiwi Lad Sport. While we have got a little bit of a moment for a bit of a rain delay, we might as well have a quick look through at also what they will be needing after the 10 over. So they will be needing a total of 96 to be able to get that bash boost point, but they only need 5 overs to constitute a game. At the moment, the Duckworth-Lewis system will be going in favor of the Sixers, in the favor of the Hurricanes if we do get into that position of it taking place. And now at this stage, it is going to be Peter Hanscom. They are just having a bit of a conversation with him on the sideline. I'm hoping this rain is only a temporary thing here, but it looks like they have got the covers out, and it's looking like the wind's picking up a little bit here as well for the game at the SCG. The other game that is taking place a little bit later on tonight, it is between the Scorchers and the Strikers, and that one is going to be at Giant Stadium in Sydney. Does it have a roof? Ladies and gentlemen, do let me know. And yesterday, me and my friend were going for a walk, and we got chased by a dog on the way. It was running fast as well. Says that it was James Gordon there, but I will quickly go like this because our scoreboard has not quite completely updated itself. Or has it? It doesn't seem to want to update to 4.3, but they are sitting on 42 runs there for the Sydney Sixers. A little bit of rain delay here for us as well, and it gets it out as well. Although we are sitting on the touchline or the sidelines for them, rain has delayed the play, and also the thoughts are the thought of flying helicopter Hamish as well. Says Kevin, I haven't been in a helicopter either, so I guess it is one of those ones that maybe one day I will be able to do so. And Kiwi Lads Troy says, how's it going, my friend, as well? So hopefully you are doing well as well, Troy. I'm very well, other than the fact that we have got ourselves a rain delay here between these two sides. And the thing is, Giant Stadium is the other stadium that this next game is going to be taking place at as well. I'm quickly going to Google it and see whether or not it has got a roof, but I don't believe it does. So this is not going to be too good for either of the games tonight. By the looks of it, surely we were going to have a game affected by rain at some stage, though. Okay, what do we got? Giant Stadium in Australia. We do need rather than in the NFL. Okay, Sydney Showground Stadium. Certainly no roof on that one as well. It's going to be interesting to see how it does go in that game, whether or not it does get delayed as well. But they're just showing Matthew Wade sitting on 93 runs off 46 deliveries. And also Philip, yes, in the chat says Anaket for whether or not he will be able to lose his wicket there. But do we get to see 3 more balls is all they need to constitute a game here. But the other game between the Perth Scorchers and also it will be up against the Adelaide Strikers. It could get called off as well, depending on how the rain goes in the later stage. And I'm not too sure whether or not, is anyone near the Sydney area and can tell me whether or not rain was expected today or whether it is just a little bit of a passing shower for these sides. I believe the only stadium that a rain game would not affect would probably be Marvel Stadium for the Melbourne Renegades. And I believe they are playing very soon. They are going to be playing up against the Heat, but that is in a couple of days' time. And it's going to be a home game for the Heat as well. Will it resume or not? It didn't seem like it was that heavy, so I believe we are going to have play back underway and hopefully only a couple minutes' time. They have got the pitch at the moment. They've got the covers on the pitch, but it looks like they are folding it up now, and it looks like that we will be getting very close to this match, getting back underway. Yeah, they are rolling up that again. I've decided to accidentally poke myself in the eye because it was itchy, and now I really regret it as well because my eye is hurting badly. We have got their Sandeep. Come on, attack a wicket as well, says Prakash there. And also, that's right, Hamish, never underestimate the weather as well, says David. And how brutal would it be for the Hurricanes to be in the position they are to have this game rained off being high in the sky? So Siri rather be on this ground, it's safe as well. And also when we got back, the Hater Girl was there, and I was like, why is that Brett here? So we left her, or she left. I was celebrating as well there, says James Gordon. But yeah, we've pretty much got a few more minutes and then this game will be back underway, which is great to see. We do want to see this one continue on, but like Matthew Wade was asking the question to Peter Hanscom, how many overs constitute a game? And the answer to that, it is the total overs of 5. So they only need 3 more deliveries here, and then whoever wins this game will win this game. That's not a sentence that I thought I would be saying today, but I feel like it's a very accurate one. But pretty much it does mean that it will all come down to the Duckworth-Lewis system for who is able to get it going. But now they will be running just a little bit behind time, which does mean this game will kind of end up running just a little bit more into the next game that has taken place between the Perth Scorchers and also the Adelaide Strikers. But we will be transferring straight over to that live stream straight after this one. So if you guys are new, be sure to leave a like on this live stream and subscribe because we are currently sitting on a total likes of 148. I feel like we can try and chase down the Hobart Hurricanes here and try and get ourselves to 214. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit that like button. It does help us out big time. And also, if you do want to check out few of the other videos that we have got on our other live streaming channel, it is the Kiwi Lad Sport, which is the link that I have just put there in the description as well. This was the best weekend this term as well, says James Gordon there as well. Now this game, they're looking like they are getting the covers off the pitch. I really don't want to see this game rained off. I'd love to get to see it go a little bit longer. The tractor has taken the covers off the pitch now, which does mean we are getting very close to being able to get back underway in this game. The Sixers currently sitting 0 for 42. How will that little bit of momentum in terms of the fact that they aren't continuously going through their overs? They probably were just starting to feel like they were warming up there. Philippi and Vince, because at the end of the day, I believe Vince has been able to get 2 fours, or 1 4 off this one, and Philippi also a 4 off this over so far. But it is going to be Khan, or sorry, just the 1 4. I did end up getting a little bit too excited there, but 6 runs off the first 3 deliveries of Khan. He was actually brought in due to the fact that he wasn't needed for the batting for someone else. I believe they actually replaced, what's his name? Can't quite think of it, unfortunately, but he was about the number 6 batsman, and they decided they would take it away. Who's winning, by the way? At the moment, I would say the Hobart Hurricanes are in a good position to be able to win this game. They have got a 69% chance of winning it according to the live odds for the win probability. That's in and decent at the moment. Matthew Wade, he is just keen for them to get back out there, face 3 deliveries, and then whoever wins this game will be determined, because that's the thing. If you don't play the 5 overs, it means that you unfortunately cannot have a result for this fixture. So they only need the 5 overs, and Nathan Ellis at the moment giving Tim David a little high five there in the middle, and they are getting ready to go at the moment. Nathan Ellis, he is looking ready to go out there alongside Tom Rogers, who are both trying to decide what end they want to bowl from by the looks of it. At the moment, they are just showing their Brad Hannon having a bit of a chat with Josh Philippi. Of course, those two, both wicketkeeper batsmen, and they will be hoping maybe that Josh Philippi could be the next Brad Hannon, because he has definitely got the potential early on in his career, and he's only 24 years of age, still got a very bright one, and I'm expecting he will be there for the Cricket World Cup next year. Definitely with it being in Australia, you might as well put him in there. Finchie might still have a couple little injuries possibly playing on the mind, because he has got a bit of a knee problem at the moment, which is why he has not been playing for the Renegades. But the game tomorrow night, it is going to be the Thunder. They are taking on the Melbourne Stars in what should be a very exciting contest as well. But anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because we are going to be back for that. And also the Champions Cup that is coming up in a very short moment. But now it looks like the sides are making their way back out to the middle, which is great news for the crowd at the SCG. No one likes seeing a game rained off. So from 81 balls okay, so they're actually going to change this one a little bit more here. So it has been cut down due to the fact that we did have a little bit of rain. It now means that they need 154 more runs from 81 balls here. So it has been cut down just a little bit more and high as well. Z Sport stuff. So this kind of probably benefits the Sydney Sixers, although it does depend on whether or not they do actually lose any of their power surge overs. Imagine that. They lose a power surge over. That would absolutely suck for them. They would definitely not want that, but now it does mean that it's slightly less that they will be needing. So rather than needing 172 off 93, they will now need a total of, I believe it is 154 off 81. So they've lost 12 balls. They've lost 2 overs there, and that means that they do need around that 20 or 18 runs less, I believe it is now. And remember me as well, Sports Stuff. You were here for one of the other BBL ones, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So welcome back, man. I hope you are doing well. So James Spence, Josh Philippi, both at the crease, both names start with a J, and they are getting almost ready to go. Matthew Wade, he will be a little bit disappointed with the fact that that rain was lurking, because they were in a very good position, like they are mentioning. They needed less runs now in this situation, and Josh Philippi, he is going to be on strike for this ball off. Can't imagine that. The Hobart Hurricanes, they could actually end up getting destroyed by the rain here because of the fact, and also we have got their match will cancel today reply as well. Says it is Krakesh ready as well. At this stage, they've made their way back out onto the pitch. So it seems like this one is going to be continuing just for now, but we will have to wait and see about that next game that has taken place at Giant Stadium in High as well. Says Rani Patel, welcome in to the live stream. And when is the next Ashes game? It is in 4 days, 18 hours or so, somewhere around there. I believe the next one starts up next Thursday, I want to say, but it could be Wednesday actually. I'm not too sure what day we're on at the moment, just from all of the rugby and also all of the cricket that we've been doing to random hours of the night. This is not our last cricket live stream. We have got one more after this one. Scorchers versus Strikers. It's kicking off in 32 minutes time. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not this game does overlap massively with it. Josh Philippi there, just blocking that one nicely. And bro, you speak faster than Buster Rhymes, as I love it as us, says Jamie O'Donnell. Thank you very much, mate. I end up, that's the thing, as soon as I get excited, I end up just in that situation of just rambling like words after words after words after words, and I will end up probably losing my voice later on tonight as well. Who was bailing as well, or who was bowling? Says Sunil there for Sandeep. He is not bowling at the moment, but it is going to be Khan and maybe Sandeep Labashani will get the next over. And you are doing another game after. Nice as I say, Sports Stuff. We are indeed. The Scorchers taking on the Strikers. It is in Sydney for that game, so I'm hoping it isn't affected by the rain as well. I mean, now there is going to be, there's one more delivery there. James Fitz actually walked down to the middle of the pitch there. And also Wednesday, I think as well. Said Sports Stuff there. Matthew Wade at the moment, he is just saying to James Vince he was a touch quick leaving his crease to go and have a chat to Josh Phillippe. He did put down the bat, but he was pretty much turning as if he was almost going for the 2. But the target now will be 196 rather than the 213 that they were going to require. The current run rate is going at 8.9. The required run rate is going to be a little bit higher than that at 11.62. It's going to be what to wait on the leg side, and they are going to be running through, and they do just take the single. So that's the end of the 6th over now, and it is 44 for none here. On the end of the 5th over, my apologies there. So now we have got a game on our hands. It does mean no matter what, whether there is rain, whether there is thunder, whether there is lightning, all sorts, whether there's a hurricane, it does still mean that there will be a result in this game. And I do at least have time to eat lunch chambers as well, says Kevin. So pretty much I do end up having a very quick snack in between these 2 live streams. And then I do end up having my tea after the second one, and then we will have a rugby game starting at 4:15 a.m. that we will be covering on the channel as well. So I've got a little bit of a break where I do get to eat some food as well, but I will keep myself hydrated in between live streams as well. But now Matthew Wade, at the moment, all he has to do to get some hydration is probably just look up in the sky with the mouth open because of the rain. But Labashane now being brought into the bowling attack. Sandeep Labashane, I know now that you will be very excited about this. So now, how many wickets is he going to be able to get? I can see this guy getting a career and commentating in the future as well, says Jamie O'Donnell. Thank you very much, mate. It is hugely appreciated. That's the thing. We only started our commentary journey about a year and 2 months ago, and we were doing a little bit of rugby. And then from there, we just kept on going as well. Match, as well, says Jabir there. Jabba Sandeep Lavashane, he is going to be bowling here for the Hobart Hurricanes. Like I mentioned, he was at the Melbourne Stars last year alongside Harris Ralph. Those 2 were a good combo to have from either end, and it's going to be pitched up nicely. Lavashane giving it plenty of flight, and it is a nice dot ball straight away for him as well. He's got a big smile on his face. 86.2 kilometers per hour there for Labashane. Also, we've got their DLS win Sydney as well, says Hari as well. Imagine that. I feel like that would absolutely suck there for the Hobart Hurricanes. Definitely when you put 213 on the board and then the rain just decides that it doesn't like it too much. Big swing of the bat there for James Vince. It's going in the air, but it is going to be going out into the outfield, falling safe for the man. And it is going to be going straight to the man at deep mid-wicket there. Darcy Short, he did a decent thing with the bat today, Darcy. He was able to pick himself up over the 50 runs. Can SIXERS win as well? It's actually interesting. 31% chance of the SIXERS being able to win this game. I noticed that they haven't actually updated the scoreboard in the recent kind of fixture. So hopefully they do end up continuing to update it. But at the moment, they are sitting on 45 for none after 5.2 DLS score as well, says Nep. So now they do require a total of 192, I believe it was, or 196, sorry. Labashane pitching the ball up nicely, whipped away to the leg side with the sweep shot from Phillippe there. And we have got a few goats, a few strawberries, and a few cherries as well there in the chat as well. Now, at this stage, Sandeep Labashane only going for a couple runs so far. I'm hoping that they do realize that the rain delay has finished and that they are back out on the field very soon. Love from India as well. From India, brother, as well, says Rahul. So welcome into live stream, man. It is great to have you here. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. They need 12 per over from here. Going to be pitched up, bit of space, and James Vince, brilliant strike of the ball, but fielded in the deep. Out deep cover away from Nathan Ellis, and they have run back for 2 good running between the wickets for the SIXERS. They are keeping them from getting too many boundaries. That's going to be important. 5-4 so far and 1-6 there. And will match continue or DLS as well, says Harry. At this stage, it seems like the weather has cleared up just enough for them to be able to get the revised target. And there's going to be 18 overs in total that they will be allowed. But the partnership moves up onto 48. I feel so disappointed if Hamish. Hopefully, I can make this permanent day job live stream as well. And there says Kevin, that's going to be a beautiful shot. Played at Nathan Ellis once again in the deep, being able to cut it off. And it was also, is it okay if I AFK and listen to the commentary as well? Said Sports Stuff, no worries at all, mate. And hopefully you will be able to follow along with the game as it does happen. But yeah, one day maybe we can make this a full-time job, because at the moment, that's the thing. It's anytime someone asks like if it is the full-time job, I say it's full-time in terms of the hours that we put into it, but it is part-time in terms of like the kind of funds, I guess you could say, in that regard. But then that's the other thing I did mention to you guys as well, is like everything that goes from this channel in terms of anything we've made, we put straight back into the channel, whether it is a light, whether it is a green screen, so that we can have the ground sitting behind us, even though it's the wrong green screen light, or it's the wrong ground, I should say, as well. It's looking a little bit nicer there. Did my fingers just disappear? Oh, they kind of do. When I do wave them quickly. And also, we hope that you should be a worker as a commentator as well. Says Sports Stuff. Thank you very much, mate. That is the end of Labashane's over. At the moment, we are just waiting for them to update their scoreboard. They still say that it is a rain delay, which it is not. It is still going. And now the game. Okay, one moment. If I quickly go like this for a second. We go like this, and we go like this, and then we go like this as well. Oops, wrong one. If we go like this, no, that's the wrong one. If we go like this, we go like that, and then we go like that, and then we go like that. There we go. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. They just had a little bit of the technical difficulties with the rain delay, but now we are back and we are ready to go to see exactly how many runs everyone is sitting on. 52 at the moment and born with talent. Amazing as well, says Jamie O'Donnell. I do appreciate that a lot, mate. An easy one. Hurricanes as well, says Dream. Although the one thing that might affect them is that rain, because if it ends up continuing to cut down the total, the DLS will keep on maybe going in favour of the Sixers if they don't lose too many wickets. Although saying that, Matthew Wade, he did very nicely. Philippe there, whipping it off the legs, just whips the wrists, and that is going to be hit for the 4. Once again for Philippe, picking up his 4-4 of the day, moving up onto 31 runs now for himself off 18 deliveries. Vince sitting on 24 off 19 as well, doing very nicely. Anyone who is wondering, there is a game taking place in 25 minutes' time. The Scorchers have won the toss and did actually elect to bat here for their matchup, so they are going to be having an opportunity to bat for that one. Pretty much we will be covering this game of cricket, and then we will be switching straight over to the Perth Scorchers game up against the Adelaide Strikers. So we're going to be doing a little bit of the both while we are going as well. So we'll be keeping you guys updated. That's going to be straight to third man. No run there. And Rogers at the moment going for 21. Imagine not liking it as well. Said Sports Stuff's there as well. Yeah, anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. We are sitting on 163, which is absolutely insane. And we are trying to chase down that total of 214 that the Hobart Hurricanes have been able to set. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated, all you guys being here for these live streams as well. They're talking to Peter Hanscom at the moment and subbing as well, says Sports Stuff there. And then if you do want another channel to sub to as well, we are going to be having plenty more cricket on the Kiwi Lad Sport. It's going to be pitched up. Oh, it's a beautiful slow delivery there from Rogers. I'm not too sure how quick that one was. Probably only around 110. So it took the pace off beautifully there. And James Vince just hits it for the single at the moment. We are sitting there with the 18 revised overs due to the Duckworth-Lewis system taking effect with the 2 overs that were rained off. So this game's going to be running a little bit later probably than it would have been expected, but they have still got 68 balls left in this fixture between the two sides, and it is 138 runs required of the 69 at this point. But Rogers now once again going to be running in. Doesn't want to go for too many more boundaries here, Rogers, of his early stages of the overs. It's going to be the ram shot there for Philippe. Oh, he got the edge, but it did fall short of Matthew Wade there. So that is very, very lucky. But Josh Philippe just didn't quite connect with it for the way that he would have liked to. If he did connect with it, though, it seems to be that Rogers is really trying out those slower balls, seeing whether or not he can get it to kind of jag off the surface and maybe end up with a miss hit of Josh Philippe. That one was 99.9 Ks. He has managed to get that one slower than the 100. I thought that 110 one was a little bit slower, and new record as well, 164. Good job, everyone. Glad you all are enjoying it as well, says Batty Wagon. So yeah, it's been absolutely awesome, the support that's been shown not just on this live stream, but also all of the BBL ones that we have done so far. And I do appreciate every single one of you. That's going to be another single there for Josh Philippe, who is sitting now on 33 off 21. Vince still ticking over nicely, 25 off 20, but one of these two men probably really have to go for it in the next little while. They will still have the power surge, and I think you're better off taking the power surge early, because the last thing you want is for your power surge to be taken off you. And no worries, fully understand. So annoying, all these spammers as well, says Kevin there in the chat. As well to David. David is going to be nicely cut away there by James Finch. Just the man at deep cover, though, for the single. Yeah, anyone who was wondering, the Scorchers, they will be batting first. So they actually batted first in their last matchup, where they were able to get themselves a win over the Brisbane Heat. 157 for 6 was the total that they were able to get themselves in at that game. And the game tomorrow night, it is going to be the Sydney Thunder taking on the Melbourne Stars. That is the end of the 7th over, though, and it is 60 for none here for the Sydney Sixers. Vince and Philippe being able to bring up a 60-run partnership. Now, it's not quite as many as the Hobart Hurricanes were able to get, because they were able to just keep on building up with Matthew Wade, Darcy Shaw, and then also it was Darcy Shaw, and then alongside him, it was Caleb Jaw. I couldn't remember his name for a second there. No worries, fully understand. So annoying, all the spam as well. But Moses Enriquez, he has currently got the golden cap in the competition. He will want to be hanging on to that one nicely himself. And now Joel Paris, who did go for 10 runs in his first over, he is going to be bowling once again here for the Hobart Hurricanes. So I assume you're still allowed, I would think it would be 4 bowlers, or 3 bowlers are allowed to bowl 4 overs, and then 2 bowlers are only allowed 3, I would think, with the revised kind of 18 overs rather than the full length that they would have been going. But now James Vince, he is going to be on strike. 26 off 21 required here for himself. Or sorry, that's how many he has got. But they are going to need certainly more than that, 136 off 66 balls to be able to win this game, James Vince. And he had a long ball. It's a full toss there, and it is going to be a wide there from Joel Paris. So giving them an extra run, which is something that they do not want to do too often. Where's Kieran Hamish as well? Says David. David, he is sitting on the couch, but I can also tell you what we will do. We will go like this, and we will go like that as well. There we go. We have got Kieran up in the top corner as well. The scoreboard puts the previous one to shame as well. Says Sebastian there. Definitely, it is certainly scoring one, that is for sure. And Dino also, we have got there, no worries. Fully understand, so annoying. I assume that is actually, is it the digger flash score? That one's gone straight in the air from James Vince, getting under it. It is taken by Nathan Ellis, and that is going to be Vince on his way. Joel Paris picks up the wicket, and that's straight away the Duckworth Lewis system. If we do get any more rain, that will heavily impact the Sydney Sixers in their chase. But Joel Paris able to get himself that one there. And I was very nicely down. Sandeep Lavashane, he is happy with that wicket. Nicely taken in the deep by Nathan Ellis, and James Vince now. He is going to be out, unfortunately, for him. Just getting that one a little bit off the side of the bat. And then from there, it was just running in. Nathan Ellis safe as houses under that one. And that is going to be the first wicket falling for the Sydney Sixers here. And now they've got the chance of 16% being able to win this one. So that has certainly dropped for themselves, that is for sure. Now James Vince, 26 of 22 is how many runs he was able to get himself. 2 fours with a strike rate of 18.2, but now making his way to the crease. Will it be Moses Henriquez, the captain of the Sydney Sixers? It is indeed. He is the leading run scorer in the competition. Like I mentioned, he has been able to get himself plenty of them in the last 2 matches. He's got about 150 so far this year. Matches 90 for him, and also over 2,000 runs and W as well. Okay, I'll hear it as well in the chat. Says David with the Kieran emoji. Anyone who does want access to that Kieran emoji, it is through the channel membership. If you guys do want to check that out, because it does have the Kieran emoji, and also it's got my face as one of them and George's face as well. But now Henriquez, he is going to be at the non-strikers end here as the batsman did cross, and it will be now Philippi on strike, sitting on 33 not out of 21 deliveries. They are still going to need 135 of 65 balls here. Not going to be very easy at all for them to be able to chase this one down. But Joel Paris now, he is looking like he is ready to go, like they're saying. Josh Philippi, he absolutely loves batting at the SCG because he has hit the ball on the roof quite a few times recently, including the game last week up against the Melbourne Stars. Paris steaming in. It's going to be the slow ball straight to the man at mid-off, though. So that is going to be the dot ball. Another crucial one for them. 111 Ks for Joel Paris. So he has been bowling the slow ball quite nicely in his over so far. James Vince, he tried to go across the line. You can see there, he tried to hit it to the leg side, really wasn't there for it, and instead ended up getting it off the edge almost. And it was taken nicely by Nathan Ellis. Very safe with the catch there. Didn't even look like he was ever going to be dropping that one, but James Vince steps right across field, or right across the stumps, I guess you could say. Tried to hit it out to the leg side, and it went out off as well. But now Paris, once again, going to be running and only going for the 1 run so far. That's a full toss, and Philippi not able to make the most of it. Another dot ball there for Joel Paris, who is a happy man at the moment with the ball in hand. He's bowling very nicely. He's the birthday boy as well. I have a theory Steve Smith hasn't turned up in quite a while because he's batting in the Ashes as well. Says Sebastian, tell you what, could be a plot twist perhaps. Maybe that's the case. Yeah, we haven't really seen Steve since maybe the last international games that we did have. So perhaps it is just a case of he is an international rugby man rather than kind of like the Champions Cup and whatnot. But maybe we'll see him soon, hopefully. And now that one's going to be a nice shot there from Philippi. Almost going all the way. 1 bounce 4 out mid-wicket way in Paris. Now it's gone for his first boundary of this over. And they are still going to require a lot of runs. 131 off 62 now will be the total that they are after. But it's certainly going to be important that they can't really take their foot off the gas here. Henriquez, he hasn't really had any strike yet, but I think the power surge needs to come for them extremely soon. They need to try and take it as soon as possible just to make sure they get it underneath. Where's Katie as well? Says Kevin, currently in America. It is sitting in the middle of the night, so I believe all these BBL games are on at really unideal times for her to be able to watch them. Another big swing of the bat from Philippi. Tries to hit it across the line. Everyone's going for that short boundary onto the leg side. Matthew Wade running up to the stumps, thinking that was over, but there is still one more delivery on as well. And like they are saying, he thought that it was the end of the over there for Matthew Wade, but unfortunately was not the case. But he is going to be now still staying behind the stumps. He was able to have a brilliant day with the bat in hand. 93 runs he was able to get himself, and also maybe he was just busy securing the first test as well. Sets up bash in there, but at the moment, Joel Paris just having a little look at his field, making sure he has got the men where they should be. And it was Tim David who was actually back, having a bit of a reshuffle. So they have actually moved a man at deep point now. So Joel Paris, I would think this one's going outside of the off stump. It was indeed. Hit straight to the man who was brought up, Tim David. Man, that was hit hard. That could have been close for a run out, but that is going to be the end of the over now. And it will be 8 overs down, 65 for 1 here. Or 66 for 1, sorry. for the Sydney Sixers. So yeah, this stage, 16 minutes till the Perth Scorchers. They are going to be playing up against the Adelaide Strikers. They have got a very good side here for the Perth Scorchers. We'll have a quick look through and see who they have got the bat. They've got Colin Munro, Cameron Bancroft, was actually Curtis Patterson. He had a phenomenal game in that first innings for the Perth Scorchers. Then also Evans is there, Ashton Turner, Hardy, Agar, Ty, Kelly, Berendorf, and Hatskaloo, as well as the other man. Then for the Strikers, who they have got their Fawad Ahmed, as well as going to be bowling Peter Siddle, Wes Agar, Rashid Khan, Daniel Worrell, as well as that bowling attack that they will be going with. And maybe even Matt Short gets a little bit of a chance. What is your favourite team dress kit you like in the KFC Big Bash? Oh, that's a tough one. Tim David here going to be bowling. He has dragged it down just a little bit and Phil will be able to get onto it. I would say, that's actually a very tough question. I do like quite a few of the kits. I would say like the Brisbane Heat, I'm quite a fan of the light blue that they have got themselves. And there are quite a few other kits that are very nice as well. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, favourite kit in the chat. Who are you going with in terms of the team that you do like their kit the most? I'm trying to think of who else there is. I don't mind the Renegades. Their bright red does seem to look all right. And also there's another team that I'm forgetting about that I can't quite think of. The Strikers blue is actually not too bad as well. It's going to be dragged down once again there for David, not really giving it any loft, which does mean that they can't really get underneath it as well. And also very intriguing theory as well. Sixers definitely that magenta attire, sweet as well in the chat Sebastian. It is very nice. Indeed, I believe they have got the Indigenous kit here today for this matchup, if I'm not wrong. I could have that wrong, though, so I don't want to say too much, but I believe they have got the different kind of kit for this one, as they have got the black sleeves and also the pink as well. Hobart looks so good, my favorite as well. Says coding there, so for the purple as well of the Cadbury, that is going to be hit there. Out coverway, and once again, just keep to the single, though. I need to try and find themselves a few more boundaries soon here for the Hobart Hurricanes. They currently are sitting at 13.37 that they will be needing to be able to win this game. They need 127 off 57 balls. Not many balls at all left, but Moses Henriquez, he doesn't need many balls to be able to hit it hard. But then thinking about it, Matthew Wade, we saw how quickly he was hitting the ball. 93 runs he was able to get himself, and that was off 46 deliveries, including 9 fours, 5 sixes. That just shows how tough this is going to be for the Sydney Sixers, because they are not just going to have to do that. They are going to have to go above and beyond and get themselves 126 off only 10 balls more than Matthew Wade got 93, but 14% chance for the Sydney Sixers to be able to win this one. Another wicket falling, I think, could be almost the end of the match for them. Davo once again drags the ball down. He's very good with the arm ball, and they are going to be scampering through for the single. Matthew Wade, bit of a missed throw there, but it is going to be fielded nicely with the backing up. Currently 5 singles at the moment off this over of David, so he's doing very nicely there. Anyone anyone watch that link I shared on the Discord as well? Says David, the one of the Highlanders. I did indeed see it. That's an interesting interview, isn't it? And I feel like the thing is, she was like, oh, that's a bit inappropriate. And I was like, what did you think he was going to say when you asked what are they going to do on their honeymoon? And I did David as well. In Australia versus India, who you're going for, Sebastian, as well. Reverse sweep attempted there for Moses Henriquez, and that is going to be the end of the over. And it is only 5 runs off of Moses Henriquez. Not very happy with Matthew Wade there. And Sydney 6 will win, should win. It's a close enough call, though, as well. And also no comment as well, says Sebastian there, but that is going to be the end of the 9th over. So I believe that is now drinks in this match here. This matchup, I should say, if I'm not wrong, due to the fact that it has been shortened to only the 18 overs that they have got themselves. So there's 9 more overs left. The next game between the Scorchers and the Strikers, it is going to be starting in only 12 minutes, 45 seconds time. And the Scorchers, they are going to be batting first up against this tough Strikers lineup. So the good news is we probably will miss the power play of the Scorchers, but the better news is the fact that Rashid Khan doesn't normally bowl in the power play. So we're going to get to see the magician in action just after we transfer over to that one as well. But we have still got 9 overs left in this matchup. I don't think the Sixers are getting bowled out, but I don't think they will be able to chase that one down as well. What do you mean? No comment as well, says Amos Spencer there. As well, but they are just showing Josh Philippe. He's moved up onto 41 runs of 29 deliveries. He will be trying to take that golden cap off Moses Henriquez here if he can get the job done. But now, big shots. That was a long yawn. That one went on for a little while. But anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. We are currently sitting on 169, and we are trying to chase down the total that the Hobart Hurricanes were able to set. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave that like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated. And we do appreciate all the support you guys have been showing to not just this channel, but also the Kiwi Lads Sport and all of our other channels in general with the Kiwi Lads Gaming as well. Another one you guys have been checking out recently, waiting for Colin Munro. Explosive batting today. Hopefully he scores 100 today as well, says Coding. So he would be the first out of any batsman to get 100 in the BBL 11 so far. Matthew Wade's been the closest on 93, but just not quite able to get over the line at the moment. Philippe scoring on the onside behind wicket, actually. That's where he has been getting a lot of it as well, down 5 leg. I've got the all right. I'll go for the Aussies just in that one, though, and not any other series as well, says Sebastian there. But the WinViz has an 85% chance for the Hobart Hurricanes to be able to get the job done here. The Sydney Sixers sitting on 15% chance. I believe that will drop to less than double figures if Philippe or Henriquez goes out. Definitely Philippe. If Philippe loses his wicket here to Labashane, we are probably looking at about a 7% chance for the Sixers to be able to win this game. But now it is going to be Moses Henriquez. He will be at the non-strikers end, but he has also got that golden cap, so he can hit a long ball, Moses, and he will be hoping to do it at the kind of batting, or in this match, I should say. At the SCG, he was already able to get a decent total. Exactly how much the young drunk, stressed out varsity students as well, says David there in the chat. And now it is going to be charging him once again there, Labashane. Nicely delivered. Oh, Philippe hasn't got all of that at all. It's going to be take. He's dropped him. Thompson has put it down. Labashane. That would have been the wicket of Philippe. That could be a game changer. Yes, put his hand up there, Thompson, and said, I am so sorry, mate. That one wasn't supposed to go down. He did the 23-yard delivery. He did end up going right back sweep for changing from England to Els as well. Says Rashid there, but it was just put down. Lost his footing. Thompson and does end up putting the ball down. Labashane now. Oh, that's out though. That's going to be Henrique. Oh, no. Not out. Henrique is not given out there. So Labashane, it's all on at the moment. He's just asking the question. And I think he said height there. And the umpire said yes, but Vada hands as well, says Betty Wagon. Not when you want to be dropping a catch. Definitely not when this is the wicket partnership. That could change the game for the Sixers. Labashane once again here is going to be running into bowl. Moses Henriquez uses a feet. It's been dropped again. Peter Hanscom puts that catch down. Labashane's going, what's going on, boys? Did it carry? I think it did. There's going to be 2 dropped catches in this over. I want to see the highlight of the LBW, whether or not it was close. But the problem is we've had 2 dropped catches as well in this over, so we're not going to get to see the LBW at the rate it is going. He hit it hard, but it went straight to Hanscom to put it down. Labashane at the moment. He's had 3 balls that could have been 3 wickets for himself right that time. It's a nice sweep shot from Josh Philippe. It's fielded in the deep, and the crowd go way as well for Thompson. Unfortunately, he will have to hear about it for the rest of the match. He's got a smile on his face, though. And also, I've got the OMG as well, says Betty Wagon there with the kind of face palm he's got as well. Now it is going to be Labashane once again, who will be bowling this one. He will be frustrated. He probably feels like he should have a wicket by now in this fixture. Definitely with the fact that there were 2 dropped opportunities. Henriquez there. Nice little bit of spin the wrong in there from Labashane. Fielded nicely in there, and now 1 ball left of this over. And it will be currently only sitting on the 75 for the Sixers after 10 overs for the Bash Boost point. I'm not too sure how it works now for the Big Bash Boost point due to the fact that it's normally after the first 10 overs, they would need 96. So either way, it is going their way. Philippe once again playing the shot out to the leg side. And it's got the way as well for Thompson there. He will be getting sick of that by the end of this one, and he will be glad that it's the end of the over, because now it does mean that he does get to rotate to the other side of the field. But now 10 overs down, 1 for 76 here for the Sydney Sixers. They're certainly going to need a few more sixes when they are sitting at 15 runs per over required. We're just seeing there the dropped opportunity there for Thompson. It went straight through the hands, unfortunately, for him. The next one went straight through the hands of Hanscom. That LBW, I think it was just going down leg, but it was close. I want to see that one once again for the LBW, though, to know whether or not it would have been hit in a 4 stump if it was there, and then the ball was put down in the end by Peter Hanscom. Okay, we're checking this one. Impact outside the line, just going down leg there. So it would have been missing the leg stump. So it was well done. Review lost as well, they say, for the Hobart Hurricanes. They don't have a review, though, so I'm not too sure what that animation is. Tom Rogers now hit out to the leg side by Josh Philippe using the wrist. I believe they will be trying to get back for 2, and they will be able to do so comfortably there. This is going to be so important. These next couple overs, the power surge, they have not taken it yet, but I feel like they certainly need it soon. Andre Adams, actually the bowling coach for the Sydney Sixers, he won't be too happy with the performance that they had going for 213 runs in the end of just the 20 overs. So they have actually matched the highest score at the MCG, or at the SCG. I keep on saying M. I'm thinking of the Boxing Day test. It is on the mind, and I am excited to see how that third match of the Ashes goes. But Rogers now going to be bowling it as a ramp shot there from Philippe, not quite able to connect with it though, and it will just be the single. Once again, one of these two batsmen, either Philippe or Henriquez, really need to start striking it at around that strike rate of 200, maybe even Philippe just keeps on going, because or else 117 more runs needed of 46 balls. They need 15.3 and over here. It's not really the time to go at a slow run rate. They need to find some boundaries, and they need to find it soon. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to leave a like. We are sitting on 171 at the moment. Our new revised total is actually 196 because of the Duckworth-Lewis system. So be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Henriquez there just hitting the single once again. No point throwing that one away for Rogers, so he hangs on to it. Very good start to the over. That's the thing. The boundaries have not been coming thick and fast here for the Sydney Sixers. In the first 10 overs, they have been able to hit 7 fours and 1 6. Anyone wondering about the game between Melbourne Victory and Adelaide United at the moment? Melbourne Victory taking a 2-1 lead against them. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, are the Sydney Sixers going to somehow be able to pull off this win? They have a 7% chance of winning this game now, according to the live win probability. They need Philippe or Henriquez, probably both of them, to be fair, to just keep on swinging for the fences and try and get themselves some runs. It's going to be nicely played there by Philippe, beautifully guided through the gap. It's gone to the man in the deep, though, very well fielded. And they have got the field set beautifully for Tom Rogers and OMG Josh Philippe as well. And there's Seth Ratik there. Welcome into the live stream. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you are excited for the next game that is taking place in only 5 minutes' time. But we will be transferring over to that one straight after this game is finished. It is the Scorchers taking on the Strikers, and the Scorchers will be batting first. Sydney Sixers' lack of intent from both batters have made it difficult to chase the total as well, says Coding there in the chat as well. Rogers going to be steaming in. I think Enriquez, he's really got to get this ball to the boundary in one of these last two balls. It's going to be the big strike of the ball. Hasn't got all of it, though. It is going to be falling safe for him. Out in the boundary, it was Darcy Shaw who wasn't quite able to run in and get that. And that is once again another single. So going for the 6 runs so far of the first 5 deliveries of this over for Rogers. He really hasn't been going for too many. The run rate that is required now up to 15.9. They've got a power surge. They're going to have to use it big time for them to be able to get a lot as well. Speaking in native Hindi language of India, if you don't understand as well. Coding there. What did he say, Coding? Do let me know. Hopefully it was something nice about Josh Philippe, because I do see Josh Philippe there as well. Now it's a big strike, was it? That it's just gone bang, because Philippe has just hit it all the way for 6. As a brilliant shot there, they move up to 1 for 88 after the 10 overs gone here. They are still going to have, after the 11 overs gone. I think they take the power surge. Philippe brings up the 50, though. There's been a lot of 50s and the 100s in this match. Have not quite been coming, but can Philippe get his way to the 100 there now? Tom Rogers tries the slightly slower ball, I believe it was, or trying to really bang it into the pitch, and Philippe saw the length very early and just goes, you know what? I'll be having that one, thanks. And I will hit that one all the way to the boundary, so he has been able to get himself another boundary there for Josh Philippe. That is his second 6 of the day. Can they somehow do this here for the Sydney Sixers? They are still going to require 15.4 and over from here on out. It is going to be tough. They've still got Sandeep Lavashane, but they're taking the power surge. You're saying why he is playing so much cricket as well. Says it was Coding there and W in there from Tarek. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're covering the game between the Scorchers and the Heat. The Scorchers and the Strikers straight after this one. The power surge is going to be taken, which means they can only have 2 men outside of the ring. This is massive because of the fact that we saw the power surge in the first innings for the Hobart Hurricanes. Matthew Wade losing his wicket in that one. So will it be the case for Henriquez or Philippe? Henriquez at the moment sitting on 6 of 8. Really has been getting a good strike rate in every other match that he has been playing so far. So I feel like it will be coming very soon. And it's going to be, I believe, Nathan Ellis who will be bowling this. Very good with his Yorkers. Nathan Ellis, and they've got 2 men out deep on the offside, I believe, is the field set that they have decided to go with. Bowls it out there. It's hit straight back at him, and that is going to be the dot. Nicely done by Ellis there with the ball in hand. And now, it's going to be interesting. Every time there is a dot ball, there is going to be that required run rate just slowly increasing up to 15.4 at the moment. As soon as we see this dot ball, it's probably going up to about 15.9, I'll guess. And it is just updated, but that was because I did see it, of course. But Philippe able to get up to 50 runs as well. Message for Hamish Spencer as well. And there says a bash in there. And that Janet now, it's going to be a nice shot by Henriquez. But this is a very well set field here for the Sydney Sixers. They're going to be able to get the 2, but they've got 2 men deep on the SCG side, and it is going to be, I believe it's actually that 69-meter length out that way. So they have got the longer side. Okay, now they're switching it for Josh Philippi by the looks of it. No, they are bringing a man up, and they are going to be dropping someone else deep for Henriquez here. He's having a little bit of a switch around. When you need 16 runs per over, you're certainly going to find yourself a few more runs in these situations, because 16 is not going to be very easy at all. The required run rate is going to keep on creeping up, definitely when they do have dot balls and singles. And then the current run rate, they're only sitting at 7.94 at the moment for their side. But the Scorchers and the Strikers are currently about to do battle in Sydney as well. So hopefully the weather stays nice. That's going to be a wide from Nathan Ellis there. And Matthew Wade, he's not too happy with that one, but that was certainly a wide there for it as well. But Nathan Ellis just not quite getting that one right. Just a little bit too wide for him. 105 needed of 40 balls. That is, of course, due to the Duckworth-Lewis system. And that is because of the little bit of rain that we did see. So yeah, Matthew Wade not too happy behind the stumps. And that is one thing you learn about keepers, and also Matthew Wade in general. They will always chat and always talk. It's like when Peter Hanscom was going off the field and he was like, I've got this guy biting at my ankles at the moment. And it was Matthew Wade going, how many overs do we need for it to be counted as a match? And now it is going to be Moses Henriquez once again, who will be on strike. The Sydney Sixers, 7% chance of winning this game. And they are sitting on 8 off 10 at the moment for Henriquez. It's pitched up. It's outside of the off stump. Henriquez swings through, but they have got the two-man back. Once again, well set field, very well set field at the moment. And it does mean that Henriquez, he's either got to absolutely smack it hard, or he does have to think about maybe trying to loft them both, which can be very tough to do as they do have two men out in the deep. Now, Philippi, he is another bowler or another batsman that's probably a little bit harder to predict as well. Why is there only 18 overs as well, says Blitz? Pretty much, we did have a little bit of rain only a few overs ago. And why is there only one boost over as well, says Blitz? I didn't realize they only get one boost over. I know that they do get this one. I'm not too sure about the next one. That's going to be the wide from Nathan Ellis there, but pretty much due to the rain, it does mean that the Duckworth-Lewis system is kicked in. So rather than needing 213, they actually only need the total of 196 now, but they have two less overs to do so. Now, that's going to be tough for them, certainly with that required run rate sitting at 15.8 per over, just too wide once again for Nathan Ellis. He has got that line that he continues to bowl here. Philippi, he's got some good shots on the offside. No, they don't get the next one as well, says Blitz. See, that's pretty harsh. With the fact that, like, that's the thing. Oh, that's a robbery as well, says Blitz. I agree. Like, oh, that's another wide there for Nathan Ellis. But that's the thing. Like, both sides, like, the Hurricanes got both of their overs for their power surge. So I feel like they should both get the 2 overs for it. Like, taking off an over and one of them being the power surge, I feel like it's really tough against the side who don't actually get to bat first. So it is one of those ones you probably do want to bat first if the Duckworth-Lewis system is going to be in full effect. What is one boost over? I am hearing this term for the first time. Is it unique for the BBL league? So pretty much it is the bash boost or the power surge, I guess I should say. It is going to be in the situation of pretty much you do get 2 overs later on than the power play. So you get the first 4 over shot from Philippi there. Strikes it well, strikes it all the way for 6 there for Josh Philippi as well. And good shot as well, says Blitz. It was indeed. So pretty much, yeah, the power surge, you get the first 4 overs with the 2 men outside of the ring. And then you are allowed to pick it in between the 10th and the 20th over. The batsmen are allowed to say that they want 2 overs where it does go back to that power play type vibe as well. And also, if the Sixers as well, says HB, are not a fan of them, that is for sure. And Nathan Ellis, he did end up pitching that one up right in the slot for Josh Philippi, and he's got shots down the ground. That's why he cannot afford to bowl it too straight for Josh Philippi, or else he will just keep on hitting it. Nathan Ellis not too happy with that now. Once again, running in shot from Philippi there. Cutting it to backward point. It is going to be cut off, though. And I believe that they will be looking for the 2. And they do get it as well. Nicely run between the wickets. So Philippi's still going to be on strike for the final delivery of Nathan Ellis's over. He's already gone for a total of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 so far and out as well. Says Krakesh Reddy, sorry. Did pronounce that a little bit wrong. But the current run rate sitting at 8.62. They cannot afford to lose any wickets in this situation, but Nathan Ellis, he has certainly got the potential of being able to pick up one. Already going for 20 off his 2 overs. Can he get himself the wicket here of Josh Philippi? It's gone up in the air. It's a nice shot there from Philippi. And once again, cuts it away. It's just going to be the single here. So Philippi will retain the strike. And that is the end of the over. 103 here for the Sydney Sixers for the 1 wicket as well there. Philippi moves up onto 63 of 39. Henriquez sitting on 9 of 11, and the required run rate still sitting at 15.5. They're showing there the Perth Scorchers. They've had a game delay once again, so it is going to be the case of pretty much, I believe they have a game delay so that it does start at roughly the same time as this one. The stadium is actually pretty much empty by the looks of it there for that game. Maybe they're not actually allowed to have any crowd at that one. But that's a bit of a shame. But where's Agar at the moment? They are just all warming up at the moment, the Adelaide Strikers and also the Perth Scorchers. G'day, Sports. I'm not actually watching the match because there's too much winter sports on as well. I just wanted to say hi to my Kiwi mate, Hamish as well. Says, Bal, so welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are having a great day so far. What winter sports are you watching at the moment? And been a decent over, but they aren't going to keep this up. Hurricanes got this in the bag as well, says Blitzstall. Yeah, they've got 10% chance of winning this one, the Sixers. And do you reckon, who do you reckon is going to win out of Adelaide versus Perth? Oh, that's a tough one. The Strikers, they did show that they are slightly better when it comes to probably setting the total. So they are actually going to be chasing here. So I think the Perth Scorchers might be able to sneak that one a little bit. And if you are new, please subscribe and smash that like button as well. Says David W. You heard the man. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that like button. We are sitting on 174, only 22 short of chasing down the target that the Sydney Sixers do have to try and get for themselves. They are currently sitting on 103 for one. And Labashane once again will be bowling here. So the required run rate, they're going at about half as many as they do need to go. But the game delay for the Scorchers versus the Strikers is due to this game running a little bit longer. Reverse sweep there from Philippi. Not quite able to connect with it though. And once again, it is a dot ball for Labashane. He tried the reverse sweep from Josh Philippi. Almost got every game the team to bat first this one as well, says Blitzstall. So I guess it's kind of the opposite of what we saw for the T20 World Cup. It was whoever batted second was always able to chase down the total in the UAE, whereas in this one, seems to be whoever is able to set that total is able to win. Let's have a look. Stars, they were able to win when they set. Strikers able to win when they set. Scorchers able to win when they set. Sixers able to win when they set. Renegades able to win when they set. The only game that has kind of broken that chain was the Thunder versus the Heat. But this game match has a good shot down the ground from Philippi. Not able to get all of it, though. And he is going to be going back for the 2 runs once again. I'm watching the women's Super G as well, the mixed team snowboard cross and the men's biathlon as well there. And which ground is this game at? They are at the SCG for this game. Giants Stadium is where the next game is going to be located, also in Sydney for the one coming up. So we saw a little bit of rain earlier on, so hopefully it doesn't affect us too much. Some countries are denying to go to China for Winter Olympics this year. Will New Zealand play in Winter Olympics in China, or will the Winter Olympics not happen? It's going to be interesting to see whether or not it does, because, I mean, they did the Tokyo Olympics, and I don't think they had too many problems overall. Of course, they didn't have the attendance that they would have absolutely loved to be able to have. MacArthur at the moment winning their game up against West Sydney Wanderers 2-0, and also Melbourne Victory winning 2-1 up against Adelaide, and it's at the SCG as well. Seta Rajeshnu and the Jabanel Henrique sitting on 9 runs off 11 deliveries. Needs to get this ball to the boundary at least, I would say, twice in the next 3 balls, just to really help out that run rate, because the required is up to 16.5. Advances a little bit. That's a beautiful delivery there. Philippi could be run out here. Oh, he's missed the stumps, Labashane. That was the opportunity to get Philippi out. They said yes, no. And in the end, it was Josh Philippi who was almost going to be on his way, but Labashane just missing the stumps. He tried to absolutely throw down the stumps. Maybe could have almost just run it in, but Matthew Wade straight on it. Philippi was turned around, and then Labashane, he tried to absolutely whack it, but did end up missing it in the end. Okay, like they are saying, that is the only time that Matthew Wade has done that without flicking the glove off as well. That one's going to be down the leg side a little bit, just a leg by for Moses Henrique. So this is a very good over from Labashane once again, only going for 17 of his first 2.5. But yeah, the game delay is happening between the Perth Scorchers and the Adelaide Strikers, and that is because of this one overlapping. For some reason, they have decided that during these games, they want to have them on at the exact same time, which doesn't really make sense to me, kind of having them overlap. They should just wait till one of the games is finished. The athletes aren't boycotting the Beijing Olympics, as are only the diplomats who don't matter anyway. As well, oh, ball, that's going to be. He would have been gone there, Philippi. Matthew Way would have been able to get him, but he just wasn't able to hang on to it. And I feel like keeper and keeper having a chat there, talking about the fact that Matthew Way just wasn't quite able to nail the stumping. But Labashane, brilliant over from him once again. 89 runs required now for the Sydney Sixers. They have got a 4% chance. Far out, Philippi dodged death there. He did indeed. Not just once, but now he's dodged it again. He advanced. Matthew Wade just juggling the ball and couldn't quite hang on to it. It does fall safe. Philippi and Matthew Wade just having a bit of a laugh about it as well. He ended up just trying to juggle it, and it did get caught in the glove and wasn't quite able to get it down for the wicket for Matthew Wade. But he's been working hard throughout this game. Was able to get himself 93 runs. Philippi at the moment trying to top that and maybe trying to push his way for his first ever 100. He's had 95 not out. He's dodged about 3 bullets in a row here. He's been dropped earlier on in the game. He's had a run-out opportunity where they did miss the stumps, and now he has missed the stumping. So next is probably an LBW. that he won't be given out for, and he will be able to maybe go on to get the 100. But Henriquez now sitting on 9 off 13, really needs to find a way of ramping it up. We have got there Jabaya in the chat as well. Welcome into the live stream. Joel Paris here going to be bowling, but the game delay between the Scorchers and also the other side that are playing in that one, which is going to be the Adelaide Strikers with Rashid Khan. So it's going to be Rashid Khan, and then the Scorchers, they have got a couple very talented players as well. In terms of Ashton Agar, might be an important one. That's a good shot there from Henriquez. He has cut it away nicely, and that's going to be point way that one does hit the boundary as well. I think SIXERS left too late, I think, as well. Says Kevin, and also, by the way, why isn't the Big Bash on at a decent time? So hard, us working Brits don't have to get up at 8 a.m. in the morning on the weekend as well. Says that Bell, yeah, unfortunately, it does kind of end up falling at a weird hour for you guys in the UK, because like this next game will be not too bad for you, because there's one more on after this, and that's going to be the Scorchers taking on the Strikers, which is starting very soon. But yeah, I agree that the games are on at random hours, but then saying that, I guess the only way to change that would be them do it even later in Australia, and then you've probably got a little bit more due. That's another shot from Henriquez out through cover there easily as well, says Rajeshnu. And also we have got there, you can do it. And also how many chances Sydney Sixers are going to give the two batters. They are so kind to keep both batters, especially Henriquez as well. Says cutting, yeah, at the moment Henriquez not really causing too many issues for them probably as well. Sydney Sixers going to get some more overs to chase the target as well, says Rajeshnu there. Yeah, pretty much they have just got the 18 that they will be allowed for this fixture due to the fact that they lost a little bit of time from the Duckworth-Lewis system, but now it is going to be Joel Paris once again running in for this one. A little bit of a full toss, but then it dipped nicely. And it looks like they are saying no run there. Interesting call. If they did decide against, oh no, they were able to get two in the end for Philippe, who does move up onto 68 now. We have got there, yeah, they did as well. Says Blitzstalls, and also it's going to be, it goes both ways though. Aussie trying to watch the European competition struggle with the time zone as well, says Sebastian there. Because I guess the Romanian time at the moment, you are sitting at 12:40 a.m., 12:40 p.m. Are you lunchtime, Sebastian? You might be lunchtime. Are you lunchtime at the moment? Do let me know. Now there's going to be a slow ball from Paris, striking it nicely for Philippe, and he whips it away to leg side for 4. Once again, the mid-wicket boundary has been a very popular one for all of the batsmen throughout this match. The Sydney Sixers at the moment, they are currently hugely underdogs. They need over 18 runs per over from here on out, and they do not have any more overs of their power surge. We have got there, to be honest, they need like 4 boundaries and over to win as well. Says Blitz, yeah, it's certainly going to be tough for them to be able to get the job done. But Philippe is certainly a man who, if he is still at the crease, has got the potential to be able to help them win this game. 12:40 p.m. as well, says Sebastian there. And also it's at this time because in Perth, it's 6 p.m. and it's had, I don't know, 7 p.m. and it would be 10 p.m. in Victoria, Western Australia, and also Tasmania as well. I think I just said random ones. Philippe has hit that one straight up in the air. He hasn't got all of that, and this could be the wicket of Philippe taken, and that's the game. And it's going to be the Hobart Hurricanes surely from here on out who will be able to win it. It was Joel Paris who has picked up his second wicket of the day as well, but Philippe is on his bike. 72 runs of 46 deliveries, and he is on, and that's the game as well. Says a blitz there, and also my word there, and chat as well. Says Rajeshnu, it was hit very high from Josh Philippe, and unfortunately for him, just ended up twisting in his hands, I think, the bat, which did mean he didn't get all of the power down the ground. It was a brilliant catch there from Thompson, and I feel good for that man because of the fact that he did drop that one earlier of Josh Philippe. He's been able to take that one nicely. Joel Paris, very happy man with that wicket as well. And nonetheless, now they are sitting 2 wickets down here for the Sydney Sixers. It is going to be more than likely. I think they'll be sending out Hughes there to the middle as well. And we have got there the Nepal flag from Roshan as well, going for Sandeep Lavashan, who has been bowling absolutely brilliantly in the early stages of this one, only having a current run rate or the economy rate off him of 16 off 3 overs. Nice innings by Philippe, but Hobart are rocking at the moment. Great call, Amish, as well. Says David, thank you very much, mate. And also at this stage, there is still the game of delay taking place. Is that Dan Christian? Yeah, they've actually sent out Dan Christian there, who they have decided is going to be at the crease for this game. Henriquez still sitting on 14 off 15 with only the 1-4 for so far for him. First innings, okay. The match has started between Perth Scorchers now. And also, one moment, we will go Sky Sport now. And we will bring up our other coverage so that we can see exactly what is happening in that game as well. It's going to be hit down the ground. And it is nicely fielded there by Caleb Jewell there. He's been able to cut it off. That is the end of the over. And we will go here. And we will go like this as well on now right. Sign-in required. I've signed in, mate. I've got this sign-in already done. It has been like, what is your sign-in? So I will quickly go like this, and I will go like this. And now I've got to try and remember the password, which is always the hardest part of signing into a new subscription thing. Oh, he's gone and nailed it. Right, we are on. So we can see the Perth Scorchers versus the Adelaide Strikers game as well at the moment. 2 runs off the very first ball. And they were able to win the bat flip, but it was just down the leg side. And that is why they were able to get themselves actually 5 wides off that first ball, I should say. So it was not the best from the Adelaide Strikers for their first ball of the match. But we are going to be watching both of these games. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new, because we are going to be transferring straight over to our next live stream once this match is over. It's going to be Sandeep Lavashane once again here, who will be bowling this one. 2 drop catches off his bowling will certainly be able to pick up another one. That was a brilliant ball there from Daniel Worrell, but it's not going to be coming out. Lavashane also appealing. Almost a run-out chance, but it is going to be kept to just a single for Lavashane. He's been so close to getting a wicket. I almost feel bad for him that he hasn't been able to pick up one as of yet. Does deserve one. 0.5% chance for the Sydney Sixers to be able to win this match from here. So that is near impossible for them to be able to get the job done. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, can they get close? Can they get around that 180 mark or so? They are just showing there that it was in the match between Colin Munro and also, or the little battle, I should say, between Colin Munro and the bowler here. It seems like Worrell is being put on the back foot straight away by Munro, definitely with the 5 wides. And now it's going to be another 4 runs down the leg side in that game. But Lavashane now going to be going back across. I will try my best to keep to this commentary just for now, but I'm getting excited watching that one as well. And also we've got the executive as well, or executive, sorry. And there says Rajeshnu there, but they are sitting now 15 runs off 17 for Henriquez. Christian is sitting on 1 off 1 as well here. And it is going to be so important that they do try and just get somewhere towards this to try and keep their net run rate up and also high in the chat. Says Wahaj there, welcome in. Henriquez, massive swing of the bat. And they are just going to be, they are taking on the 2 and they should be able to get there for the 2 runs. Nicely done. Come on, Moses as well, says Rajeshnu. And also we've got I'm going to start watching as much of the Big Bash as I can. Skiing permitted as well, but can't decide on a team yet as well, says Bowers. Good question. So I guess it does depend on the region of Australia, maybe that you do like the best. Colin Munro just took one on the body. That one felt too nice, and 140 for 4 as well, says Novmum there for the prediction. It's probably not a mile off, to be fair. I am actually going to start that one. And how are you as well, says Wahaj. I'm doing very well, thank you, mate. We've got plenty of cricket going on today, and also the Big Bash is well and truly in full effect, and the Champions Cup alongside each other, which does make it just that much more entertaining that we have got so much on. I might go and have lunch after this game. I'll be sure to come back for the Scorchers game as soon as I finish this. I said, Sebastian, no worries, mate. And that is no worries at all. And yeah, hopefully you do enjoy your lunch. What are you having for lunch, Sebastian, if you don't mind me asking? What is going to be on the cards for you? It is going to be Sandeep Lavashane now once again. Well, on that one, not quite able to get onto it though for Moses Henriquez advancing. And Lavashane, it was actually Dan Christian who was on strike for that one. At the moment, the Perth Scorchers are sitting on 9 runs and they haven't scored a single run off the bat as of yet. I have noticed there. And that trend is going to keep on continuing, like they are saying. Lavashane, if he doesn't go for 6 here, he's still going to have a very good economy rate. Paddy Eye as well, says Wahaj there. And also 149 for 5 is the prediction from Paddy Wagon. And also who does Sean Tate play for? Oh, I believe he was at the Scorchers at one point. I'm not too sure whether or not he still is there, though. That's a nice shot there from Dan Christian. That is 4 runs to close out the Lavashane spell, but he has only gone for 24 runs. And also, it's always blood on the vampire menu, Hamish, as well. Says Sebastian, I should have seen that coming, shouldn't I? Now, the Scorchers at the moment, they are playing the Adelaide Strikers. As we are talking about this game, there are 3 overs left in this fixture, though. So we are going to have to wait and see whether or not the Sixers can get anywhere near being able to chase it down. If they can somehow do this with the required run rate at the moment, the way that it is, like they are going to need a total per over of 22.7, and whereas Wentworth Prison are set, because that could be a good way to decide as well. Says about, oh, that's a good question. Anyone in the chat, do we know the answer to that, where Wentworth Prison is located? Hi, mate, how are you as well? And Kane Smash as well. Says Jay, they've been doing very nicely, and that's the thing. The Sydney Sixers, they were favourites going into this match. They are certainly not favourites now. Only a 0.5% chance of them winning this game from here on out. But Philippi was sitting on 722 of 46 until he lost this wicket. Paris, the only man who has been able to pick up the wicket so far for the Hobart Hurricanes, getting 2 for 28. Siddle will be bowling the second over in the Adelaide Strikers versus Perth Scorchers. It's in Wentworth as well. Says Jay, which region is Wentworth in? Jay, do let me know. But now Nathan Ellis once again running in beautiful Yorker, and it's a nice shot played by Henriquez, but it is cut off once again. And it seems like here the Sixers, like you guys mentioned, they're probably going to get around that 145 mark or somewhere around there. And Aussies again cheated with 5 ball over versus Kiwi, so just disappointed as well. Says it was coding there. And also we've got there, I'm having cheese and tomato with chutney sandwiches for lunch as well, says Bell. That sounds all right. Oh, sorry, it's BAL, isn't it? I keep on saying Bell, but it is B-A-L there for the pronunciation. I remember we mentioned that probably about a month ago, didn't we? And I did get it a little bit wrong in that regard. But at the moment, Moses Henriquez here going to be such an important figure for them throughout the season. He is going to be holding the golden cap after this game. Matthew Wade trying to make a difference, though, and trying to take it off him. But for now, he will still have it. It's a full toss there from Nathan Ellis, just whipped away, and that is going for 4. Easy shot for Moses Henriquez, just a little bit too full there from Nathan Ellis. They literally need 4 after 4 after 4 after 4 after 4. After 4, after 4, after 4, after 4 for the rest of this game to have a chance of being able to win it. Disappointed as well. And also we've got the Wentworth as a golf course outside London too, as well. It says BAL there. And the town of Wentworth was filmed in Victoria as well. You have to go for either the Stars or the Renegades as well, says Sebastian. So yeah, Melbourne Renegades, they are certainly the massive underdogs in that situation for this season. And then the Melbourne Stars, they are also a side. They got bowled out for 61 in their first game, but then they went on and won their second. They got Adam Zampa, Glenn Maxwell. So that may actually be the team for you, perhaps the Melbourne Stars. Going to be hit down the ground from Dan Christian. And it is just once again going to be the single. So they're doing nicely to keep that strike rate ticking over, but not to the extent that they do need. They still require 24.4. But over here as well, Peter Siddle still bowling not too badly. It's going to be a wide, though, unfortunately, for him. In that situation, the Scorchers, they got off to a massive start in their last game. Also, Curtis Patterson was just going hit after hit after hit after hit for that one as well. Now, Matthew Wade is always chatting. There's 15 balls left in this one. Due to the Duckworth-Lewis system, we did lose 2 overs, including 1 over of the power surge for the Sydney Sixers, which will be not the difference between this game, which is kind of good to see because of the fact that it could be relatively close. Did I just yawn? I did indeed. Matthew Wade has been able to grab that one from Nathan Ellis's ball, and it is going to be Cheese Sarnies as well. Cheese Sarnies. What are Sarnies? Are they sardines? No, surely not. Sarnies. What is a sarnie? A sarnie sounds all right. Is it sandwich? No, not too sure. BBL in the chat as well. Is it there? Welcome into the live stream, ADS. But there, KD as well. He's talking about Call of Duty. Is KD on there? Is it a high one? BBL, do let me know on the mic at the moment. They are talking to Peter Hanscom, saying the tough lights is the excuse that's going to be hit nicely. Once again, he's just putting it right in the mark. It's another Yorker for Nathan Ellis, and he has not been leaking too many sandwiches as well there, or Sammys as well there. And then there, but now Peter Hanscom, he didn't actually get a chance to bat here into this matchup, so he hasn't really had too much of a role to play so far, but has been doing decently in the outfield. Cheese and tomato sarnies, but the chutney is the clincher as well. Says that Bell there. I'm trying to think of the last time I had chutney. It was probably way back when I was working. And it would have been in one of those like kind of bacon and egg McMuffin things. But it wasn't a McMuffin. It was just a muffin, I should say, as well. Now it's going to be the wide ball bowled by Ellis once again. Bowling to a plan very nicely. And it's going to be cut off in the deep for Darcy Short. They run through. Actually, they decide against the 2. And Sarnie equals sandwich as well there. Says Basham. That is the end of the over now. And they are sitting 136 for 2. Still 2 overs left here for them. And the Scorchers, they are also sitting on a decent total as they are building. But Mitch Marsh, he is not playing in that game due to the fact he is playing for Australia A. Very talented player, Mitch Marsh, alongside the likes of Mitch Swepson. Also, who are the other names that we did have as well? I'm trying to think of all of them. Matty Renshaw, he is away with them at the moment. Jai Richardson as well, I believe, is there for them. Who else have they got for Australia A? They've got quite a good side. Trying to think, there's also someone who is up the order, Usman Khawaja, another player who is there, just getting warmed up, just in case he is required for the Ashes matches that are coming up very soon. There are still 4 more. Australia taking the first. It will be interesting to see how the second goes at Adelaide Oval. Another 4 runs for the Perth Scorchers. There have been a lot of runs so far scored in that match, but only 3 of them have come off the bat. Fried bacon between rye bread is my favourite as well. Out of 14 runs as well. That has been bowled. And Dan Christian now going to be on his way, sitting 12 of 8 deliveries. And also we have got the out of 14 runs for Perth. 12 are extras as well. Says Coding exactly right. There have been plenty of them coming in terms of the league buys and also the wides as well. 5 wides Perth's match as well, says Jay Hayes there. At the moment, I said that Perth were my prediction. That is going to be Dan Christian bowled on his leg stump. Unfortunately, did end up playing it on, and it was in the end. Joel Paris was able to get a yawn wicket as well, says Jay Hayes there. Another jab, but currently 2.1 overs down in the Perth Scorchers versus Adelaide Strikers game. We will be covering that one straight after this game, so be sure to check that out as well if you haven't already, as we will be transferring straight over after this one is finished. We've still got another 2 overs left. Dan Christian on his way, 12 runs off 9 deliveries, and still a 0.5% chance that the Sydney Sixers can win from here. Anyone who doesn't know about odds at this stage, the Sydney Sixers to win this game is sitting at $101 per dollar that you put on, which is absolutely huge. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. We are sitting on 182, so we're doing very nicely. Again, 4 leg buys as well, and that one was down the leg side for the wide as well. Therefore, Wes Agar just getting it a little bit wrong for that radar. But yeah, we're sitting on 182. We're going to be trying to chase down the 196, although we might be pulling up just short of that as well. Nonetheless, we have still hit a new like goal, I should say, for the live streams of the BBL. Perhaps we can try and outdo it in the next one as well. I would say Wentworth is in Melbourne as well. What's the team like then? Because I don't know what to support, or I don't want to support a bunch of fellas as well. So they've got Glenn Maxwell for the Stars. You got Aaron Finch for the Renegades. Kane Richardson for the Renegades. Adam Zampa for the Stars are probably the 4 main Aussie guys. But then saying that, if you're looking at the English fellows, Joe Clark, I believe, is signed for the Melbourne Stars. And then also, if they got any other English players, they got Andre Russell as well. And Hamish, will you do the perfect strikers match today? Or not, please do, as I was going. So we are going to be doing that one. As soon as this match finishes, we are going to be transferring over. We'll probably have about a 2-minute break in between, just so that I can get all the live stream and scoreboard and everything set up. But once again, it's going to be another boundary there for the Perth Scorchers. So they are on fire in the early stages, sitting on 22 runs off only 2.3 overs. Joel Paris, well, on this one, it's a wide one, and it is going to be hit down the ground from Daniel Hughes. Looks like they are going to be taking on the 2 runs. No, they side against it in the end. It's another ramp shot there for Bancroft, and they have moved up. They're doing the same thing as they've been doing for the Scorchers as well. It's got their first time I've ever found Hamish's YouTube page. He was talking about hot dogs as well. Says that BAL. Oh, what live stream was that? I kind of want a hot dog now, although unfortunately I do not have any. So that's a little bit sad. Have to get the KFC fund and the hot dog fund going once again. But Joel Paris, he was able to pick up 3 wickets so far. This is his final over. That one's gone up in the air, and it's cleared the outfield. And Henriquez going to be picking up another boundary for himself. So he's been going relatively slow in terms of that strike rate for Moses Henriquez, sitting on 23 of 21 deliveries. That's another wide in the Perth Scorchers game. I feel like they've forgotten what pitch they're playing on at the moment, the strikers, as they seem to be wanting to be on the one next to the pitch. Now, at this stage, still 9 balls left in this one. F off Squiggles as well there. And also, how many subscribers did we get in this live stream as well? Says Sports Sudan. That is a very good question. I'll probably end up looking at it after the next live stream as well. But I feel like we've done decently on this one. Anytime we do a BBL live stream, I'm pleasantly surprised with the amount of support you guys have been showing. It looks like they are going to be taking on the 2 for the Strikers. It's going to be, for the Sixers. Not the best throw, though. Another ramp shot from Bancroft. This is going to be another 4 runs here. They are on fire at the moment. Agar's first over has already gone for 13, and he's got 1 more left in that situation. But Joel Paris, he's the only man who has been able to pick up wickets for the Sydney Sixers. Hello, bro, as well. Says Cricket Lovers. Welcome back to the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well, and hope you are excited for the Perth Scorchers versus Adelaide Strikers game that is starting, and it has already started, I should say. Another slow ball. Joe Paris able to line him up there, Moses Henriquez, and gets hit with that ball. Just misread it completely there for him and just wasn't quite able to work it out. But Joel Paris, he is the only man, like I mentioned, for the Hobart Hurricanes, was able to get wickets for the Sydney Sixers in the end. It was Tom Curran and also Chris Jordan, the only 2 players who were able to pick up wickets for themselves. But that's because Matthew Wade was able to get 93 runs, 73 for Darcy Short not out, and then 42 for Caleb Jaw as well. And not a ball faced for Tim David, who did make his way to the crease. This game is going on just a little bit longer than I think they would have been anticipating for this one. I'm from Bangladesh as well, bro. What will the score be? Total second match as well, says Cricket Lovers. I think Perth Scorchers. Oh, he's tried the ramp shot there. Moses Henriquez, he misses it as well. So that is going to be the end of the over. We've got 1 more left in this matchup. But pretty much, I think the Perth Scorchers are going to get themselves up to 184. 184 is the total that they will be able to set, because they do start very quickly, the Scorchers, but then normally they drop off near the end of the innings, or kind of that middle patch is where they kind of struggle a little bit more. So I'm going to say it will be 184, and then Adelaide Strikers will get 180, but will just miss out on being able to chase it down. In fact, I'll say 170 for the Strikers off their 20 overs, but 1 more over left of this one. Rashid Khan about to bowl there inside of the power play here for the Perth Scorchers as well, which means we will have to miss his first over in terms of the commentary. But as soon as we transfer over to that next live stream, we will get to see the magician in action. 53 matches, 75 wickets. He is still only 1 year older than me, or 1 year older than me, I should say. There's a big boundary at the moment at Giant Stadium. It does live up to the name, that is for sure. Now, Nathan Ellis will be bowling the final over of this game between the Sixers and the Hobart Hurricanes. Does he get a wicket, ladies and gentlemen? Do let me know. And Perth, 1,000 as well. Adelaide, not much. Maybe 16 as well. Says the JA's there. And thanks for your opinion as well, says Cricket Lovers. And also, we have got there, come on all. Let's get to 200 likes, and I'll finish off this delicious bottle of bourbon as well. It's going to be scooped there nicely by Hughes down the ground to the man at long on just for the single. Once again there. But yeah, pretty much. We have hit the like goal well and truly. We hit 150 when there were still about 10 overs left, I believe, or something along those lines. So it has been absolutely incredible, the amount of support you guys have been showing on this one. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. We are sitting now on 187. We're trying to chase down the total that the Hobart Hurricanes were able to set. We're trying to get 196 before the end, so we still need 10 runs, or 10 likes as well. Enriquez trying to hit that one away to the boundary, but once again, out there at deep mid-wicket. They've set the field very well throughout this whole match for themselves. Rashid Khan at the moment not going for too many runs of the first few deliveries of his spell. But we'll certainly need to pick up a few wickets as well. Has the car wash guy been in here yet as well? Says Jay Hayes. I don't believe so. Not that I know of anyway. And also, well, I did support the Joshy Stars and the Mansi Super League. So the Melbourne Stars has a familiar feel to it as well. It does indeed. And they are a good side. That's a wicket. And it is going to be Hughes who has lost his wicket there. And also, hello, bro. I already subscribed to your channel as well. Says Cricket Lovers. So thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated. Nathan Ellis, he will be happy with that one. Being able to get himself his first wicket of the day. He's gone for 31 runs so far. There's been a few that have been relatively expensive for that economy rate, but nowhere near as expensive as they were for the Sydney Sixers. Tom Curran, he went for 15.33. And also, we have got also there, how are you able to see both the BBL games at once? Are using two screens as well? Says Sports Sedan. I am indeed. So pretty much, luckily for myself, I have got a Sky Go subscription, and I also have a subscription to Sky Sport Now. So pretty much on Sky Sport 1, I am watching this game. On Sky Sport 3, I am watching this game, and I am going to be switching straight over when it does end up going through. I'm ruining my lunch because I've already stuffed myself with bourbon biscuits as well. Says BAL there, and also Ollie was here in the early stages of the streams as well. Says Sebastian there. Oh, was he who asked about the car wash? He was indeed, wasn't he? Ollie Wilson, I believe it is. But Tom Curran now going to be out the crease. They need 51 runs off 3 balls, so very doable here for the Sydney Sixers. You know, going to be just a whole heap of no balls, a whole heap of wides, and they are going to be able to get over the line there. And also Ollie, the car wash fella as well. Says Jay Hayes there, but 345 runs so far for Tom Curran. And come on, guys, 6 more likes as well. We're trying to chase it down. Can we hit a 6 for the final few balls of this matchup? We've only got another 3, and 51 off 3 balls is very possible as well. Says Amy Spencer, it is indeed. Now, at this stage, the Perth Scorchers have made their way to the crease. They've finished the power play already in that one, so that game is flying by as well. And he was also on Blazer Stream as well. And it's a Kiwi. Which form of cricket do you like the most? Test cricket, ODI, and T20 cricket versus franchise cricket? Rank it from top to bottom as well. All that one's only just missed the stumps there from Nathan Ellis. Nice change of pace. I would say it's a tough one. I'd say probably T20, and then from their test match, ODI. And I think that is my order for those ones, just because I love the shorter format of the game, because it does mean that when I'm doing live streams, I don't end up wearing out my voice completely. And it is short enough that for people who aren't really used to cricket, they can kind of get involved in it and kind of understand it as well. Just because in the slightly longer format of the game, it's quite hard to track how it does work. In terms of an ODI, that is quite a long competition in terms of the fact that you're going for about 9 hours on the day, whereas these ones are kind of 3.5 hours and not too bad. And then test match cricket, I enjoy kind of the strategic, but don't mention ODI to Avish as well. It says the BAL, yeah, 2019, eh? We almost did it. Almost, not quite though. But hopefully, we'll win one day for the ODI. But England are able to get the win for that one. And at that regard, Peter Hanscom at the moment, he's got a lot of pluses on his finger by the looks of it. But it's going to be Nathan Ellis now once again running in. It was a little bit too full. And Tom Curran just swats it away to the boundary on the leg side for 4 and high as well. Says Ryan, welcome in. 4 runs and a wicket, please, as well. Says Paddy Wagon there. Hobart Hurricanes, they win it by 44 runs in the end. That is done very nicely there. Nathan Ellis has been able to have a decent day with the ball in hand. So they finish off with 155 for 4 here for their final total. 151 for 4, I should say. They're now looking quickly through at the start ones that we did have. Paddy Wagon, you're pretty close there with 149 for 5 there as well. And now we always got there in the chat. Oh, one moment, we all go like this, and we all go like this, and hey as well. And also, I'm off to watch Europe Super Rugby. See you later, mate, as well. So we will see you later on, Hamish, and also win Hobart Hurricanes team, and also 100 and a Hobart as well there. And bro, give live score update between Perth and Adelaide in the screen as well, says Cricket Lover. So pretty much what we are going to be doing is we are transferring straight over to our next live stream, where we are going to be covering that one. Happy birthday as well, says Elliot. It is sitting 12:03. So happy birthday to you. Hope you do have a great day as well. 4.3 overs down. Scorchers are sitting on 39 for none. And I will be transferring over to that live stream in probably approximately, I would say about 2 minutes time, we will be over and we will be ready to go for our next live stream. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next one.